Snark Tank. You're about to get your ears glazed by the great Chris Raygun, Derek Blackman, and Tom Sweeney. Sit back and prepare for some action. Sit back and prepare for some glazing glory.
If you threw a full bottle of water at him while he was meditating in peace,
that would have been pretty nice.
That would have been great.
What? No, you piece of shit! You fucking trash can!
I think it would have been a pretty good start to the show.
That's funny, hell yeah! But it's fucked up.
Welcome to the Star Trek podcast. It's me, Chris. It's him, Sweeney. It's him, Derek. Look at him. Are you choking?
No, I tried not to spill my water out.
Oh damn! Are you the only person who? You're the only person who hasn't gotten. No, you.
No, I spit take. I was the first one.
Yeah,
it came through my nose. Yeah, we were doing the
No, I was the first one. I think.
Yeah, it was,
when we had the one camera over there.
And we were doing the Frankie Muniz thing.
Frankie Muniz is the Hulk.
Oh right,
and it got me.
That was a good one.
I didn't expect to hear the N word so many times.
Did you see what Frankie Muniz tweeted recently?
He was with them.
Wait,
he was with what's his name? The father. He was Hugh
Bryan
first.
Cranston.
Bryan Cranston, and he's with the mother.
Hugh.
He was Hugh. Yeah.
Huh?
Was his name Hugh in Malcolm in the Middle?
His name's Hal.
Hal.
I was like, I wasn't sure.
He was from Jimmy Neutron.
I wasn't sure what he was. I was like, what did he
similar
say?
types of dads, though.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I guess vaguely, like somewhat. They're both like wacky kind of.
It's wacky people.
Like good spirited. Although Hugh, I don't know, man.
So 2 days ago, Frankie Muniz said, "If I'm being 100% honest, mentally/emotionally, I may be at a new low. Just wanted to say it out loud."
Oh, well,
poor kid.
I'm sorry, man.
Poor kid. He's a grown ass man.
Yeah, he's a grown ass man.
I still think of him as Malcolm being in the middle, but
yeah, he's. I guess he's not doing well.
Who the fuck is?
He does monster truck stuff.
But he races too. He's like a NASCAR guy. Maybe not NASCAR, but I know it's racing, some racing thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, it just sucks seeing when people are pretty well off, they're doing their dreams. Like he's always wanted to do the racing thing. He's like, everything still sucks.
Yeah, people acclimate to their surroundings. You know, that's kind of the thing that sucks about being a person is that like a dog and like a cat, like they're fucking content, you know, because they don't know that they can want anything else.
I genuinely can play video games all day for the rest of my life and I'd be fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's why it's like.
But like Frankie Muniz was a child actor, so like I don't even think he really gets like our perception of how rich and famous he actually is versus how like it actually manifests.
Right.
As far as like real value to him is probably way off.
Yeah,
you think he got molested?
Probably. Wouldn't it be surprising if he did?
Statistically, I would not be shocked.
It's 50-50.
It's a coin toss.
I feel like it's not 50-50. I feel like it's like 78. Like it's like 80 fucking. No,
20. I don't think it's 80-20.
I think it's 80-20 bro.
80-20 in favor of him being molested.
Some sort of sexual misconduct or abuse. 80-20. 100%.
I mean that's different.
Okay, all right.
100%.
Now let's say we're go off of your 80-20. Who did it?
Who did it?
Who done did it?
I don't know.
You think it was like a producer or like the director?
Maybe.
It's usually like a fucking director of like a DP, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a director of
Do you
photography.
think it was Francis's brother, Danny Masterson, since he was already like
oh yeah, why not?
doing some crazy shit?
Wouldn't it be wild if you could just kind of like pin crimes on people who are already in jail for other crimes? Because they're just like, why not? Just stack them onto him. He's not getting out anyway.
Right.
That's crazy. That means bad people would stay out.
Well, there's bad people. And then there's bad people who do bad things, and then there's good people who do bad things.
Mm-hmm. I brought this up to Lily, actually. I brought up the fact that, like, there are good people that are taught how to do good things. There are bad people taught to do good things. And there's good people taught to do good things, and there's bad people taught to do good things, you know? Like, we're all sort of a mixed bag. Like, I think I'm a bad person that was taught good stuff.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I think. I think Lily...
Do you think you actively fight to do and be good?
I think when I was younger, I had every inclination towards being a bad person, like truly a not good person. But I think I was taught to not do that.
So you think it's in people's nature to just be bad?
Some people are by nature a little worse than others. Not like exactly like dumb. I'm not a.
You're talking about like surroundings and like, I think you're talking about nurture doing that to, you know what I mean? And then eventually like it kind of becomes like.
Because nature plays a part into it, of course, too. Some people are going to be more violent. Some people are going to be more like passive by nature.
But like the violent thing is usually a nurture thing. Like they're a product of their environment.
But you could be like, slightly more violent. Like not like a hugely quantifiable.
Well, let's say to it like this. Like someone who grows up with an alcoholic family is more likely to be an alcoholic. Just 100%. Not because of, like, say, if you pluck them and put them in a jungle and grew up, they're not going to be like, where's the alcohol?
No,
where's the alcohol?
Well, no, but they have a...
There's no proof of that.
You don't think some crazy scientists have tried that already?
Probably.
Probably.
Yes, actually, never probably.
If you grow up in...
Your disposition has a point to it, you know, like you're predisposed to certain things, and I think that's what I mean.
Sure,
it's not like the most impactful part because you can be a sociopath but grow up around like good people and then like have like good models. You'd be like, oh, I don't do bad
I would
things.
bet that there's probably a lot of really nice, really good sociopaths.
Probably,
well,
yeah.
I think especially it's not that they're good. They were taught that this is what good is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So they overcorrect. Like it's always like, well, what's the most Ted Bundy's one of the most famous ones where everyone was so insanely shocked that I can't believe he was this guy.
Well, Ted Bundy's a murderer, to be fair.
Well,
I'm just talking about like just the general brain space of being a sociopath.
I guess I'm going in the furthest part of that spectrum.
The most
of, like,
extreme.
Yeah. Like, I guess he's a psychopath or whatever, but you know what I mean. But still doing the. Like, oh, nobody knew. It wasn't like he's just like stewing.
Like I could.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't like JD Vance going to the Vatican and killing the Pope.
Yeah, like maniacally going in with a goal of snuffing out the Pope for.
I'm gonna cough on the Pope, and I haven't been vaccinated, so I'm gonna kill him.
That's probably true. Dude, you know what's crazy about that? It's just like I love the immediacy of it. Like the fact that he met with him and then hours later, not even a full day later.
Yeah.
Like hours after.
6 or 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7 hours later after the Pope met JD Vance, he was like, I can't do this anymore.
Done.
I'm out.
I'm fucking done, dude.
The whole Pope thing is like very interesting for me because I still hate what the Pope is.
Well, it's funny.
As far as popes go, he's a pretty good one.
It's funny, but yeah,
there is a good, has been a good Pope.
He was the woke Pope.
Yeah.
As far as if there's
opposed to Pope Benedict, who was a fucking Nazi.
He was crazy.
The fact that
he was an ex-Nazi is crazy.
And looked like Palpatine. How did you?
Most of them look like Palpatine.
No.
He specifically did look a lot like he. Like the who's the most recent one?
Francis.
Yeah. Pope Francis looked kind of like he looked old, but he didn't look like fucking.
Dude, he didn't have
the
sunken in eyes and that like he didn't have Sith Lord vibes.
Yeah, he didn't cry oil.
We cry sludge. That's wild, dude.
Hey man, I don't know. I'm just calling it as I sees it.
That's crazy.
My prescription needs work, but like, you know.
Do you think JD Vance actually do you think Justkilled Dapope Vance specifically? Yeah, that is his name. That I thought that someone who replied to me made that joke, and I was like, that's really clever. But apparently it had gone viral.
Yeah, there's
already.
a million of those. Like there's I've seen the JD like Jorkin the penis.
Yeah.
Jorkin
the penis Vance. Yeah, so Justkilled Dapope is now his official name, which is title of this episode, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Do you think he legitimately feels like responsible? Do you think there's a part of him where he's like,
I think he's such a little bitch that they were like, don't feel bad. And he was like, okay. And he came his pants.
No, I don't think he's even able to even conceptualize the idea that he might be at fault for anything.
Really?
That's what a lot of them. You know, I don't think that they can perceive themselves as in the wrong.
Yeah, he reminds me of a special case of, because it's clear that he's grifting to the top, right? Yeah. Because before he flamed Trump, he was like, Trump's like the worst person, the demon. He said all those horrible things.
Yeah, you
don't
don't go from saying all the shit that you said about this person, to just completely doing like a 180.
Oh, he's great now. Like how that doesn't.
That would be like if I came on this show. I mean, it's a very different scale, but that would be like if I came on the show and was like, Hasan is amazing.
No, like he's my favorite fucking person.
No, at the most, I'm completely indifferent to this person.
He's my favorite. He's my absolute favorite person.
I think it's really funny how JD Vance's nose is pressed firmly against Trump's pelvis because of how deeply he's thrown his dick. I think that's like really impressive.
That's
like,
why Trump stands that way.
That's why he's doing the tilt, because he's used to JD Vance's head supporting his weight.
You know what's crazy? The image of that is exactly what I had in my mind when you started saying.
That's wild.
It's like JD Vance is like JD Vance is like a pelvic kickstand for him.
Yeah.
He fits perfect. It's like when you do Tetris and there's an L piece facing this way, and then you just slide the box under at the last moment. And he's like, ooh, get ready for my goo, Jadoo.
Ready for it's always just a drop.
Jadoo Vance.
Oh my god. It's just a drop. It's just a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
How do you think he killed him?
I think. Yeah.
I think you remember that Meat Canyon video where he was doing the faces in front of the baby?
Right.
That's the first thing that immediately came to mind for me.
Yeah.
Was that he was like, "Hey, I'm JD Vance. Let me show you something," and then he did all of his little faces, and then the Pope was like, "El Diablo,"
a real demon.
He's not Spanish. I don't know why.
Well,
I think the same way.
How would you say that in Spanish? It's probably the same in Italian, right?
Diablo's probably.
No, I think in Italian it's still El Diablo, but it's El Diablo.
El Diablo, and you put
you have to sing it, and you got to go like this.
He's like, oh, El Diablo.
This one was Italian for sure.
I mean, I assume.
Not all of them have been Italian.
I think they become Italian.
That's the ritual that they have. Yeah.
That's one of the rituals.
They throw like mushrooms at you, a pizza.
Yeah. And then they bake you into a calzone for 12 minutes.
And then you emerge the Pope.
And then you emerge the Pope.
If you survive,
the Pope.
It's like the Grey Warden ritual.
Yeah,
you drink the fucking sludge.
You drink the fucking Italian juices of an Italian, and then you get wrapped in a calzone.
You drink vinaigrette sauce.
Yeah,
you gotta take a gallon of vinaigrette sauce to the stomach. And
they have a warehouse full of cloned Ray Liotas, and they just wring the juices out of him over the Pope.
Hey.
Ow.
Leota was definitely Italian, right?
I don't know. I just assumed because he was
Irish. I guess he plays like Ray. Ray
Liotta plays the main guy in Goodfellas, and so I just assume he's transiently
Italian. But he's not Italian in that movie, though.
Is he not?
No, really, no. He is. He's half. He's a half Italian, half Irish.
I feel like he always plays
he wasn't Jewish. He made a lie to fuck his wife. That's why he said he was Jewish to meet the mom. I remember that.
I don't remember.
The movie's amazing. I saw it recently. It's really, really, really good.
Goodfellas?
Yeah,
I told you.
Lily.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
I think that's his best one. I think that is his best one.
I think so too. It's
between that or Raging Bull for me. Raging Bull I think is amazing too.
I don't know.
You don't like Raging Bull?
I just don't like old white boxers.
Really?
I mean, look at.
Is that what that's about?
Rocky's good. Like the real Rocky.
Rocky's not an old.
The real Rocky is good. Like he was like undefeated heavyweight boxer.
Wait, Rocky's a real person?
Well, not.
Is that based on something?
It's not. That's the thing. It's not actually. It's actually not. It's a separate story, but there is a real Rocky.
The movie's not based on the actual boxer Rocky.
Yeah, I
think his name was Rocky Maldon or something like that, right? The real Rocky's name?
It's Calzone.
That's fucking.
Wait, so there's a real Rocky.
Thanks.
Wait, hold on. So there's
Marciano.
So you're telling me
it's Calzone. I'm sorry.
So you're telling me that there's a real boxer named Rocky.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with the fucking movie Rocky, and the movie Rocky came out after this person existed.
Yes.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yes.
Why?
It's kind of funny how that works out, but apparently there's a lot of dumb Italians in America named Rocky.
That would be like if I made a movie. That would be like if I made
stopped right there. Dumb Italians in America. That's insane.
That would be like if I made a movie called like Jerry Seinfeld about a comedian who has a TV show, and it has nothing to do with the actual Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why would they do that?
So I think it's SEO. I guess SEO. How SEO didn't work back then, did it? Because you didn't. What would you search?
Yeah, there was. I guess like.
But like,
I know what you're trying to like. The concept of it transferred back to then.
Rocky
like, what
Boxer. It immediately piqued people's interest, and then there was probably some people that saw it that were like, "This isn't fucking Rocky Marciano," but then they were like, "Oh, this is still good." You know, like they still liked it.
You don't like white boxers? You don't like white boxers?
I shouldn't say that. It's just there's.
You said it already.
No,
it's already out. This is already out there.
Too late.
No, what I mean is, if I said that specifically and not old, I thought I coupled it with old.
You did say that.
You did say old.
Okay, it is. This is just me. Like I can't even call myself a boxing historian because that'd be a lie. But just the limited amount of knowledge that I know, when I watch them, it's like, it's not beautiful. It's not the sweet science that I love.
I mean, boxing definitely changes in the 80s and 90s into the sport that we have now.
Right, but like, even,
well, no, not even. It's not even. That's not even the same sport, right? That era of boxing and what we have now are not the same thing.
There's
anymore.
some historically, old black boxers that still had a little bit of swagger.
I mean,
like it's just
a
like
lot of
it was
swagger.
almost like some of the whites didn't do that specifically because like, oh, we're not like them, kind of a thing. Until somebody smartened up and like stole everything from them, like whether it be rock and roll, whatever, name whatever it is. Like I want that, but yeah, that's just me being like just looking with my eyes where I'm like, yeah, this person's dominant, but god damn, they're not fun to watch.
You're Dr. Umaring a little bit. You're Umaring a little bit.
A little bit right now. He might catch this clip and be like, I like this nigga, like, but then he hears a second of anything outside of it and he's like, I hate this nigga. Oh, he's married to the whitest white. Like I'm the enemy.
I think about that sometimes too. Like I think about the fact that like, I'm a very black v black guy, and then I know when me and Lily finally have our mistaken child, is gonna come out with fucking blonde hair and some fucking green eyes or something. And I'll be like, oh my
freckles.
god,
He's gonna have freckles,
and it's gonna be because of me. It's gonna be whatever's trapped in my genealogy is gonna go on. I'm like, oh my god, I failed.
It's a spitting image of you, but just fucking blonde and freckles.
It's gonna be like nigga, and I'm gonna be like, stop, please saying that. Stop saying that.
What if that's just how he cries?
Oh, that's beautiful. That's art. Then that's art in its own way.
He's coming out of the womb saying nigga.
He's ready.
Yeah.
The
doctor's
so
like
upset.
plunging him,
Now what a plunger. Just a plunger on my
Yeah.
fucking wife.
Just getting it out, and then it's just nigga,
Got it.
nigga, and he's just like the doctor's just shaking his head. He's so disappointed.
It's like in Harry Potter when they pull those fucking little beat motherfuckers on the ground and they scream.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that scene.
Scream, they come out and they start yelling, and I would just
they had like
slit its little throat and put it back in the ground.
Was it that their screams could kill you, so you had to have like they could like fuck your? I don't remember what it was.
They pierce your ears, like they make your ears bleed.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, another question. Do you think Pope Francis like legitimately thought, or do you think in his heart of hearts that there was him meeting JD Vance was actually part of what made him die so quickly?
I think so. I think there's a non-0%. I think he would have died any day, to be honest.
Sure.
He's fucking ancient, and there was like
really
reports of him
fucked
being
up already.
sick.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying. I think for sure he accelerated it. Like I think for sure, like if he didn't meet JD Vance, I think he would have lived another couple days.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, I do think like meeting him probably was a draining experience. It was just like, what, cut me off early.
Right. I mean, it makes sense.
I have so many jokes layered up for this. Is that they're all just
go ahead.
prejudice.
Well,
they're all just racially prejudiced.
That's
jokes.
when does that stop you before?
Oh, bet. So he pretty much. I'm assuming that he. I don't know if I want to do this. Wait,
He calls attention to these things.
It's my spirit. Me and my spirit are having an argument real quick. One sec. I'm gonna say it anyway.
All right, never mind.
I'm pretty sure he smelled the curry off of JD Vance's wife's cooking. He got hit of it, and he was like,
That could have been
and he died.
That could have been so good if you would have hit us with it. If you blindsided me with that shit,
I know it would have been funny.
That would have been good because
Yeah.
I would have been like, I was watching RR a few days ago.
Again?
So, yeah. Hear that shit.
You've been Indian maxing, bro.
Dude.
You've been Indian maxing.
He is your Indian vaccine.
They got some good shit, man.
Oh, their movies are amazing.
They got some good
Bollywood
shit.
movies are
It's
fucking
the closest to
fantastic.
live action anime that you can get.
Yeah.
RRR especially. Is insane. That thing where he like launches out of the car and hovers. He
And
does
he-
like the fucking
he
Halo 5
hovers.
Destiny. Like what's that armor piece of Destiny that lets you do that? Lets you hover with the fucking gun. I couldn't believe that was.
I just love that.
It's
Like
insane.
it's just like, all right, so probably some popular Indian actors, yada yada, whoever, and then Ray Stevenson, and he's the final boss, and I'm like, what is the Punisher doing in here? Like, why is he? And then he punishes some Indians like
That
really
must be
hard.
And then he punishes them.
Honestly, that must be so fun to just be like a movie star here, or like have like some level of success here, but then to go to a completely different culture that is not aware of you and just do fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Like there are people who probably have completely different, reputations based on like
Other parts of the world.
Like there's probably like Jackie Chan's probably like a country music star in fucking Korea, for all we know. Like, we
Have you
got no
heard some
idea.
of his music?
Who?
Does he make music?
He does.
Jackie
make
Chan?
music. Jackie Chan.
He's a good singer, actually.
What do you mean?
Well,
What does he sing?
It's
No, he's a pretty good singer.
it's serviceable, I would say.
It's fine.
He's not like an unbelievable talent, but he's
well, then there's no point in even pointing it out. Then
I've heard
because he's what you call he sang.
he's not tone deaf, but he's not good.
No, he's good. He is good. I think I consider
You know what
anyone
good means?
You decide. I'll pop up one of his most popular.
You
songs.
decide.
he did the welcome to what you call it
To the jungle.
Welcome to
Beijing.
paradise.
He did welcome to Beijing when they during the Olympics in like
I would
08.
kill to hear fucking Jackie Chan do a cover of Welcome to Paradise. That would be the
Welcome to
dumbest fucking thing possible.
Here, let me see if I can. I'll prime up his chorus because I don't know.
Yeah. Get us copyright strike.
I'm just gonna.
He also sang the Mulan song, the Chinese version of the Mulan song.
I don't know what is it. Oh, is Mulan?
Yeah, it's about right.
I don't remember the name of the show.
I'll Make a Man Out of You. He sung the Chinese
Mulan.
version of it.
That must sound fucking crazy.
No, it sounds good.
Does he sing it in Chinese?
Yeah.
Uncle, let's get down to business.
God damn it.
To defeat the Hans, Uncle. Uncle.
So there's always an uncle.
Did you watch Jackie Chan Adventures growing up? I'm guessing if you say uncle that much.
I mean, who didn't watch it?
I didn't.
Dude, I thought it was like
I was racist
watched
then. I didn't
it a
watch
lot.
it.
I watched it a lot, but it was like a niche show apparently.
Yeah, not
Like
even
nobody
watch
I
it.
knew watched it. They were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "What are you not
So they didn't
talking
know the
about?"
chant, the fucking the.
You mo gwe gwe fight these out. You
No,
mo
they
gwe gwe fight these out.
certainly. Derek,
I thought maybe.
what are the chances are that they didn't know the show, but they knew that hyper specific chant?
Holy shit, I knew the
thought
chant.
That would be like just proxy hearing some dumbass kid saying it. They're like, "What is that?" Maybe they thought it was like.
Oh, it's like that old all your base are belong to us, where like people know that phrase, but like they don't know what the fuck it's
Where
from.
it's from?
Even I don't know what it's from. It's like from the old PS1 game or something.
You mo gwe
It was
gwe
like
fight
for,
Might be
these
NES
out.
actually.
for
I
a
was saying.
while, I would see people use the "always have been."
Oh, the meme, yeah, with the astronaut.
but having no fucking idea where that was from.
Yo, I don't know what it is.
No, what I mean is like oh my god.
No, the two astronauts in space
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
gun.
yeah.
I don't know what the source of that meme is at all.
Actually, I the funny thing is I was scanning my brain and I was like, wait, I know what this is. And then I thought about it, I was like, wait, no, I actually don't know what it is. It actually,
Yeah.
I was going to be like, let me show you the example. And I was like, wait, this is a bad example. But it's a good example, but bad example for what I was trying to do.
How frustrated would you be if you showed somebody like a SpongeBob meme and they were like, "What show is this?"
I would just be a little sad. That's it.
Because I feel like
I was like, how did you
there's
miss
no.
this?
I'd be like, oh, I'm rotating out. Like I'm
And I'm not saying it's like a picture of SpongeBob doing something obvious. I mean, just like any still image from that show is so obviously SpongeBob that it can't really be anything else.
Imagine showing somebody an
You know?
episode when he's like on the corner, like can they show part of his hat in the corner, and they're like, I don't get it.
Part of his hat in the corner. What do you mean?
During a commercial. They did a commercial for the bikini bottom, not for the Krusty Krab. He's like, look, I'm in a commercial. He's it's a part of
the
him
hand
in the
pointing
corner.
at him.
right,
It's
right,
like,
right.
Look, that's me.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's just like it's like this, and they're like, oh, I don't get it. What's all these fishes doing on the picture?
Look, that's JD Vance pointing at the dead Pope. It's like, look, I did that.
Have you seen all the myriads of like photoshops of people theorizing how he did it?
No, I haven't seen those.
There's quite a bit. So there's one that's just on the nose, but I still like it because it's just the Grim Reaper. It looks really good. Like it looks really good. I was like, oh, this is a really good one. There's one where people are showing him like doing poison damage, and then his life is being drained. In
like an Elden Ring, the little meter filling up?
It's like there's
he gave the Pope Scarlet Rot.
That's crazy.
there's a lot of them. A lot of them. Obviously.
Yeah. God bless.
I'm just really happy.
no,
that,
I guess not.
Yeah, I guess not. God bless, right? Do you think because
Yes.
from my interpretation, the Pope is technically blasphemous.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Because
there's no. I could be wrong, but there's no mention of like a pope, right? In the
There's supposed to be no leader of the church other than God. That is supposed to be
Well,
no other.
especially-
but is the
hierarchy.
technicality that he's not technically the leader of the church? I don't know.
I mean-
There's probably
I mean-
some technicality that they
There
show
is
it.
a technicality.
there's
of course,
many
it's
of
them.
technicalities, right? And
There's
loopholes.
It's the whole
There's some sort of like
The whole thing is a
If you think
technicality.
about it,
right. I think that was the whole reason that they started fucking boys, right? They're like, oh, we can't fuck women.
right. It
And
doesn't
they
say
were
anything
like-
about this.
And they're like,
or butt sacks, the whole the
little-
booty boys.
Oh, that one's funny. Yeah, I like that. There's a lot of
I know
loopholes
so
in
many Christian girls that are just anally
Christian or Mormon?
both probably.
Mormon, I think, is
Because Mormons
higher.
are Christians.
Yeah. Yes. True. They're like.
It's true.
They're Christian.
Yeah.
It is true.
Trust me, I know.
I know too.
They're like
I know too.
There's so many.
They're
that
like
are
a Christian
like,
Battlestar Galactica kind of. You know.
They're Christian. They're Christian too. Christian 2, Jewish 3.
Christianity 2, Jewish 3.
Jewish 3.
That is pretty. That's not inaccurate.
Jewish 3. Oh, wait, let me get this Jackie Chan up. My bad.
Yeah. Have you found it?
I'm just trying to get to without us getting copyright claimed. I'm trying to hit the chorus.
He's been on it.
Yeah, it's just.
I know.
God damn.
That's what he puts on.
Stop singing songs in different languages. It scares me.
Hey, let's go.
You don't like different languages songs?
Of course I do.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't. All my music on my.
There's a couple Korean songs and a couple of, like that. There's a Naruto intro that I genuinely love.
There's like 6 I love.
This drop is sick too. Right before the chorus.
Is that Jackie Chan? Okay, well, yeah, that is definitely that is certainly that is certainly entirely fine.
Catching him singing in English is crazy.
I love.
Look how good Freddie Mercury is. Watch him singing in fucking Gaelic, and you're like,
you know what's crazy about that?
Sinners. You guys haven't seen Sinners?
No, of course not.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's a movie. I'm not gonna go.
It's really good, man. I think you guys should sing it. There's a really, really good.
But have something to do with Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan in Sinners would have been crazy. And he's like the only like off the boat Chinese person there. And he's like, oh, what's his? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. He's just like, why are there vampires here? Also, Kata.
I don't know, man.
Kata.
Dude, I want Rush Hour 4. What's going on with that?
I thought it was
Is that actually still happening?
I thought it was supposed to happen.
I know that they've been working. They said that they're working on Last Friday, like a Fourth Friday movie. I don't know.
They should. You know what they should do? They should do like they should do Rush Hour, but they get turned into babies. Or they get turned into kids again, and it's like, I don't know, Rush Minute. I don't know what you would call it, but like it's Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
He said Rush.
You fucking it's Jackie Chan and Christopher Tucker. As
Holy shit,
they get
you
like
suck. You suck. Holy shit.
All right, fine. You want to hear this great premise?
Rush Minute.
I'm trying to think of like a way to diminish it to baby status. Yeah, like
Baby Hour. That would have been better than Rush Minute.
I think Rush Minute's better than Baby Hour, personally.
I think Rush Minute's funnier.
Just pitching that to the producers is so funny. Hear me out.
They hear you out, and then they have somebody like someone's gonna come here in 10 minutes to try to hunt you dead.
No.
So you got to get out of this building really fast.
They shake his hand, and then there's like a prick in there's like a clown like thing, and he shocks him, and then he cooks him until he's a skeleton.
He jokers him. He fucking 1950 Joker murders the guy that gives him that bit.
Yeah. That's how the JD Vance did it.
That's how.
Yeah.
I know how JD Vance killed him.
And it was kind of like a Lincoln thing where he was like the Pope was in pain in bed for hours later before he died.
Terrible.
Isn't that crazy that that's true about Lincoln? Like, he didn't die immediately. He was like, oh. And then he just fucking died in his bed like a loser.
He was like, I shouldn't have freed the blacks, probably.
That's how he died?
Yeah, he died in
pain.
He died
in his bed.
Yeah, he died. He didn't die immediately.
I thought he died because people didn't know how to operate on him.
Some guy immediately shoved their cock in the back of his head, clogging up the wound, and was like, "We gotta get his
cock."
You're thinking of JFK.
He's like, "Quick!"
I thought like
JFK
died on arrival.
They didn't know how. They were so stupid. They didn't know how to put his brain back together. So he died.
Yeah, I imagine that would have been with his brain like out of his head.
Yeah, especially in the 60s.
It's like Civil War. How like
really did he said he died in his bed?
Lincoln, yeah,
he died in his bed. He did
because I've been to DC and I've been to like that. They do that. Well, no. But like they do the tour of like, where the theater and then like where they rushed him over to. And,
right.
It's like, that's the bed that he bled out in and died. And I was like, oh.
So they put him in a bed after he was like
shot in the head,
wounded?
Yeah.
I thought like.
I think there were doctors there trying to help him. Like I think it was a mix of things. I think he was in the bed and then there were doctors trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
I remember since it being in like late 1800s, they like were like, and then they made it worse.
1800s? I thought it was like 93 or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. That's right. Yeah. Lincoln did die.
I don't know history that well.
Yeah.
Or time.
1993, Columbus sailed the Ocean 3 or the.
So
I can't remember the what is it?
Riddles 3.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm pretty sure during JD Vance's meeting of the Pope, he like shook JD Vance's hand. And they were having another conversation. JD Vance like, "Oh, can you say I gotta do something real quick?" He pulls his pants down. He squats. A nice globule cum comes out his ass. So then he fucking moisturizes his face and his hair. And the Pope just was like, "No," and he died right there.
No, he said no.
He's like, "No."
Okay.
That's your theory. That's the one that happened.
I think it's not a theory.
Yeah,
it's not a theory.
It's not a theory.
I have sources. I have sources.
There's actually there's grainy ring camera footage of this happening. Yeah, it's quite unsettling.
Yeah.
But no, I have not seen Sinners yet.
It's good. Watch it.
I don't know, man. It's hard to get me to go to the theater and spend that kind of money.
Right.
You know?
I have the AMC pass
I actually think what they should do actually is like, because nobody's going to the theater anymore. It's all Minecraft stuff. Like they want to go for like the meme moments.
Right.
I think I think they have to recondition people to go to the movies again, even if it's going to cost them in the short term. So like, I think they just got to make movies cheap as fuck again.
Yep.
And they got to be like no more than $10.
Matinee is fucking under $10 again.
Yeah.
Remember that? And then whatever, $10 I'm fine with. I'll even do $12. I'll stop at 12.
12's the maximum. Because I do think at a certain point,
how much is the ticket? The ticket's like what, like $15, $16?
I mean, depending on where you go, like sometimes they're fucking 20.
Yeah, something like 20.
So like
sometimes.
To me, I look at it as like you're not going to convince people to do this unless you like condition them to do this again. And the only way you're going to condition them to do this again is if you make it cheap enough for people to be like, oh yeah, I'll spend like $7-10 on a movie. And then over time, that becomes like a habit that's rebuilt. And it's going to cost you in the short term, but in the long term, I think it would do better for theaters.
I agree. Yeah, you do that and then slowly raise the price up again like a freak.
Yeah. And then do it all over again.
Do it all over. Just keep cycling.
Yeah, just keep cycling.
Yeah.
I have the AMC pass.
It's good. Yeah,
I get to go whenever I choose to, but I usually go to movies like maybe once a month.
I can't even. I usually catch things on streaming.
Yeah,
is how I end up finding it.
It has to be bombastic for me to want to go. Like, there's a reason that I want to see.
Or a bunch of people are like, "Hey, you want to go see this?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure." If there's like an event. When we saw the monkey, that was the only reason I saw that movie in theaters is because everybody was like, "Oh, you want to see the monkey?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." But and it was good. I'm glad I went. But it's also like, you know, I'm not gonna go by my imagine going to that movie by yourself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That movie specifically because it's such a crowd pleasing movie.
There are serious movies that I really want to see that I'm like I'm going by myself.
Yeah, I would have gone to Oppenheimer alone. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
I did want to see it.
I don't want to hear anybody like.
I cheered during the adultery scene and people were mad. I was fucking laughing my ass off.
You did not cheer during the adultery
I
scene.
literally clapped. When I saw Florence Pugh's tits, I fucking clapped. I was like,
you
woo!
Clapped.
And everybody was like, Lulu was like, this is the worst moment to clap, like actually the whole film.
You remind
me. I was like, what? Oh, really?
You remind me when I saw Man of Steel in theater. This was in the dollar theater. And there was an old guy sitting in front of us. And when he breaks Zod's neck, the old guy's the only one start. And then he just stops.
That's awesome.
Old psycho, old crazy man.
That guy's definitely a veteron.
It was great.
He was like, he did what he had to do. Yeah. Finally.
He definitely killed people in Nam and fucking happy about it. He kept their teeth.
I thought it was so funny. He was like, "Oh, I thought this was the crescendo." Like,
I thought everybody was gonna be happy about that.
What the hell's going on?
It's like he screams when the bomb drops in Oppenheimer, and there's like no sound design because it's like yeah, woo, chicken jockey.
People
are bringing their own bombs.
Have you seen the fireworks? The one. They chicken jockey.
I saw a video of some guy doing fireworks.
I know that one is fake.
I saw a video of some doing fireworks and I can really blow his hand off.
In the Minecraft movie? I was about to get taken out on the stretcher.
Wait, hold on. Imagine blowing your hand off in the Minecraft movie, dude. Holy shit.
Well deserved.
I think
beyond
anyone
help
that partakes in that needs to genuinely be put down.
I think there are worse offenses, but that specifically is like the second you bring like literal classified munitions. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
is what fireworks qualify as.
Right. Yeah, I didn't like. I'd say
hands gone. And he's still laughing.
And Jack Black is dancing behind him.
Jack Black's there, right?
Jack Black is dancing on a screen that's 500 feet tall while your hand is gone and you're bleeding out and screaming. Imagine being taunted so effectively.
Here, son, finish the job. And he comes out of the screen and
hands
you a fucking
a pistol to kill yourself.
Pistol jockey.
Pistol jockey.
Hey, you want to die? Put it in your mouth. He puts the pistol in the mouth for you.
Like that, but then he grabs. So he doesn't commit murder. He puts it in your mouth, but then he puts your hand on the pistol.
And then tickles you.
You finish the job.
Then he tickles you, so you shoot yourself in the face.
Do you think they're gonna put out a Jack Black skin for Steve in Minecraft?
They have to.
Like there has to be one.
No. I mean, I don't mean like
literal.
I don't mean like
modded. No, they're
like stylized Steve, where he's like square, but maybe he has like Jack Black's beard and the shirt is like how it is in the movie. I want like an Unreal Engine 5. Like fully rendered Jack Black in Minecraft from here on out. I think that would be awesome.
They would maybe get me to play Minecraft for the first time.
I might reinstall it. I don't know where I have it.
I think that's just on my 360.
It might be on my 360.
That's just on my 360.
Probably.
Bro.
I never played it.
I liked it a lot when I
had
first played
friends who wanted me to play it, and so I did play it with them, and it was fun. It was like anything is fun.
Yeah.
With friends. But like I ran out of, I get it. Like I understand why it's as successful as it is.
Sure.
But there was nothing in it for me.
Huh?
I built my treehouse and I was like, this is cool.
A friend of mine was like building a house and I was like, that's a great house you got there. And I built a bucket and I picked up lava in and I dumped it all over his house and quit and never played the game again.
Cunt.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like I understand griefing is like a bad thing, but it's so like in the grand scheme, it's so whatever. That like the joy, the sheer joy of seeing somebody frustrated that digital things are happening. It's just not. It will never not be funny to me.
I'm a griefer by nature. I play fighting games and shooting games. Like I play competitive games.
I used to be worse.
I grief people. That's what I do.
Paul griefs people too. I don't think he would admit it, but Paul's Kirby when he's playing Kirby and Smash is like the most.
It was Jigglypuff.
Is it? Oh, it's Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, they look. Basically.
When I played Jalen in Smash, when I was actually good at the game, the way I would insult him would be we would just be in the living room, rattling off insults to each other. Just like you're incompetent. You can't even understand how badly I'm beating you. I bet you think you're playing. You're watching. You're watching right now. You're insane.
Your controller's unplugged and there's not even there's not even wires anymore.
I've resorted to the point where I'm just not even here anymore. I'm going through the motions while I beat you.
I'm watching Goodfellas in my head right now as I'm beating you into the ground.
It's just that shit, and then I love it, dude. Like triggering people, like literally in Rivals, the chat's on now. So there are times where I'm playing as Spider-Man, and Spider-Man before the recent update, he is really good at killing flyers. That is like what he does.
Yeah. People in the air.
Yeah. So I would just keep killing this Iron Man. I'd be like, bro, you're gonna get out the way eventually, and I was griefing him the whole time to the point Ben was like, hey, dude. Like chill, like it's you're just making somebody's day.
That is
worse.
the most fun thing to do.
Like
Spider-Man
stop,
in the game,
and he's just like, oh,
yeah.
And then I kept doing it. And I just kept it.
I'm not built for PvP. I don't like doing stuff like that.
I love bothering people.
I just like I don't care that people do it. I just personally don't get into it.
I will say. People. So I managed to get into the alpha for Marathon, and that's PvP exclusive. Oh, there's PvE stuff too, but it's PvP stuff. It's an extraction shooter. Thanks to I think Sorry Miss Jackson, friend of the show or listener of the show, gave it to me. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Sorry Miss Jackson AppSage. Thank you so much for that clutch code because he was like, I'm doing school stuff. I don't have time to play this anyway. So here you go.
Nice.
And dude, it reminded me of that stuff because I was queuing with like other people and I was getting my shit pushed in because it was just random people and I just went in alone and I just took out this like squad of 3 people. And you could tell that they were fucking so upset.
I love it.
It is satisfying. I don't know what it is. There's something about I wasn't like on the mic like screaming at him or anything.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, I do.
Even in card games, I love it when you fuck up someone's play, and then you have a play, you just do something. Like, oh my bad, I'm gonna do.
Dude,
that.
there is something about.
And then they're just mad. That's the point of card games in particular. That's the point of every game. It's to get your opponent off their balance. So once it's to gain the upper hand.
Yeah.
But once they're fucked up, you just keep pushing the advantage.
I think that's literally what the term upper hand comes from.
Yeah.
This card games. But that's why I don't play Mario Party though.
Oh, well, that game is all toxic. That game is all that though.
Yeah, but it's all that and then all luck also.
You were watching everybody play last time we were at everybody's house.
Yeah, of course I was watching.
And watching
I wasn't gonna play it.
No one gets more upset at that game than Lily. You have proof now. You've seen it. How like fucking obscene she gets.
I didn't see that.
Really?
Yeah, no,
she gets incensed in that game. I fucking love it. I love how upset she gets.
Yeah, I don't know.
She screams. And she's like, the veneer of nice disappears, and she's like angry, and I'm like, you fucking suck, dude. I tell her every time that if I beat her, I'm a deporter. I tell her that every time, and she's like, I'm from here. It's like, sure,
I did see
It don't matter anymore. It don't matter what's in her El Salvador.
I did see. Yeah, that's who cares. It doesn't even have to be illegal. Yeah, I mean, now that you mention it, I do remember her reaching into her bag, pulling out a hamster, and then squeezing it until her fingers met her palm.
She squeezed her hand was clean.
That's intense. Anyway, we're getting off on a fucking stupid tangent here. Pope is dead. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to say about it.
Let me spit a verse real quick. Let me put a verse in respect.
What'd you say? Spit
a verse.
You're going to spit a verse out of respect for the Pope.
Not the Pope. Not the Pope.
Wait, what is this about?
My big cousin was a big cousin. He used to put his dick in my mouth. He was my big cousin. My big cousin. I suck up on his dick. He suck up on his asshole. Let the story begin.
Yeah, so we have to talk about this. The second this happened, I knew that like this is gonna be the episode. You know? And then the Pope died. And I was like, oh, okay, so there's two. Kanye West came out with a new song.
Yeah.
Is it called Cousins?
Yes.
So Kanye West comes out with a song called Cousins. You know what? You guys talk about it. I'm gonna find the tweet that he tweeted.
Oh, I got that
where
shit.
he announced it. You have it?
That shit on lock already. Yeah.
Well, can you read it?
Yeah, we'll see.
I think that's the
see.
That's the main. You can hand it to me.
You look it up because I might have to turn my phone on. So maybe.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get there first. Get there first.
Yeah. So yeah, talk about it.
So
brother.
Kanye West, Grammy Award winner, album maker, producer.
Shut the fuck up.
Album maker, producer, fucking born again Nazi has revealed that he was the first person that showed porn to one of his cousins, and in fact would also fillet his cousin until he was 14 years old.
14. Like, the 14 one's kind of wild to me. Because by the time I was 14, full of pubes, wanting to
damn it, it's gone.
Oh, he erased it?
I think so. I think it's only... You know what I mean?
I see.
I don't know if that's Twitter being, broken because it's run by incompetent people now, or if he deleted everything before a certain day.
He might have.
It seems like a manic thing that he might do.
Yeah.
But he basically said, my name is Ye. I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14.
Yeah, he explained it.
And
then the song is
really terrible,
dude. And the visuals, like the quote unquote music video,
is it all AI?
It wasn't AI. It was just a bunch of gay shit.
Oh,
it was like a compilation of hold on. I'm gonna go on the Bad Songs Instagram.
Oh, here we go.
Do you have the picture of the tweet?
Bad Songs of the Day.
It was in the Discord for my Digimon Discord.
So
okay.
Yeah. Wait, let me. So this is the tweet that he announces it with.
Okay.
And I thought it was wild. This sound is called Cousin. It's not a song, by the way. It's a sound. That's very important. He never called it a song in this initial. He said, this is a sound. This sound is called Cousin, about my cousin. Oh. That's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Tweet sent. That's one way to release a single.
That is one way. That is one way to trauma dump. That is one way to, it's like, I understand maybe he talked to a therapist or somebody talking about putting your trauma out in the ether will make you feel a lot better because compartmentalizing is... kills you, essentially. The stress boils up. It leads to tumors and a lot of shit like that. Like, stress can kill you over time. And it's like, hey, man, you need to, get this off your chest. And he took it to the extreme because it's Kanye. Okay, I'll make a song and tell everyone, which is not the way you go about this, typically. You maybe want to tell family, your friends, hey, this happened.
Maybe don't tell anybody, actually. Maybe leave it in. Maybe I don't want to know. Maybe I don't want to hear about this.
Let's say like say for example, if this guy had a lot of trauma, maybe he would tell like Lily, and maybe he would tell Kingston's dad. You know, maybe he'd like tell.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't get on this podcast and then tell everybody.
I have no trauma at all, bro.
So you're saying it's
you do.
So you're saying it's
I don't.
weird.
I'm chilling.
Wait, hold on. You're definitely traumatized. You think
What do you mean?
I've laughed at some of your trauma before. So.
Yeah.
I've moved on by it. This shit is gone.
You did not move on because you were slightly offended that I left.
I was offended at the time, not the laughter. I laughed at it too, but the fact you're like,
You left because I laughed.
oh my god, whatever, you were violated. I get it.
oh my fucking. This is what it is.
He's gonna make a song called what do you call it?
Yeah, what's your song called?
Fuckins?
What you call it? Sucking and fucking in the classroom.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Here's some of the imagery. He shows that fucking commercial. This British guy selling faggots.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
So like this
We've
is
talked
part
about
of-
that commercial before.
Yes, we have. I think I might have played it on here. And this is some of the imagery of it. It's just showing that guy advertising the faggots, and I'm like, dude, this is what he dropped.
Yeah. But so what you're saying is, if you're going through a hard time with personal situations,
Yeah.
and personal issues with people that you're close to, it's not a great idea to make that a public thing for everybody to witness.
Well, not really. I love like saying stupid, obvious shit like this. It just feels so dumb. It feels so dumb. It's like, hey, Kanye.
Let me make this everyone's problem.
What a fucking. Like,
It's such a crazy thing. I don't know. Like, part of me doesn't even believe that it's real because it's so fucking. I don't even understand. Like, what does that even mean? Like, he also says like a 6-year-old cousin. Is that what he says in the thing? How old was he at the time?
So, from what I've heard people. There was some clarification that he was the same age.
Okay, I mean, good.
Like it did.
I guess at least.
That's what it's like. Well,
Jesus Christ.
it's a look. I don't think that the interesting thing about this situation is that this is actually fairly common when young kids find porn and then they act out scenes. And they're separated from the sexual nature of it because they don't necessarily know what they're doing.
Right.
But it's kind of nuts to stop it at 14. Like
14 is.
you are well aware what you're doing at that point, and you just kind of were like, "This rules."
Yeah.
I'm having a great time with my cousin.
Yeah, dude. I was eating out at 14, and I very much understood.
Yes.
What I was doing. There was no like.
That's high school. That's
There was-
freshman year.
Right.
So this guy got to high school and was like, maybe I should stop sucking my cousin's dick.
He was like, I think the jocks are gonna make fun of me if they find out that I suck my cousin's dick.
With his pink polo on. With his pink polo on. He was like,
What happened, man? We used to be so close. You want to suck my dick no more?
You know what? So yeah, and he got so mad that he killed a pregnant woman, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Fucking
as
dumb
one
pregnant
would.
bitch.
Any one of us in this same situation would kill a pregnant
Right.
woman.
So
You know,
mad. Yeah.
it's so unfair of us to judge this guy.
I
idea.
do believe this though. Why I believe it is because this is the type of stuff that makes people manic. This is the exact type of stuff that fucks people.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
there's so many people when we talked about like nurturing, how people are empty vessels and then they have some sort of trauma that leads them down some insane path.
Yeah.
Like some people have more of a tendency because of whatever reason, but it's usually you can almost always point it to something. A lot of times people compartmentalize and be like, I forgot this happened to me.
Oh, totally, yeah.
And it's like, oh, well,
That's
that
scary when
explains
that shit
it.
happens.
It is scary because I think about that too. I had a dream.
I don't know if I have anything like that, and it scares me that I might have
didn't-
something
Well,
see, like,
that.
you wouldn't
think I
really
did.
know.
Exactly.
I didn't think I did until I went to like this EMDR therapy thing, which is like a very specific. It's like I don't even want to get into
That's
it
gay
specifically
as
what
fuck,
it is.
but whatever.
But like I remembered shit, and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." I've retroactively, I guess, lied in some sense because like if anybody asked if that had ever gone through something like that, I'd be like, "No." But I was like, "Oh shit, that's wild."
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
it's-
if I have. It scares me so much. Just
What's
like
the
there's
thing?
parts of your memory that are just hidden
You
from
wouldn't
you.
necessarily know.
Yeah, like I don't think I.
It's suppressed.
Because
I had a dream.
I really have no. I'm scared. I'm just scared of that. I'm like, what the fuck?
It is weird. The thing
What
about
happened
it,
to me?
The thing about it too is that like I don't know if it necessarily helps to know either. I don't know.
Your
quite.
brain is absolutely protecting you. It could be a detriment to know. Absolutely, it could be
possible. Yeah,
it could be. It could be.
like, dude, I remembered. I remember. This is going to be really personal, but like, I remembered like when I got my Xbox for the first time.
Yeah.
I got home with it, and I was setting it up, and then we immediately had to go on vacation, and I couldn't play it for like 2 days.
Yeah, and then you did what?
No, that was it.
Oh,
it was really traumatic.
damn! I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, I don't.
Are you okay?
Are
you okay now though? Is that
I don't
that's
give a
the
fuck. I hope
important
I think
still
I'm
hurts.
still wrestling with it.
I hope that still hurts. I hope that still hurts. Fuck you.
It's fucking you, the best therapist ever.
All right, well,
Let it hurt more. Absorb. Lay in a hurt.
See you tomorrow.
That's so mean spirited.
Yeah, entirely.
Let's think if I walked into your apartment dressed as your dead dog from like your childhood,
I'd be like, whoa, that's crazy.
but it's
Where'd
like
you
your
find
real.
it?
It's your real dog. Like I dug it up.
I'm like, whoa,
That's
you're wearing
so
bones.
fucking
That's
nuts.
insane.
No. It's preserved somehow.
That wouldn't even bother me. I would just be like, oh, you're really
That
crazy.
wouldn't bother you.
no.
I don't think it would.
Yes, it
You're
would.
such a.
I think it would frighten me more than it would be
does
like.
this-
yeah.
I think I'd be like more like, yo, what are you doing? Than like, oh my god, I'm crap. Like, yo, you're wearing a dead dog. That's nuts.
To me, it
also,
would be-
you found this dog on fucking Grant Avenue in the Bronx.
That's what
that
I'm
was
saying.
buried behind a park. That's crazy.
Guys, X marks the spot. He just gave you the
Go get
details.
it.
Go
Go
dig
get
up
it.
that dog.
Go get my.
Go dig up that
get
dog
it.
and send it to us in.
Hey, look.
send it to us.
Go find Dutch's.
Send it skull to us in the mail.
Hold on. Maybe we should. Maybe we. Oh God,
No,
damn
we
it!
gotta talk about
I was gonna say there's.
that was a joke.
It was a funny joke. It's a funny joke. It's don't send skulls in the mail.
Don't send skulls in the mail. It's
Please
psychotic.
Don't do it. It's
I'd rather. I'm not gonna say that. That's crazy.
I want to say this though. I learned something interesting because I was like, when I heard about that, I was like, what the fuck? And apparently, there's just an official website designated like human parts, like you can buy. So it's all marked and it's all
That's so
like,
wild.
and it's like, so obviously people do it usually for medical purposes.
Yeah, like
science stuff.
like to
It's-
have
yeah.
like a real skeleton in like a
Yeah,
science
so-
classroom or something.
So it came in a prestigious, nice, beautiful box, and I was just like, someone went out of their way to be like that, and then paid.
That
for
is
it
actually
and sent-
fucking
I'm like,
psychotic.
dude.
I want a human skull. That's cool. I feel like
My dad had one.
Of course he did.
Ooh,
He did have
Probably
it.
a 17-year-old.
Viet Cong.
No, he got it from the school because it's like
yeah,
he's
that's
a
what he told
security
you.
guard. I was there when he got. Like it wasn't like he found. It wasn't
I
like he
almost
ripped
said
it.
something
It wasn't like he
crazy.
ripped it out of a person's head.
Yeah, he ripped it out of a dude. We know what your dad did.
Do you
crazy.
think different races of people? Never mind.
Stop.
Anyway.
Yeah, stop. But yeah, I know. I've seen your dad do his work. He was very good at what he did.
I've seen your dad.
I've
do
seen
his
his
work.
I've seen his body count and I've seen
so
his trophies. And he
Yeah.
did a fake. He paid your teacher money to be like, "Hey, I need to convince my son that this isn't a 17-year-old
Such an irresponsible use of
Vietnamese
money for a father.
kid. I need to convince him that this isn't a little Asian boy from Vietnam."
How much money did that cost? Like how much? How much did he drain my college fund for that?
So I imagine. Well, so here's the thing. I imagine teachers are easily bought because they get paid so little.
right. So like $15 on
So
a Chili's
he
gift
was
card.
just like, "Hey man,
Like $8.
I'll give you like I'll put you on my Costco membership." And,
That's crazy.
And then he was like, "Oh,
that's actually
shit.
kind of worth something.
That'll save me a lot of money."
That's good. Man, I'm gonna start buying in bulk. Actually, I was just thinking about this with my wife. Yeah, here you go. Here's a skull.
And then he's like, "All right, skull." Just we walked in. You guys did the whole thing. Hey, I'm in the mood for a skull. And then the teacher was just like, "I happen to have a skull." And then he forgot to take off like one of the little bit of skin that clearly showed that it was a little Asian boy. But he just like brushed it off real quick.
Little serial number that designates.
Yeah, a little.
That's on all of them.
He's like, "I will take this," and it's so it's such an obviously fake transaction. But you believe your dad. Your dad's your hero when you're growing up.
Sure.
So he's just like, "Yeah, Dad, that's a cool skull from that you got from school." And then he's like, "Yes, son, I will see you never."
Yo, can I say something?
Again.
Can I say something? Look,
Thank you, transaction completed.
Can I say something
And
about
then he went home.
this?
I saw it.
Can I say something about this?
Yeah.
It's fucked up that it happened, but like I was low key kind of. I'm not saying I want a skull,
Yeah.
but like they're kind. I don't know, man. This is kind of cool.
I don't want a human skull. I like skull. Like say, there's certain animals that I'm like predators. You're like, holy shit. Or
like an alligator skull.
An elephant looks like a cyclops because of the since the
because of the that's right.
People thought the elephant skulls were cyclops way back in the day. They're like, what the fuck? Because that's just how it looks.
That's so cool. That's a cool idea though.
These motherfuckers built societies.
I mean, it's like
shit like that.
It's not hard to build this. Ants build societies.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not difficult.
It's a good point. So it's but it's again though, that skull shit. I was just hoping that it kind of. I saw that video that I saw that video that Ethan made, right? And he talked about that. And the one thing that kind of saddened me was in the video he said, I was like, I so agree with you when you said that this is way past like the point of like petty drama or something. I'm like, yes, I agree. Please stop talking about this. Do you think the insane people are gonna stop seeing?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like I think it exacerbates it the way he talks about it, and it's just like you gotta. You're gonna get way more skulls now.
The people found that you can buy them online for like I think it was like $1,000, and I was like, these people
they're gonna crowdfund that. They're gonna GoFundMe. Send skulls to Ethan's house. .com.
I swear to God, they're gonna fuck with them harder. This has been my argument that I'm like, please, stop,
this is, and I understand like people are like, oh, it's victim blame. It's like at a certain point, sure,
yes,
like yeah,
like what do you
like you don't. I don't know, man. Like it's one of the earliest rules of the internet is like you don't tell everybody what bothers you, right?
Right.
It's like because they're going to be inclined to zero in on that and then do it to get a rise out of you.
Yes.
And like
that's their trophy.
That's the whole point of all of this.
Yeah. And
it's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
When people be like, "Oh, you're victim blaming," I was like, "Well, first of all, like you said, yes, and number two, I was just like, who started it though? Who? I'm sorry, no, and I mean this. Who started the whole thing? These people were saying mean things like they do on the internet, and then he's doing everything he can to get them taken down to the point where he's threatening." Doxing, being like, hey, give up your people and I won't fuck with you and sue you, wanting people's doxes.
I saw a video of him talking too on the podcast about like, I talked to some guy at Reddit and they were like, they're not going to do anything about the Snark thing because he says that our community does the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is how corrupt it is over there. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I think that's kind of the obvious reality of the situation is that you're both kind of doing these things.
The objective position, if you have no stake in this, you're looking at this like your communities are toxic and they're fucking with each other. I made a video because I was busy, but then like I kind of snapped a little bit to where I even did something that I've never done before. I contacted iDubbbz. And I was sending voice messages because I was just mad about this specific subject. But he was just kind of like, I was like, sorry, I don't normally do that. That's weird. But he was like, yeah, no, it's cool, preach, brother. Like, because I was just mad and I made a video.
Right.
And then, like, so we were talking. I just, whatever. People reached out to me. They were like, they really liked the video because all it was just focusing on was just Ethan's behavior. I'm like, I just want to show people that no one that is defending him is talking about this crazy shit. And I think it's destroying him. Because they're not like being like, hey man, I have your back, but please, for the love of God, look what you're doing.
The thing too is like,
for the love of God.
You know what popped up in my algorithm recently?
What happened?
As a result of all this is like their old videos together, the two videos that they did together.
Yeah.
The colorblind one.
Oh, that was good. The Logan Paul thing?
Yeah, the Logan Paul colorblind one. And the 1,000-degree knife thing where like they were just cutting shit in their house and then it filled with smoke.
Right.
And I was watching it, I was like, this is still very good content.
Right.
Like this is very fun to watch. And this is a lot better than whining about whatever it is they're fucking whining about. I don't know. I come from a weird angle because I just like, I'm friends with Ian and Isa, obviously. I don't talk to them all the time or anything.
Yeah.
But I also generally, I like Ethan and Hila way more than I like Hasan as a person. So like, I'm just kind of like literally just sitting here looking at all this shit going on. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to make of any of this shit. But what's clear to me is that like, if you just stop, if you make your show about literally anything else, maybe the fun stuff that it used to be, that people like in the first place,
right?
This might subside very quickly.
Many people have been trying to convince him of that, and I I think it's up to his producers. I think it's up to his producers.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. You couldn't convince me to turn this show into a soapbox about a personal vendetta that I was having.
No.
Definitely for maybe one episode I might touch on it. But the idea of like maintaining it daily for weeks, for years at this point, it feels like, I don't know. I just finally like ended up muting both of their names on my Twitter because I'm just like, I don't care at this point. Like as far as I'm concerned, it's just exacerbated by the both of you just talking past each other and just like refusing to have a conversation like fucking adults, either of you.
The interesting, well, actually, it's not even either. It's just Ethan.
Well, yeah, Ethan.
Hasan has said this is me being, now that I'm invested in it, I'm like, I need to like watch what these people are doing, both of them. Like actually now I'm actually like paying attention. But it was the opposite.
Yeah,
the opposite, I was like, I don't care, this is dumb. And now I got into a point where some of the stuff I was hearing, I'm like, this is so crazy. I'm actually like, I mentioned on the video I made. There was, you probably heard about Taxstone. Yeah, the Taxstone versus Troy Ave. This is like a hip hop beef, right? And like New York shit. The way it was, Taxstone has the best crash show you'll ever see in your life.
What is
this guy? Because he was like a professional hater. He would talk so much shit online. He would text people tweet hundreds of times, just talking shit out of nowhere. And it got to the point, it got so bad that this dude Taxstone at an event that Troy Ave was at, he showed up with a gun, and like some people got shot. Like it got to a point where Taxstone is in prison, but he just from being like harassing. It was literally online harassing. That's what he did. He loved doing it. It was so fun to him. And there's multiple videos made about this. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And so this is how I've become to where I'm actually fascinated by what Ethan's been doing. And I started seeing Hasan say two major things that he keeps repeating. It's like, A, if Ethan stopped doing the he says Hasbra, but like just Israel Zionist talking points, I wouldn't even care if he kept slandering me. I don't care about the personal attacks at all. It is pointless. He just wants him to stop, brainwashing people into thinking that, the genocide's okay because the propaganda, because it's unfortunate that's what's happening, that he's repeating a bunch of talking points that like the IDF and like now in their administration release.
Sure,
it's an unfortunate thing that he doesn't.
It's weird, especially because he says, and I do believe him on a level where he's just like, like he doesn't believe it. Like he criticizes Israel like a lot, or he used to, more regularly. So like I know, I don't know. It's just a very strange.
Something is happening right now that he's like having this weird cognitive dissonance moment, because he still says like I'm an avid supporter of the Palestinians, but right now he's not doing them any favors. But he doesn't. It's like he doesn't know that. Like he thinks his video that he released on Hasan is ironclad. I heard him say that.
Oh, the content nuke.
The content nuke.
Yeah, the nuke was not. I actually thought the more recent calm thing that he did was actually a lot more compelling to me.
It probably was.
It was more because like when he brought up like you probably shouldn't hold like a swastika sword next to the Palestinian flag. Not even just for the sake of just not putting those things together.
To me, that's probably true.
Sword the
I don't.
Bankai?
What?
The Bankai,
that shit's stupid to me, because it's first of all,
that's not the symbol.
It's not even.
I know, but like,
but that's the whole point of even thinking that's like.
No, but that was his point. Was that it's just like it doesn't matter necessarily. The point is just like it's best to avoid that entirely.
But
which I do agree with. That makes sense.
I don't think anybody brought it up other than him and his fucking fans. Avoid what? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like telling somebody, "Hey, you should have avoided this" when nobody else was talking about it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have to say the obvious thing.
I can agree with
you saw
that
the content. Wait, you saw the content cop?
The content cop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any words or thoughts about seeing that sword?
The sword?
Yes.
Me? I don't give a shit.
That's my point.
But I don't give a shit about this in the first place.
Your position. No one caught that other than the people scanning it, which was his fucking fans. And now they're being like, this should have been an avoidable thing. I'm like, bro, it was. You are the only one focusing on it.
Right.
So saying that is fucking pointless. He's acting like that's the major position that people are like, oh my God.
I don't think it's a major position.
Do you see IDubbbz a position at all? Excuse my language. A position at all, like as if anybody was saying like, oh my God, do you see that fucking reverse Hindu fucking swastika? Did you?
No,
oh my
I mean
God.
I've seen some
did you see
streamer
that
like
hilt?
I've seen some commentary people who were like more coming up. They're like this bald guy with a beard who's kind of like making a name for himself now. Who brought it up? It's not like it's not what happened.
That's I
It's not just like this phantom point. Like
I think-
other people are making it. I think it's a dumb point to make too.
I think
it's
this is
but,
gay and
like,
stupid.
you know what I think it
and
is?
they should just fuck on live camera so I can see them fuck.
I think the whole thing is
want
fucking
them
gay and
to.
stupid.
I
This-
want
this fuck. This
It's
fuck
all,
in front
it's
of me.
all
I'm
fake
done.
and gay. Look, it is clearly
It's all fake and gay.
Look,
Fuck in front of
it's
me.
all fake and gay and stupid. But like I said, the reason I'm invested in this at all is because there's people that are treating it like, say, when they say like, oh, Republicans and Democrats are the same, when it's like, no, there's nuance. And so this is when I get interested, where I'm like, yeah, they both have their obvious problems, but one is doing something infinitely worse right now. And we can talk about, we can discuss it, because I think like nuance is kind of important, and it's interesting to me. It may not be interesting to a lot of people, and I'm not trying to convince people to be interested into it. Like, it's whatever. It's just I'm just like letting you guys know, I'm like, oh, this is what I've discovered, and the reason I got interested in it was mainly like the doxing stuff. Him publicly trying to threaten and dox people, Ethan. I was just like, nobody's doing anything like that. Hasan or any of his orbiters or anything. They're not doxing fucking people.
Yeah,
like,
one thing I know for sure is that like Denims and those people are not doxing people.
they're not doing anything. Like, I even checked out.
I know
like,
that firsthand. Like that's
the
just
stuff
that's just not happening.
they were even being accused of. I started like spending some time looking into the shit that was being said, and even this, it's very. I'm not going to get into it because it's very nuanced. But like just surface level, they're like, oh, Frogan said, hope the soldiers get PTSD. Well, watching the clip in context, she was like, the soldiers that regret what they do, which many have, I know some actually, that go over there like, oh, we were used and stuff, and then they become like activists and stuff. There's a guy that I used to think was cool, and then he went insane, named Adam Kokesh, where he was just like, oh, he brought a gun to DC to be like, what, you can't bring guns to DC, and he loaded like a gun, and he went to prison. But like he was like an activist that like I was an ex like army person.
That's crazy.
And they're treating us like, and then he slowly got crazier, started associating with libertarianism, got crazier, and I'm like, oh gosh, okay. But point being, hold on. It's just like, she has no problems with people that are like, they understand that like, oh, we clearly are being lied to. You know, the VAs aren't doing stuff for us, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But for the ones that are still like rah, like killing brown people, they're like, I hope they get PTSD. I don't disagree. I absolutely don't disagree. I think people who relish in killing people over there and they're like, I still love what I do. Why would I feel like a Chris Kyle? Remember Chris Kyle?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't feel bad
American
for that
Sniper.
fucking guy. Didn't he get killed like at a range or something? Someone accidentally killed him or something?
I don't
what happened?
remember. I think
That's crazy.
Something happened?
That is poetry.
So what happened was like he was
I
he was at a gun range.
Yeah.
And then like I think somebody I think it was like an accidental discharge.
Yeah.
Where he shot his entire pelvis off. And so like it was just
He just did watch this cool trick and he
God
blew
damn it,
his own pelvis off.
You're so convincing, bro. I was like, oh, I'm gonna learn what happened because I actually forgot.
you just did, yeah.
Excuse me.
For me, long story short, I feel like it's becoming too political and it's becoming too divisive. Where it's like, I think drama is funny, but my big problem is that I don't like. I know iDubbbz. I don't know him super well. I'm more friendly with Anissa. The same way with you. You. I'm more friends with Anissa. I think she's only ever been cool in my interactions with her. Okay. She's only ever been like a sensible person. I think the moment that this turned into like people, because it turned into the same shit that like the fucking whole MAGA bushes, or people stand by these personalities and they feel like they're validated or invalidated by it. I think Ethan is tripping out. I think it's kind of sad to see because he's someone I respected for a while on the internet.
Sure.
But I think at the same time, once like sending the skull to his house is like the most like this needs to stop moment immediately. Like that's like quit it. Enough. This on every side. Stop. Like that's when like the proverbial bomb goes off and everybody's like, hey, maybe we should probably chill right now.
Yeah, do you think that because he didn't bring it up specifically.
He didn't bring it up, but
which I think is smart because I think, but that kind of shows, right?
Yes.
That he understands on some level that
yes.
like, oh, if I draw attention to this, it's going to continue it.
And that's why.
And then the content cop came out and then he was like, well, now I have to like justify this. And I don't even think it's that bad of a justification. I think I probably would be flipping the fuck out too if I got like a skull sent to my house and then like
mind.
I'd probably trip. But like
I wouldn't.
I
would not mention it at all.
I would. Yeah, that's
It's
kind of.
just-
If anything, what I would do, genuinely, this is me talking.
Yeah.
I would I would probably like after that I'd reach out to Ian or like any of the people talking
like silently.
Even just the people that like I know kind of. Maybe not. I wouldn't reach out to Denims or anything. You know what I mean? If I was him.
Yeah.
But I'd reach out to Ian and be like, listen, you might not understand the breadth of what's going on internally. And so here's one example or something, right? But instead, it's just kind of like.
I mean, but if that was the case,
because this you're gonna get more skulls.
Look, he's gonna get fucked with more.
He's gonna get fucked with way more. Way more.
That was the case, right? Right? You reached out. He could have done that to Hasan a long time ago. It would never got to this point.
That's true. I know, but that's what I'm saying too. Is that like it's ultimately
like that's what I would have done.
That was one of the main points that I kept forgetting to say. Is leading to that is that Hasan has been saying the entire time, and here's the timeline. Here's the real timeline. Like, look, okay, Hasan was like defending. A lot of people were saying, "Hey, Ethan sucks hard right now. You should talk shit about him, call him out." Hasan for like a year was like, "No, I don't care. Like, Ethan is fine. He's my friend. I don't care. I'm gonna focus on what's happening over there. I don't care." And then it got to a point where Hasan's he keeps saying it's Hasan's fans. But it's more of the H3 Snark people because he's been fucking with these people, constantly trying to dox them and take them and destroy their lives. Putting in his story like, I can't wait to dox you guys. I can't wait to show you what all your families have been up to. Like he's threatening these people. He's doing all this crazy shit. So these people are crazy. They're terminally online like him, and they're fucking with them. And he's saying, "Oh, it's Hasan's fans," and Hasan's fans are like, "Whoa, we're not doing anything." I'm sure they're talking shit because that's what everybody does, but they're not going out of their way sending him skulls or. He was saying, "Oh, it might be this guy Bad Empanada. Like this guy Bad Empanada. I mentioned him on a podcast on one of the podcasts before. He's just like some asshole. He's a streamer asshole that likes to. He sees Ethan Klein crashing out, so he's like, "Oh yeah, I paid iDubbbz to do the content. He's like one of those guys. And like Ethan's going crazy, so he probably believes it or something. But he's being one of these people. But like, point being, Hasan got involved fairly late by responding to Ethan at all, and then he keeps saying, "Hey man. I'm willing to talk to you in private or on stream. We can watch your content nuke together and we can go through it piece by piece." He keeps saying that. And then Ethan's like, "No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it." And it's like, well, then what exactly do you want? And well, what he wants, he said in the content nuke. He wants him deplatformed and he wants him to be treated the way that Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes is. That's what he opens up with in the fucking thing. So like he has a specific vendetta. He has a crusade.
Yeah.
And it's not going well. And I think unfortunately with the content cop thing, right? iDubbbz got involved because Ethan started saying some stuff publicly, and then Ian offered, "Hey, let's talk about this." And he said, "No, you need to publicly denounce Hasan and all these people first in order for us to have a conversation." And then Ian was like, "What the fuck? That's not how friends work. Well, like, let's just talk." And that's what led to this thing. And then, of course, seeing the success of the content cop video got him upset enough to where it's like, I can now have to release the skull information. But I'm just like, bro, anybody, we all sit here right now understanding that was the worst thing he could have done. Especially people finding out, these terminally online people, it's how I found out, that is from a specific website. I can't remember what it's called. I remember I was like Skulls Are Us or something. It's something stupid. It's something.
Skulls Are Us is wild.
It's something as stupid as that. It's something like it's something stupid, whatever it is. Yeah. And you can just buy the shit, and then it's like a gift. And I'm like, oh, so it's even easier. It wasn't like somebody collected some shit or stole some stuff, and then it was just a very easy. And I'm like, so.
Well, no, that is a crazy thing to do, though.
No, it's not that it's not crazy. I'm not saying that. That's not my point.
Yeah.
It's easy.
You have to understand. I'm getting ahead of what people are going to say. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate that. No, you can absolutely do that because even though
there's a lot of people who think you're just running defense for Hasan.
I know. I know they're stupid people. Like I recognize,
which is frustrating for me too because it's just like, dude, it's not.
They say, "Oh, you're running defense for Hasan." I'm like, this has nothing to do. This is just objectivity. I'm telling you what Hasan has said, what has Ethan said, what Hasan has done, and what Ethan has done. And when you compare the two, who is doing insane shit and who's not? Hasan is being Hasan. He's been Hasan. He's doing the same dumb shit, whatever the fuck he does. He's the same broy guy that's like,
that's
whatever.
That's the thing. That's a key element to me is that like the dumb shit that Hasan is doing is the dumb shit that he's been doing forever.
Always.
To the point where like you knew about that dumb shit when you worked with it. Like none of it was new.
None of it.
So like that's to me is just like
a lot of the stupid sword years ago too.
Yeah.
By the way.
Well,
he bought that sword years ago. He's known about it.
See, I don't know if that's true.
That's absolutely true.
It's just a sword from Bleed.
I mean, the sword means nothing to me.
No, it doesn't mean that, but it is absolutely true. Like Hasan shows on stream, he live streamed him going to the Anime Expo and buying it.
Yeah,
and then he watched it again recently. But this is what I'm talking about. Nobody knows anything about this stuff, but then they have opinions.
And they shouldn't.
So I'm
to be fair,
you don't need to. But I'm saying if you have an opinion, maybe look into it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, 100%.
If you have an opinion, if you're like, I couldn't care less, I'm like, good for you. It's like I was talking to my homies. Like we're like gearing up to do like a podcast on the side, and I'm like, have you heard about it? And he's like, no, and I'm like, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. like I'm jealous a little bit actually. But now I'm a little bit invested. Now I'm trying to cover my bases when I talk about this and say, oh, you're running defense for Hasan. I'm like, dude, if Hasan got shot, I'd be like, oh, it sucks. That's the most I can grant it. Like, oh, that sucks. It's not even like saying good or, oh no, I'm sad. It's more of a like,
oh, okay.
Damn, that's crazy that dude got fucking shot.
Yeah.
But like, I don't have a connection to him like that. I've talked to him for a minute. That is the most I've ever talked to him before.
Where, like Creator Clash or something?
Yeah, and all I said was, literally, I complimented the, what is it called? Leftovers podcast. I said, hey, man, I was like, because really, and this is how most people consume Hasan, I've only seen you out of context and with you rage quitting video games. So I thought
leave.
So I thought you were a complete clown. Like, but now seeing him in a setting that was like an hour or two, whatever the podcast was, and I would catch a few of the episodes, and I'm like, oh, he knows way more about geopolitics than I thought. And there was a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, okay. I've seen him in the wrong light for quite some time. And unfortunately, it continues to happen because people, and I'm telling you, some of the stuff is taken out of context in the same way if you would do the I'm Tom Sweeney and I hate the gays. Where that
that Frogan clip specifically was the one that I thought of.
So it's
the PTSD thing.
Yeah, and it's
like if you watch that whole clip, I mean, she's being a dick.
She is,
but like it's not.
She is a dick.
She is.
Yeah,
she's a jerk.
Even Hasan's like, oh, she's really rude. She's loud. Like he's like Frogan's her friend, but she's rude and loud and this. And it's like he's.
But even the fact that there is a clarification that it's like the people who like relish it. It's like, yeah, fuck those people. And it's like, oh well, okay. That becomes like a. I mean, to be fair, to me, none of this shit matters. Like, there's such a high ceiling. Like, to offend me is like really intense.
Right.
Like, I can't even. I almost can't even tell you how to do it because I wouldn't even know what it would require. I
just hate the parasocial aspect to it because where people are just like, oh, you're running defense. I'm like, no, this is not how it was like back in the day where there was a lot of people making shit up about Donald Trump in like 2016 election. And I'm like, why? Why are you making shit up?
Like when the koi pond thing I think about all the time.
They're just saying shit that wasn't true.
That was so stupid.
Oh, he's overfeeding the fish. Like, shut the fuck up. There's so much stuff you can already say about him.
Yeah.
Why are you inventing shit? And so I feel the same way about this situation where I'm like, it is objective that Ethan's going crazy. Anybody can see who's being honest. Fucking anybody. You can see that he's doxing, doing things online that would normally get you banned from your platform, but you know he's too big to fail, as they say. So he's not going to get banned. Whatever, that's fine. I don't care. I don't need him banned. But it's just like, hey, we know this guy. We care about this guy. We wish he would stop. He's doing things that's exacerbating his harassment. We understand this, and people should also be on the side of we care about him, so he should chill. If you're not on that, I don't know. Then you must be on the side.
Well, the thing is, it's just being exacerbated by the audience.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's ultimately like the audience will egg you on in your worst instincts.
Exactly.
He has a members only chat in his live stream, and they are so on his side with everything and not giving him the criticism that he needs. But ultimately, I keep going to Dan. Dan's the guy that like I used a clip of them accidentally doxing the wrong person a couple of years ago. They do this shit all the time.
Do they do that?
Yes. Like they were doxing somebody. Olivia was this girl that was working there, and she's like, I know the guy. It's this guy. And then they got the wrong guy. So 2 hours later, during the same stream, Dan comes back and, I have some bad news. Like, yeah,
we doxed somebody.
We doxed the wrong guy. And of course, our fans were attacking him already, even though we said not to. And Dan's like, but you already know people that listen to us don't fucking listen to when we say don't attack them, because that's how the simps work. That's how the parasocial
that's how
people
all
work.
this shit works.
It all works. The
Yeah.
court, you say don't do it, they do it anyway. And so he knows this. Dan got upset. They were embarrassed. Learned nothing. And then it's like, it makes me mad because Dan is aware of this. And then Dan is, here we are. And then Dan also contributes to like, that Noah Samson makes a video about Ethan and all those commentary commuters saying they backed the genocide. And there's Dan like, I got some information that he might have done something really fucked up to his ex. And then Ethan's all giddy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it turns out to be nothing. He was like a bad boyfriend or something.
He was like a sleaze fuckboy guy.
It was that. Oh no, look at him. Of course. I was like, I'm sorry. He had the mullet and the mustache. You expect me to believe this guy was not like doing like a lot of sexcapades?
I feel like
that's a look to fuck. That is a fuck look. That's a fuck boy look.
That's a fuck look.
That is a look that you want to get pussy.
That guy side-eyed me at a party once.
Why?
I don't know. He probably clearly doesn't. I mean, if he's aware of me at all, there's no
he's
shot.
Like, he's the anti-SJW guy.
I think this shit is gay and boring. I don't want to talk about it no more.
I whole fucking heartedly agree.
I'm so sorry. I've been trying. I understand your speech because it is important, and I think the nature of the situation requires it to be spoken about. But it's so not even entertaining. It's just
I agree.
I disagree that it's not entertaining.
I think it's super entertaining.
I think being linked to it, you were like kind of pretending it's not entertaining because you don't want to. Well, because when you're seeing somebody, like say for example, Kanye West has been saying some wild shit.
Sure.
This is not a one-to-one comparison, obviously, because I have to say this for the stupid people, right? But it's just an example. It is entertaining watching him crash out. Doing some wild shit.
To a degree, yeah. It's entertaining to a degree, and at a certain point, I'm like, this is just like scheduled schizophrenic episodes.
It's entertaining
watching. It's like I can't be invested anymore.
Right, but it's entertaining watching Kanye crash out.
Yeah.
But is it entertaining to watch people talk about Kanye crashing out?
It's even less so.
I think less so.
For me,
I think that is how the essence of streaming and podcasting is people talking about people doing stuff.
That is true. It's a bad barometer for me because I don't listen to I don't listen to podcasts at all.
The thing that I don't like to do is, and I know we're all guilty of this from time to time, is to poo-poo something because we're not personally I know, right? We're not personally vested in it, or like. And then immediately you're like, I don't care about this, so therefore I don't want to talk about this. And then it kind of like immediately turns it into a dud.
I wouldn't say it's a dud. I wouldn't say that. I'm not interested anymore, but I think there's a difference between saying that. What I'm clarifying is that like I think this is a serious situation.
Yeah.
That as the serious parts aren't being tackled anymore, so it just feels like a redundancy. Like. Ethan is a father. He's a father who has children, and though I don't know how he's treating his kids in this moment. CPS was called on him, was involved in the situation.
Right.
That's already a point where I'm like, all right, this needs to wrap up.
Yeah.
Then again, a skull gets sent to his home, and then all this shit is like, this isn't even funny. This is just like clearly somebody's having an episode. And then what happens instead of...
And then a bunch of anonymous people are just like...
Yeah, instead of...
Exacerbate. It's actually a lot
like Kanye. You
know what it actually is?
It is like Kanye's situation because he's getting platformed.
It reminds me a little bit of...
He shouldn't be being platformed about this anymore. It should be like, fixed problem, stop now.
Would be nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't care anymore. But also, I don't like drama that much in general. I kind of get like uninvested eventually. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a step back from this. I don't really like seeing this anymore.
I think I think you were going to say something.
I lost it.
Damn. Yeah. I was waiting for you.
It was pretty good.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's all right.
But yeah, I think because of like, I think if there was no connection to it at all, like if you didn't have if it didn't bother you, this would be very easy to discuss. I think that's the biggest problem. Is that there's a part of you that you're like, I know these people. This sucks.
I don't think that's the part. I think the part is that this is a problem that someone's having, and the nature of the internet does not allow people to fix their problems, so I just don't want to see it
let me just give you an example. If Justkilled Pope Vance was crashing out hard, would you have a problem talking about it at all?
Well, I think he's evil, so I think that'd be funny.
What I mean. You don't.
I think that'd be funny to a degree.
You don't like him. You don't care about the guy.
It'd be funny to a degree. Then at a certain point, it's like this is not.
Well,
funny
he's also
anymore.
the vice. I know what you're saying.
My bandwidth for it would be bigger.
Somebody lesser is like, God damn it. I don't need a one-to-one fucking comparison.
My bandwidth would be
do it yourselves.
I understand that, but my bandwidth would still have a serious point. Once it gets past of like Because once something is like serious, it's not funny anymore.
Look, I'll grant
This
you.
is becoming very gay.
It is,
I will
yeah.
say.
I'll
'Cause
grant
this is a
you-
conversation about the conversation.
Yeah.
We should move on.
Exactly. It's
Look,
been gay.
last thing I'll say, I'll grant you that I feel that way about Christian, where I feel like that his saga has gone on so long. I think it's the
I've
saddest
never
thing
thought
ever.
that. I've never thought that show was funny. He's the witness to me. I was like, this is fucking bad.
I think there's parts of it.
I think there's the Sonic 2 medallion being magical is
Yes.
insane.
I think there's parts to it that are
there's
funny.
bits and pieces of it that are funny.
Absolutely, there's
Yeah.
parts of it that are funny, but I've stood by that. I think Ethan Ralph is a way better locale because there's nothing sad about it. It's just funny because he's just a drunken, angry redneck with superiority complex.
Like, I think-
and it's just a perfect recipe for a locale.
I think if
That is
I
true.
watched a Christian documentary from start to finish, I'd probably cry. Like I think, like
I don't know if
I
you would
think,
cry.
You wouldn't.
I genuinely think.
Did you see that
the part of my spirit would wake back up that
can I-
cares about
wait,
people?
let me just say
Like,
this.
This is really sad.
Let me
Maybe.
just say this. This is actually very, it's very cool in the context of Christian anyway. Is that like the guy who did the documentary on him? He hasn't done one in a while. And I think it's over because I mean there's only
I
so
hope
much.
So
But he's been putting his time. And it's weird because it's like it's wholesome, but it's also like exploitative, but it's also like what the fuck is going. So you know that Sonic 2 comic that Christian drew,
yeah,
that he drew of is famous for it, among other things.
yeah.
He animated it, so he's turned into an animated series. You know, fully voiced and like with moving assets and stuff.
Yo,
And so it's just like that's kind of cool, as far as like that goes. Because it doesn't fit, like it is mean spirited ultimately, but it is also like it's not like a
that's a
snide,
homage technically.
It's like it's weird.
when is this coming out?
The episode 1's already out.
Oh, episode.
Yeah, and it's very faithful to the original art style.
That's funny.
But anyway, yeah. But that's as much as I would want to talk about it. You know what I mean?
I feel-
Like,
yeah.
that's all
it's
it needs.
there are people that just.
Oh, fuck.
What do? They I forgot. They call themselves.
Oh shit! How long have I been cutting to black?
Can you imagine it was like that the whole time?
That would suck.
Yeah,
I
there's-
feel oblivious to the fact that like everything's happening.
Oblivious? I wish I could throw up on command.
This a lot. This
Yeah,
a
just a
lot.
lot.
It's mostly red.
Oblivion.
Yeah, segueing into stuff that's fucking awesome. Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Dick in my balls. I got dick in my balls.
Eating your behind and sucking on dawn.
Now
I love
balls.
cock and oblivion.
I don't even think I've ever heard that song.
Oblivion by
Master
Mastodon.
Schlong.
Master Slong. Yes. Excuse me. I forgot that.
Or Vaster Schlong.
Master Slong. Great song.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like
I don't know. I never heard of it.
If you're a stoner, that's like stoner rock kind
Yeah.
of.
Right. Anyway, Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Yeah, that's it.
Yo. Okay, so Oblivion had the craziest reveal.
Oblivion Shadow dropped out of
Crazy.
nowhere.
No,
Granted, it's the worst kept secret. People were expecting this to happen.
They
sure.
But as time kept going on, people were like, "Oh, maybe it isn't happening." Because like people
I think they were
expected
going to release it earlier. I think they had a plan to release it much earlier than they did, and then people found out about it, and they were like, well, fuck you guys.
No, I think this was always. I just think there was like some miscommunication. I think we just kind of assumed, and also because from a Game Pass perspective, they kind of fucked over this other game that's actually like. I mean, it's doing very well. It's getting really positive reception. Declare Obscure. Expedition 33. It's like a new IP, new studio. 30-man team made this thing, and it's amazing. It's got Daredevil in it. It's Charlie Cox and a bunch of other Shadowheart's in it.
Nice.
But it's apparently
I'm
like
dorking it.
it's a lot of people are saying it's like one of the best things that they've ever seen. And that had a release date set for this week for a while. And so for Oblivion, just like, hey, it's the game you all wanted forever.
Rude.
Very like. So I think that was why people were like, oh, maybe it isn't happening. But then it did happen, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, sorry to that other game. Although. Yeah, that sucks for that other game, man. It's $50 too, which is like
What is it? What is what is that game about?
It's. I mean, I don't know, man. Just look at the trailers. I don't know. It's like a Persona looking game, sort of, but it's like more.
Did they do something to like?
Yeah, what do they do?
Like why? Because it's $50. Because I was expecting
both of them are $50 by the way. I think
it is. I was expecting the Oblivion remaster to be $60.
They could have totally gotten away with it.
That's
and people
why-
would have been like, "Oh, only 60? It's not 80 like Mario Kart or fucking 70 like everything else."
Right.
They definitely could have gotten away with it.
That's why
I would have paid that money. I think.
I expected it to be 60, and it almost makes me feel like, what did that game do to them? Like we're making $50 too. Yeah,
fuck you.
I'm like, wait, that's kind of crazy.
It's crazy. It's
excited
sad.
to
I'm rooting
play
for
it.
both of those games. It's a shame, but it's critically fucking amazing. Apparently, so like I'm sure it'll do fine.
I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna play
Oblivion-
tonight. I'm gonna play tonight.
I will say I've never played Oblivion before. I've only played that first little area
Right.
and like the step out probably like 3 times.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
every time I'm like, no shot am I gonna play the rest of this game because it's fucking ugly as sin. It fucking runs horrendously. It feels it's like Knights of the Old Republic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't disrespect KOTOR like that.
I'm not saying it's not good. Obviously, Oblivion is great.
Yeah.
The foundation of it, but like it's running like a sick dog on old platforms.
I never beat it either. I never beat it
KOTOR
either.
It's
is the
so
kind
hard
of game that I
yeah.
can play, and the longer I play it, the more I think it's like a great game.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like,
I'm
this
sure
game
Oblivion
is
is like that
solid.
too.
I'm like,
I vividly remember like even being tricked into thinking it looks good too after
I'm like,
a
oh,
while.
this isn't half
I
bad.
was looking at the sun and I was like, God, the sun looks kind of good.
Yeah, and it's like a fucking JPEG.
It's the baby from fucking Teletubbies.
It's
and you're like,
Not
oh,
even.
It's really good.
That would be amazing.
Holy
I
shit.
I beat Corridor and then I played what was
Two?
it? The Jedi one, the
Fallen Order.
and then it snapped me back and I was like, oh yeah, that game looked terrible. I forgot.
when you fight the Rancor in the beginning, when you have to sneak past him and you fight him, and I was like, wow, that was a riveting boss fight. And then Lily was like, yo, you hid behind a corner and kept sneak attacking a guy, and I was like,
That's
yeah.
what you did?
Well, yeah, I beat him. I shouldn't. You're not supposed to beat him.
Landmines.
I just shot. I hit a court the little Twi'lek girl that has the Wookiee,
Yeah.
and I just kept sneak attacking him.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, Kingston, was that a boss? I was like, yeah, wasn't that crazy? She was like, what the fuck are you retarded? And I was just like,
No,
nah, dude, what you
beat him.
That's a valid strategy. Hey, man, that's what's great about video games.
Haven't you seen
All
this?
these different strategies work.
Look how intense
But-
it was. I didn't even want to use my character because I didn't want to get killed. She was like, dude, what are you talking about?
KOTOR is it's one of those
What?
games like it's a good game, but it is old as fuck and it feels old as fuck. There are
feels.
games,
You think it's
there are
gonna-
games that are old
you
that
think
don't
the
feel
remake's
as old
coming
as they
back?
are.
Is the remakes will never actually happen or no? I think it's actually done.
What are you talking? What are you
know
talking about?
anything
KOTOR?
about that.
As far as I know, it's still happening, but like, see, here's the issue now, right? Years ago, it would have been obvious this isn't happening, right? But now, normal development times are like 7 or 8 years. So, like, I don't know if it's weird that we haven't heard anything from it because why wouldn't it take even longer than it's taken? You know, like I don't know. I don't know how to gauge anything
I
anymore.
need that game so
Good
bad.
point.
If that
But
game drops, oh
I think it's still happening. I think
it's
it's too big of a thing not to
I
do.
agree.
Like I just
It's silly not to.
they had a
I'll
bad
die.
they had a bad partner, I guess, and you know what it is actually? It's actually almost identical to the Final Fantasy VII remake situation. Because Final
probably.
Fantasy VII remake was originally like announced a long ass time ago. and
Remember,
it
we watched it at your house
yeah, we watched it in New York when I was having my E3 parties, which is
when
fucking forever ago.
when we weren't 20 yet.
yeah, we were teenagers. So like,
Oh wow.
which is fucking insane.
Really?
Yeah,
we weren't-
they announced it a long ass time ago. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts 3, actually.
That's true.
They announced it like
Was
a
it
full
really
decade.
that long ago?
It got the reveal of
So hold on. The original reveal that they were remaking Final Fantasy VII remake was was a long ass time ago, like hilariously so, and it was being made by a team, I think CyberConnect 2 or something. Like they make very different games, and that was underway for a while, and then apparently like internally they were like, this is not cutting it, and so they were like, we're gonna handle this internally. And then it started over from there to get to the point that we got Final Fantasy VII Remake officially, I think, in like, what, 2019?
right before COVID, right during the time when
Something
COVID
around,
locked
somewhere
down,
around
yeah.
there. But like, so, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, 4 years floundering on something that like ultimately didn't happen. Restarting it from then, that's 9 years or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if those timelines are necessarily exactly accurate, but like, that's probably what's happening now. Is that like KOTOR was being done, and then the higher ups saw it and they were like, this is not, or maybe even themselves, they were like, we can't do this. And that's years of time just wasted. And so now they have to they might still be shopping it around, they might still be working on it with like a different, I don't know what's going on with that shit.
Yeah.
That's a big, like everybody's in the dark with that one. But KOTOR is fucking old, and it plays like it's old.
Yeah.
And Oblivion is fucking old, and it plays like it's old. A lot of those games from that, a lot of RPGs from that era generally feel that way.
Oh, yeah.
Mass Effect 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before the fucking... It's so crazy. It's so funny to me that you have your experience.
Ignorance.
Your experience of Mass Effect 1 is like my experience of
Skyrim.
Mafia.
It's
like,
Skyrim. Literally, Mass Effect and Skyrim, my experience of those games is not the original experience. So I'm like, those games were great. And everybody's like, did you
well,
play
Skyrim
that?
was great at the time. Like, people didn't
There was more
hate it.
bugs. That was really the biggest problem.
Especially on PS3. Like, PS3 was fucking hilarious. You couldn't... Colin was telling me this. It was like, apparently, like, the PS3 version of Skyrim was so bad for various reasons, I'm sure, because of the hardware. But, like, you had to... if there was a door that you opened in, like, a dungeon or something, one of those doors that don't lead to a loading screen, you had to shut it behind you, or else the game would just fucking not... It would crumble. Which is fucking awesome. And there was, like, little things like you couldn't pick too many things up. It's very funny.
Yeah.
But
Are horses viable in Oblivion?
I haven't used a horse yet. I haven't felt the need.
Because in Skyrim, horses suck.
They
They were not...
fucking
Can I tell you something?
What's that?
I haven't used a horse yet. I cannot possibly imagine that it's any better than what it is in
Because
Skyrim.
holy shit, the horses suck. I would just be like, this horse sucks. I'm just going to turn into a werewolf and run faster than any horse could possibly move.
Yeah.
And then that's what I would do.
So I'm playing Oblivion for the first time. I could never get past that first opening section. I was the UI especially, like I hated the font on everything and like the text and like it was just fucking ugly.
It looked like a 90s computer game and a RPG.
I usually
it looked like King's Quest or something.
Yeah. I usually disagree with a lot of people when they say that things are hard to navigate. My position is like, you're stupid. Like, it's harder, I understand, but you should still be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oblivion was actually like confusing.
It was just confusing and tedious.
Yeah, I was like, at a certain point, I'm like, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go, and then I'm like, whatever. Like, that happened to me a few times. Actually.
Yeah. So I'm playing it. I played for like 5 hours on stream the other day, and it's real fucking good. Like it is actually so good up until this point that I'm like, I totally understand why people are like, yeah, Skyrim was like a downgrade from this. Because I think, yeah, totally actually. I don't know if like maybe end game, like complete Skyrim with like the vampires and werewolves and shit, like maybe that would be better than what Oblivion is. I'm not really sure. But it feels better to be in Oblivion.
I like the way you throw a fireball and it's so non-talk. Like somebody like, fireball, and they explode.
Yeah.
I think that's so hilarious. You're like, just a nice gesture towards them, and then some guys in the air.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I think they need to, because everybody, my brother, all these people are all like Morrowind. That's the goated.
Yeah.
Morrowind's goated. I was watching my brother play Morrowind, and I was like, this is fucking looks like ass. What are you saying?
Yeah.
He's like, shut the fuck up. It's amazing.
That was like my exact experience with Oblivion. And so maybe like a new Code of Pain is really, and they did tweak a lot of other things too.
It's
like
more of a remake than a remaster.
That's the interesting thing about it, is that like I feel like they under promised and over delivered in some sense, because I don't think it's like a Final Fantasy VII tier remake.
Sure.
It's not,
But it's not
a different
just
system of a game, you know?
Yeah, but it's not just like, it's not like a Halo 2 Anniversary thing where like they put the new, you could toggle the graphics because the old game is still running underneath it. No,
Right.
it is new.
Right.
Which, by the way, I love that about Halo 2.
That's
Like
cool.
I
That's
want them
insane.
to change nothing about Halo 2, in fact. But it's really fucking good. The soundtrack's way better than Skyrim. It's actually crazy. Like I was actually
Wait,
like,
you think it's way better than Skyrim?
yeah, immediately.
Really?
Like, well, first of all the good stuff about Skyrim is there. So like the big themes are there they're carried over from Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's just like general.
There's no
I don't know.
Dovahkiin theme though.
That's the Dovahkiin theme is the whatever. Fucking like
It's so good.
I always hated that part.
Shredded cheese.
That's
Kings and
crazy.
Dad.
Look,
Kings and Dad.
Kings and Dad.
More, my beautiful son.
Oh, all right.
You guys are kidding. It's so good.
I'm not saying the
it.
Skyrim. I'm not
Love
saying the
that
Skyrim soundtrack isn't great. I'm saying Oblivion's is better. And the quest, like so far, the quests are like way more interesting.
Because I
Like infinitely.
you know
to
the
point-
startup theme is like. like when you're in the middle of an open area and then you're seeing like 30 load screens before you get into the game. You're
I
like,
will
here's
say,
an ice troll spinning. Here's a dog.
A
pail of cum.
Look,
Hail of cum.
They're good. They're good for different reasons. I will say there is a possibility that I've just played so much Skyrim over my life that like it doesn't feel interesting or new to me to do it, or like, and the soundtracks are kind of like, okay, I get it, and this feels like a lot more new because it is different.
Yeah,
I think it's magical.
That's why I'm interested in what you're saying. Like I'm like, oh, let me see how I feel.
Yeah. There's different things that I do miss. Like there's I don't know. There's like different trade-offs. I like it a lot though, so far, and that was not something I expected. I expected fully to go into this and be like, okay, this is still fucked and I can't enjoy this, but it's significantly better than I remember. Yeah,
it looks
I can't believe they shadow dropped it. It's fucking insane.
It was kind of it was annoying for me because I started I tried finishing AC Shadows before my month was over.
I gave up.
Yeah, it was. I paid for another thing of the Ubisoft and I was like, no. I just saw the notification on my phone. I was like, no, fuck. Because
yeah.
But I'm finally at a place in the game where I'm actually having fun because I just it
only took 70 hours.
That's the problem is you like if you. It takes too long to get to where you're actually like, oh, I have weapons and options, and I'm like, well, I don't know what I thought they said the game was way shorter than normally. It's not.
I think it is, but they pad it out way more.
It's like it doesn't.
I like
those outposts are fucking ridiculously big.
They are.
Like those outposts, the outposts are too big. They feel like,
dude. They'll be like,
they feel like 7 outposts.
Hey, you'll be in a little thing, and it's like, okay, I want to get the main chest in this little castle or whatever. And they're like, kill 3 samurai. And they're scattered so far apart that I'm like, so essentially I have to go through this entire thing. And you can't just assassinate the samurai. They're too strong.
Yeah, they got to fight them.
So I'm just like, wait, so then I'm like, so I'm just going to have to kill everybody here? I'm like, that's fine, but...
It's lame, yeah.
You know, I'm
like,
lame. I thought I could just be in and out and then steal this chest. But they're like, no, they arrest the chest. Even that has nothing to do with the samurai being alive or not. Why is the chest not available for me?
You gotta get pieces of the key. You gotta get pieces of the key and put it together after killing
the little super key.
Samurai, the piece of the key.
Dude, the lockpicking. I will say the lockpicking sucks. In Oblivion,
Skyrim's, right?
It's so much worse. It's so much worse. Like people like to shit on the Skyrim one. I actually thought it was fine entirely.
It was okay.
I think it's alright. The
It's
same as Fallout. It's literally the same exact thing as Fallout.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that would be a lockpicking minigame. Like that just intuitively makes sense. But this,
I do remember it's the little
the little tumblers, and you gotta fit.
God, shit.
I don't understand.
Failed
a
few times,
dude. I don't fucking stand what the mechanic is, and people in chat were like explaining it completely differently, and they were like, oh, you have to wait for this thing to happen, and it's like, no, that's wrong. So like people don't even know how to use people don't know either.
I love when people like have confident answers and they're conflicting. You're like, wait, why are you confident about some different
yeah, but the thing that's crazy,
like 2 ways of doing math, and you're like, what?
But the thing that's crazy about it is that like, because I'm streaming it, and it's just like, so I'm doing it with the title like first time playing Oblivion, because it's just like, oh, why not? That's an interesting kind of angle,
right?
And so a lot of the people in there are people who've played it like a ton, and so they're saying like, oh, I'm so jealous that you get to experience this for the first time. It's like, yeah, I'm really liking it, and so like it's people with hundreds of hours in Oblivion,
right.
Theoretically,
right,
who are talking to me about the lockpicking minigame, and none of them agree.
That's
and it's so fascinating because it's just like when people were like, just get the skeleton key and you never have to deal with it, and it's like, oh, that's why. Because if you play Oblivion, you forgot how to do it. You've just had this fucking magic, tell-all thing.
Yeah.
But
so are all the same factions still in the? I want to watch.
I don't know yet.
I want to watch a Tamriel story, like a story explained, a complete one. But I feel like I'll die before it finishes.
It's a lot.
Because I know
one thing,
the first age of that world is not even the first age. It's the third age.
Yeah, I don't know.
Smokey knows all the lore of Tamriel, and she started talking about it once, and I was like, stop.
I was reading. I did say like, if we got a certain amount of subs, I would read every book that I picked up, and so I was doing that. And actually, some of them are actually pretty good. Some of them suck. Some of them, it's really like a mixed bag.
That's the world.
The first book I picked up though was actually genuinely really good. I was like, oh, that's actually I want to see this like animated or something. But the second one was just like an instruction manual on how to use your hands, and I was like, oh, fuck. I made a mistake. But
Nice.
One thing immediately, right off the bat, I was like, this is better than Skyrim. Is the character creator that they have?
Dude, that
It's
shit.
fucking
That's
awesome.
what got me. Seeing all the different screenshots. I
Yeah.
saw your clip of that guy like, hey.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's Dwibblet the Wood Elf.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of him.
That was good.
I saw a lot of
Can
people.
you be a Redguard?
Yeah,
I'll
it's all
play.
the same stuff.
I'll play.
I think you know what's
Dude, this guy
I'm
is.
just saying,
The,
Otherwise, you weren't playing.
they'll be
the-
ignored in the fucking.
the fucking what do you call? I've seen a lot of people making JD Vances in Oblivion.
That was like when fucking people made Yay and the remaster of Demon Souls.
Oh
It was
yeah,
really good. I was like, that's a really good copy. I was
that's Yacon West right there, man.
Like yo, look,
Oh my god,
that's fucking crazy.
that's JD Prance.
yeah.
You know what's crazy? Through the filter like that in the lens, that doesn't even look like Oblivion. That looks like a photo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
That looks like a
does.
photo of some guy bracing, but then like, oh no.
Dude, this is what sold me. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to spend an hour on the character creator screen.
I spent a long time. Like in Skyrim, it's so subtle that you can't. I don't know.
Oh, did you see who had a really big problem with the character creator screen? Oh wait, no, you did see it because I remember you.
Yeah, Grums, of course. You know, I have to say,
Yeah,
and I tweeted this out. I don't know if there's any truth to it. I was just kind of like thinking off the top of my head. It probably isn't fundamentally true, but I think there's an aspect of it that is at play here, which is, I think the reason, like everybody's kind of over the moon about this game, right?
Uh-huh.
Like it's kind of unanimous praise, even though it's still Oblivion. It's still buggy and fucked.
has to be. It's
Yeah,
Bethesda.
there's glitches that were in the original that still work, which is kind of amazing, and it's awesome. I'm glad they kept all that shit intact.
Money glitch in there?
I touched your toe, and he looked immediately down to see whether or not he had to punch something. I think the money glitch might happen. I'm not super sure, but like, so like, there's a lot of reasons that you could see a cynical crowd laying into this, especially like a Bethesda remake of something like, oh, they're remaking an Elder Scrolls game again. Wow, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I could see an alternate reality where this game was shown off, months in advance. Had like maybe a little preview window where like they showed the character creator with like the developers, and all of those guys made their like hundreds of fucking videos talking about how woke it was going to be. And then when it came out, I can imagine that the discourse would be infinitely more annoying.
Yeah,
And
dude.
a lot more split. And I wonder if like shadow dropping actually kind of saved them the narrative because there just simply wasn't enough time for those people to say anything about it before everybody had already played it and loved it.
Dude, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how true that is. Like, it feels like it could be
If that
a
wasn't
non-zero impact, you know?
right. If that wasn't the case, it still benefited them in that way.
Right. 100%.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's brilliant. But it was the same thing. Like, you know,
To be fair, Oblivion's probably one of the few games that can do something like this. You wouldn't
Right.
want to do this with like an original like new game or something.
no
but-
fucking way. It's like since the Baldur's Gate 3 was in early access for so long, when it finally dropped, there were so many people already familiar with it.
Yeah.
And when they tried, Temple tried at first before he beat the game like a million times. He tried to be like, oh, look at this randomized thing, and there's a bald guy with tits, and and then and everyone's like, I don't fucking care. This game
saw
rules.
Yeah, it's almost like
Without his hat
it's almost like the
recently.
reverse kind of with Baldur's Gate. What'd you say?
I saw Tim Bud's hat on recently, and I could not stop laughing.
What did he go to the White House without a hat or something?
No, he
I
went to
just-
the White House with dressed the same.
Of course,
instead, which is
of
very,
course he did. So why did he not have a hat on?
I just for some reason saw a picture of him without his hat on. I was like,
Oh, it was like an
yo,
old picture.
What the?
I've seen his bald. I thought like recently he finally, because I've been theorizing that he's been using or doing hair plugs, and he's like one day someone's gonna knock his beanie off and it's gonna his hair is gonna fall off from it. He'd be like, because he has the money.
That would be an awesome clapback, to be honest.
That's what I like. I was like, why is he not doing that? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, if my head was always covered anyway, like why not?
Yeah.
You know,
Because
He's so
that's what I would do. Like,
because you're clearly insecure about being bald,
right.
so like why not just use the fact that you're always covered to just do that?
One of the guys that I played
That-
cards
exactly.
with,
Seems like it
he's
makes
bald
sense.
like
I would do
that.
that.
I wouldn't even really
begrudge
begrudge somebody for doing that, to be honest. Like, it's whatever, fucking do it.
There was a guy I played cards with that like he has like hair, like it's like hair here, and he's like took his hat off one time, and I saw it, and I literally like, I hate that I did it, but I was like,
damn, that's crazy.
Because
it surprised you.
It's like Chris just like wore his hat like this, and then for some reason his hat gets knocked off, and there's just nothing here.
Spot.
There's just nothing here. I was like, oh,
you'd be like, oh, you've been lying. Like you kept all your hair here
That's
for an illusion.
It seems
that is crazy. Yeah.
I saw there's a guy because me and JoJo watch 90 Day Fiance. There's a guy that because he only has the hair in the back. So he only wears a hat, and it looks like he has hair because you just see hair in the back of his head.
Oh, does he do the thing where like it's only in the back, but not on the side? So like it's long, and then he takes the long one and puts it like through like that.
It's not that long, but that would be
that would be a fucking
crazy.
That would be badass.
If you're bald,
that'd be so crazy.
If you're bald like that and you cut your hair, the rest of it will just not come back.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Like if you're bald here, but you have like hair like right here.
Yeah.
If you cut it, will it just not come back?
Are you stupid?
What the fuck?
I'm just so ignorant to baldness. Man.
Clear.
You're not that ignorant. What are you saying?
Am pretty ignorant to
So wait, hold on, wait.
Because I guess I know
I
know you.
Shut up.
Bald
Wait, shut up. Are you suggesting that like, so once they lose hair up here, they can no longer grow hair again anywhere?
I wonder if like it's like a progressive thing. Like, I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
So yeah, as soon as you cut, that's it. You're done.
I gotta keep this shit because if I get rid of this, bro, this shit ain't going.
So like, does that mean that it doesn't grow longer either? It's just like it's frozen in time, like, and it's
I don't know, man. I don't know baldness. I don't think anyone in my family is really bald. So I don't know.
But you've not seen like media or like anything.
Yeah, but I feel like people just keeping it like the last hurrah. You know, like I'm just gonna code all to this. You know, because imagine the idea of being completely bald here and your hair grows lusciously down the side of your head.
No, here's the reality.
there are
a lot of people. Devin Townsend did that for a long time.
all right. Cecil.
Cecil, yeah. Here's the thing about it, right? It looks rough, right?
Mm-hmm.
To not, if you're bald, to not do the whole thing,
Right.
However, I'm sure
I like Goggins. It works.
Who?
Goggins.
What do you mean? He does the whole thing.
He's not bald, really.
He's bald.
You mean Walton?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you meant David Goggins. I thought he'd stay fucking hard.
Well, David Goggins too. His hairline's receding.
He's bald as shit. But he does it bald. But Walton Goggins. But what were you saying?
Well, I was saying, like, I would imagine that the big thing about it is, and why people keep that, is really just because it's fucking tedious to constantly get rid of it.
I think that's especially
'cause-
older people. I bet that's a huge motivation for them to be like, whatever.
Yeah, because why the fuck would you care at a certain point? You know what I mean? It's just like whatever, dude. Like it's easier to just let this to keep it than it is to constantly get like pay money to get it cut off, or even just to buzz it off yourself.
Shit, because my thing is, I don't understand why I always wear hats. I like wearing hats.
Yeah, me too.
So I was like, why do I have a hairstyle at all? I always question myself. Like, why am I
in case you're not wearing your hat.
But I only don't wear my hat at home essentially because I feel naked without a hat. Like, cause I
feel like it's a utility. Like
I've
become
a hat
more
person
of a
really bad. I tried for a while, it wouldn't work.
I become more of a hat person when I moved out here because like the sun was always in my fucking eyes. And then like, I just remembered like and I would wear my patrol caps a lot, the army patrol caps.
Oh yeah.
I don't have.
And I just like the way those look because it's like a baseball cap, but it's like flat at the top. There's something about it that I like aesthetically.
Me, we call those hardcore hats because all these hardcore kids would wear them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Weird.
At these shows, they would wear these like hats that they were like you would associate with the army.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I just had a bunch of them. My dad gave me a bunch of them. I remember we dipped them in dye and shit to make sure that
I'm gonna start doing hat stuff.
Nice.
I'm gonna become a hat guy.
No, you're not.
You're not gonna become a hat guy.
Cut your hair off.
No, I'm gonna keep my hair. When I was younger, I'd wear. You
gonna wear a Rasta hat? Like, what do you mean?
You should wear a top
you have
hat.
Too much hair.
You should be a top hat guy.
Yeah, dude.
Or a fedora.
Dress like this.
A Rastaman top hat.
All right, you're cooking. So you have an assortment of top hats. You have they're accessorized, all hung up, you know, and you just choose whichever one you want that day.
Yeah,
but you dress the same. So you casually
I'm
wear
just like a 19-year-old that plays basketball.
Oh, I didn't
and I'm wearing a bunch of top hats.
I'm stupid. I didn't even realize I was wearing it.
You didn't real.
My default one is the Yankee hat right now.
Gotcha.
Because it's just like a little bit. It has a bit more space to it.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna start wearing hats, man.
Should wear. I'm telling you, a top hat, like a Doug Dimmadome hat.
That's badass.
A fedora, not a trilby.
Not a trilby.
A real fedora, like a Indiana Jones fucking hat, not like a fucking.
Not the fucking neckbeard shit.
Yeah, not. It's 2011 and I'm going to prom. So many people wore that hat back then. It was so weird.
It was a popular hat, man.
It wasn't even like atheist. related at that time too.
No.
It became that in like 2012, 2013.
It was a madam one.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
Madam?
People associated it with Michael Jackson. I remember that.
Man, just had a fedora on?
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, from Smooth Criminal.
famously from Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal,
So you're gonna do it for reals?
I gotta invest in Top Hat.
You know what we gotta do?
Just at least get one. Start with one. See what happens.
You know what we gotta do one day is we gotta come in here
on Saturday
with a flamethrower and just burn his hair off.
Yeah,
because he's never gonna cut it.
That's true.
My hair's gonna grow back though.
It's okay. That's the point.
Immediately when exposed to fire, my hair comes back instantly.
I don't think that's true. That sounds like a lie.
All right, you want to test?
We're absolutely gonna test it.
Let's test it out. Go get a match right now.
Can you regrow your eyelashes? Does that happen?
Yes.
I don't know. I have nice eyelashes, so I've never really tempted them.
I don't. I don't.
I don't know. It just seems like one of those things that, like, I assume so.
Yeah.
But also, it seems like one of those things that's like maybe not.
Absolutely, you do.
I don't know.
They fall out all the time. What do you mean?
I only lose a couple.
Well, same with your hair.
Yeah, but
I have
hair on your head.
So it started happening to me randomly. I don't know. All of a sudden, I got like 2 really long eyelashes on each side.
Yeah.
And I had to yank them out because they got too long. They were like just 2 extremely long eyelashes on each side.
My family always makes fun of my dad because his eyelashes are long and beautiful.
His girly eyelashes.
So they hit his glasses.
I have curled eyelashes.
Yeah, that was actually
I curled ones.
Before I had like any facial hair. I hated it because like my eyes were way too pretty. And then at a certain point, I got in my senior year, I started growing my hair out really long. I started getting my hair really long. I started braiding it and stuff, and I was like, "Oh no!" I was at a certain point. I'm like, I think some people are probably thinking I'm some dyke because my eyelashes were too pretty. Let's just say this: if I was 18 in 2025, I'd be getting trans investigated, like for sure.
Oh, transvestigation, yeah.
Like I would because I had no facial hair. Like when I was 18, I had almost no facial hair.
I had no facial hair until 25.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's about right for me. But
I had none, dude. I looked silly. I grew hair here.
I feel like I did.
Like a Hebrew kid.
I can't remember actually.
I wanted a beard so bad, and I just looked like I was patching dirt to my face.
I still like this is maximum. This is nothing. I can't. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I finally get a patchy beard. That's it. It's still not even fucking all the way in there, and it makes me really upset.
Why don't you just trim all the patchy parts out?
That'd be the whole thing.
No, there's like it's fuller.
It's right here. It's always just one hole.
Yeah, but you're literally a neck beard.
Yeah.
With that.
I don't know what to do about it.
You just mask it by grooming it.
I didn't pick it out today. Whenever I was at the event, I tried to pick it out, and it's still like
you could get something lined up with that.
Yeah. You should get it like nice and faded.
I had it faded.
You did?
When I for my wedding, I had it faded.
Oh, you did. That's right.
I have it faded.
No, yeah, that is crazy. You had your sides faded too, and they're completely
I'm aware.
You're a monster.
My hair just grew. I didn't have
hair so fast.
This is the craziest thing.
Fucking loser.
When I first moved out here, I had like the spotty beard, like that. If I let it grow too long, it would look like this gross.
Yeah.
But I didn't have hair on my back or shoulders. Now I have hair right here.
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't know what I ate. I don't know what the sun out here is doing to me, but all of a sudden I have back hair.
You're just getting old. That's
like some sort of feral beast.
That's what old does. You see old people when they get hair in their fucking ears and shit.
That's disgusting.
What is that shit?
It's just gross. There's places that hair stops growing.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting. But yeah,
my grandma has no arm hair.
People think like, oh, do you shave your chest? Because it looks like I just shaved and it's starting to come. No, it's just.
Oh yeah.
I don't have hair on my chest.
I only just recently got the chest hairs.
I've had chest hair.
Oh, you got like, I'm a man.
There's 7.
Unfortunately, I have a ton of not a ton of chest hair, but I have curly chest that it's visible.
Yeah, you got the curly.
Because it's contrast of my skin color, so I have curly chest hair. My grandma has no arm hair. She has no. She barely has eyelashes.
Ooh.
And I think it's because she's like native, so that's why she has like barely any hair on her body it's terrifying.
That's kind of crazy.
She has small eyelashes too, and I'm like, Grandma, you're weird. You're one of those weird ones.
You're weird.
You're one of those weird ones.
People used to think that about me with the armpits because I don't have any.
You don't have any armpit hair?
Not really.
I have barely.
Not really.
I
It's
have
barely there.
some, but it's not like you see some dudes and it looks like a broom under their fucking
it looks like
arm.
their fucking dick is under there.
My hair.
Dude, I was so disgusted one time because like
I'm saying it looks like a bush. Is what I'm saying.
He just shows that a dick falls out around this.
Okay. All right. Let's go to questions. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we're really fucking late on that actually.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and all right. Yeah, let's bye guys. It's over.
Yeah.
I didn't feel
Questions on Friday. Bye.
like it. Bye. No. The wizard that cursed Derek with an A. Oh, goddamn! I'm getting ahead of myself. Patreon.com/SnarkTank. I don't even think I said that today. Damn it.
We're saying it now. It's cool.
Yeah, Patreon.com/SnarkTank. Go over there. $1 gets you ad free. All that crap.
And that's it.
And that's it. Go away. Give me your money.
Hand me your funds, please.
$5 for the questions. Ask your questions, and we'll read through them. The wizard that cursed Derek with an egg allergy wrote in.
Oh yeah. Thanks, wizard.
Yeah, what an asshole.
That sucks.
The nerve of him to come in here pretending like he can just atone for his sins by handing us a meager
$8 billion.
fee. I mean, if we have $8 billion, please.
I don't even know what I would do with that kind of money. I'd be like, I'm gonna die.
I know
here.
exactly what I would do. Nothing.
I would get that kind of money and I'd be like, I'm gonna die if I have this.
I'm just gonna become a fucking oligarch. I'm gonna start doing horrible things.
I can't do that. I'm gonna want to help.
What blows my mind is like to even have the drive to do that kind of thing.
Right.
When you already have so much is so like emblematic. It's like inherently like, oh, I hate you.
Yeah.
And I'll throw a party when you die.
I would get that kind of money and I'd be like, I should help people. And then I would start help people and then I would end up dead.
By the way, I should say this before we get into questions, although it's not really that big of a deal. And I'm curious as to what audience overlap even would exist. But like, I did like a reel recently talking about like this MS-13 guy.
Oh yeah.
And it got fucking, they flagged it.
They got that upset.
They got so upset that they flagged me for violence or something. Because I said that if Trump smashed his brain all over the sidewalk, I'd throw a party.
Yeah.
Which is like, you're saying you're going to kill the president. It's like, that's not what that means.
Soft.
Yeah, I don't know.
Guys, they're always been the softest though, for real. Always.
Yeah.
The fact that gay people make them upset for being alive is crazy. Yeah. That's the gayest thing ever, actually.
It is very gay.
That is the gayest thing.
It's like the Jesse Waters thing when he's talking about the straw.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like, well, it's a little feminine to drink from a straw. It's like there's nothing gayer than caring about that.
Right.
That's the gayest thing that anybody could possibly think.
He's another person like I talk about Matt Walsh, but Jesse Waters is somebody that easily I'll go to jail for a few months. Like easily, I'll fucking.
Whatever.
He deserves to just be pummeled.
I hope he steps in a bear.
Such a fun
I
word
hope
for
he steps in a bear trap, falls over into a spike, and then dies.
There's
There's a spike next to a bear trap.
He's like, oh!
That's like one of the
Why?
That's like those like Indiana Jones style kind of like trap rooms and temples. And stuff?
Yeah.
That's like you have to assume like a room where they were just kind of testing things out.
I wonder what happens if I do this.
Yeah, they didn't get around to.
Yeah, they didn't finish it. Yeah, they either died before they could do it,
just
or like
before that,
a
the plague
cataclysm
happened.
happened in the middle of testing or something.
Yeah,
that was their R&D room, and so it was just like a bear trap next to a spike, and they were like, "What the fuck is? What is going on? What is this?" And then you step in it and fall, and it's like,
still works.
Fuck!
Oh, it does exactly what it looks like it does. Oh,
and then you hear a ghost come out of the wall, like, "Oh my god, it worked!
Holy shit, guys! Look!
I can finally rest.
Yeah, he ascends." And then you're trapped that you take his place, basically.
Oh, you go into the wall now? And now you got to wait for the next person that gets killed by it.
The next pack of retards, the fucking funnel in and die the same way.
It would probably take literally
Thousands
an entire,
of years.
like you would have to restart a human, like evolution. Like, you know what I mean?
You're sitting there waiting for millions of years.
Patiently.
Oh, shit.
Finally. Holy fuck.
A new, like, dumb...
This is a roach person now. All right, have fun.
Yeah, it's like barely, it's not even remotely the same thing.
Chad Roach or whatever, just cause, like some spelunker guy, explore. It's
always a spelunker.
It's that guy.
Yeah.
But he's a roach like that, so it's a human roach.
Later. And then by the time you get to heaven, it's so different.
Oh, look at
because
this.
Now it's...
They thought they were going to get me with this trap. Oh, shit.
Whoa. They're whimsically losing their balance while ensnared in a bear trap. And they're teetering. 95% of all directions to fall in that scenario are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then he picks the 5% radial where there's a spike, and it's buttered up too. Like it'll slide. If it pierces you, it's gonna slide right through you.
Oh yeah.
You know,
It's invasive.
it's an invasive spike.
You're done.
Let's read the names.
Oh
quick.
yeah. Anyway, well, no, we're not. Are you joking? We haven't even gotten. We haven't even gotten to the questions
not
yet.
names yet.
Let's
Questions.
fire.
Yeah, we didn't even read this guy's question yet. I'm sure you're all thankful that school is now a thing of the past. But as a college student studying evolution and genetics, my plight is far from over.
Oof.
What was the most cancerous course or subject you had ever taken during your school-faring days? For me, it was statistics. The day I'm ever shown an algorithmic spreadsheet again will be the day someone's going in the dirt. I hated that shit too.
Stats was annoying, but it was like stats was annoying, but it like made sense, so it was kind of easy to like manage through.
Sure, yeah. I
mean,
it's rooted in basic. Like you can work
It's
your way through
logistic,
it.
you know.
Yeah,
like,
it's logistics. For me, it was also every Spanish class that I ever took.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, not everyone, but like most of them, because I had the most I just happened to have had the most adversarial relationships with these teachers. I remember I met Paul in that class where our Spanish teacher grabbed me by the shirt and threw me out of the room. This is real, by the way. This is not a joke.
Oh,
which is something I didn't even,
on you. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude. And it was like 2008 or something. It wasn't like 1986.
I've fought people for less than that.
Yeah.
Crazy, a teacher to do that to you.
Well, she.
Oh, damn. I wouldn't fight her.
So.
I mean, I want to, but
she was older. Like it was, I don't know. It was,
God,
she wasn't like elderly or anything. She was like 50s, and it was just like I can't. I don't know,
bitch.
But it wasn't. She wasn't so old. She was too old for me to fight.
Yeah.
But she wasn't so old that I felt bad about making the class miserable for her at a certain point, because I really did feel singled out. And Paul could corroborate this as much as any. I was literally, and I remember this day. I probably told this on the podcast before, before we even hit episode 100. This is probably like one of the earliest things I told. Yeah. But like, I was just sitting in my Spanish class, and what are you doing? He's fiddling with his mic.
He's having a great time.
Like a little guy on a roof.
Why is that the what do you call that? The key? Why is that so loose?
Is it?
I don't know. I don't know. I saw something move. It might have been the wire on the other side. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. No, I was in Spanish class, and it was like the period before lunch, and so I was like, all right, the bell's ringing. I'm like fucking thirsty, and so I'm like, I was getting my lunch bag out. I had a fucking brown paper bag lunch. This is how long ago this was. And I picked it up, and I had a glass Snapple in there, and like I picked it up maybe like a couple inches off the ground, and then it like slipped out of my hands and like landed, and it like landed, and then like I saw like a little bit of like leaking. I was like, fuck, man. The glass broke, and now it's like leaking a little bit. It wasn't like spraying or anything. It was like leaking a little bit. Yeah. So I raised my hand, and I was like, hey, can I get like can I go to the bathroom to get a paper towel, or like can I use like a paper towel in here to clean this up? I don't want to make a mess. And she was like, you're not allowed to have glass bottles. Go to detention or whatever. Our detention equivalent. It was room 111 for us. No. And I was like,
whoa.
Huh? It just felt like so out of nowhere. And then a kid in the class, like, I think like a minute later, when I was sitting in detention, came in too. It was like, yeah, I thought that was really stupid. So like I said something, and she kicked me out too. And then from then on, we were just animals in that classroom. Like we would bring Spider-Man action figures and like play. Like we were seated in diagonals intentionally as far apart from each other as possible, and then we were just like kick, punch, and like it was a mess. And so eventually we just like drove her insane, and she grabbed me by the shirt like this, picked me up and threw me out of the classroom. And I'll never forget it.
That's wild. She did that, but you drove her to it.
I did. I was unreasonably mean, but I also just felt singled out for no good reason.
It was definitely uncalled for. It also, it's weird that you guys had that rule. You can have glass.
Well, I think because nobody wanted things breaking and then people getting cut.
Yeah,
I get that.
But it's a crazy thing to send somebody to detention for. Especially me, like I was so much not a troublemaker. It's crazy.
You would just confiscate it, like, oh well, at the very most,
or make them throw it away.
Like, hey, like get that out of here, or throw it away, or some shit.
Look, dude, I was absolutely.
I always brought a glass bottle, by the way.
I was absolutely a troublemaker kid. I wasn't like. I was a disruptor. Like, I would be fine, and then something would happen, and I would just be like, well, it's time to laugh and ruin the class. I would just laugh. I remember we had an African teacher that I made so mad one time. He was just like, why are you... He was like,
why are you like this?
Like,
why are you like
Mr.
this?
Jameson, you get really good grades, and you're a nice boy, but when you start laughing, you completely ruin the class. And I'm like, dog, you sound hilarious. You sound hilarious, my guy.
He's trying to be serious, and you're like, you sound hilarious.
Like, I remember when they had the thing when the teachers meet their parents, whatever it is.
Parent-teacher night or whatever? Yeah.
My grandma was talking to him, and my grandma with her accent and him with her, like, together, it was like, these are just the funniest niggas ever. These are just two of the funniest characters ever. Because neither one of them got English down pat all the way. And it's just hilarious. And my grandma's just like, Kingston, be quiet. Stop. Like, she's like, what are you laughing at? And I'm like, nah, I just saw something funny. And I'm just there giggling like a fucking
You're a fucking punk kid.
I was like, I had like...
You were.
I had a lot of friends.
That's why I didn't like you.
You're just laughing at people's accents.
I'm just being, but that's the most innocent way to be a shithead, you know? Like, that's an innocent shithead.
Like, to me, it has to be like Breakfast at Tiffany's level. That's what will make me laugh. You know, it's got to be like so over the top. Otherwise,
what's that? I've never seen that movie.
you can. I mean,
you should look up the landlord at Tiffany's.
Absolutely have done a bit on this.
Of course.
Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Stop it.
So I would do that all the time where I was just a disruptor. Like, something funny would happen, I'd fucking laugh and it'd be over. Because my laugh would just derail everybody else. Everyone that's trying, it would cast madness on the class.
That was kind of Jalen's laugh specifically, was that for us.
And I got in trouble a lot for it.
Because he laughed so loud and so funny that it was impossible not to start laughing when you heard him laughing.
Right.
Because it was so funny that such a laugh even existed.
You'd be a good comedian just to like...
Yeah.
If he laughed at his own jokes, just to get people to like laugh.
Oh, dude, Jalen, I don't know if he'd be a great comedian. He would be a great... Like, if I was a comedian, I would want him in my audience. You know what I mean?
Jalen would be a great character for sketch comedy, I think.
100%.
I think he would succeed so well in sketch comedy.
I think he'd be good in this setting, too, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I think...
you guys say anything
This
else?
is wedding stuff, and he's been at Coachella.
He said...
He's not even in town right now.
Yeah, he's not in town right now.
He said he's going to be free in May.
Yeah, May.
So I'm like... set something up.
Yeah, okay.
He's coming.
I just don't think you're gonna do it. That's the problem.
He's coming.
That's why I'm like, set something
seeing
up.
him the 3rd, so I'll let him know the 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, like, hey, pencil me in this day.
Yeah, we gotta find I gotta find a day. Because it has to be a weekend because he has like a real actual job because he's a functioning person. So like, it's gotta be like a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. Yeah. I think May, because he's gonna be a lot more free.
Let's
and
pay him
I told him I was gonna
much less money and have him be a producer.
I don't think he could produce. I shouldn't say that. I think he could if he wanted to, or if he was inclined to.
And he also wanted to make significantly less money.
Yeah, if he wanted to make, hey, I got a proposition for you, Jalen. You want to dedicate an inordinate amount of time to make significantly less money?
Yeah,
in a completely insecure field. Sign me up.
Sounds great.
Sounds like exactly the kind of risk I'd love to take.
Where do I sign?
Where do I sign? Yeah, I don't know. You sounded like a punk kid.
I
really wasn't.
I was definitely a bit of a punk.
I couldn't afford to do it since I was like one or two. There's usually only like 2 or 3 black people in my school.
Oh yeah,
so I couldn't afford to like fuck around.
I was surrounded by niggas and Asians.
You were a representative.
Yeah, but they
you were an ambassador for black people.
Yeah.
2 teachers.
It's like Kingston in a movie theater when he laughs and ruins a scene and everybody turns back and then like they feel a little bit more racist.
Yeah,
like I don't laugh too often.
They look at him. They're like, of course.
I've only done it like 3 times, maybe.
That's 3 more times than I've ever done it.
I'm sorry, my laugh. I laugh. I feel, and since I feel when I laugh, it's like the.
Are you pretending like you feel?
I'm mimicking people.
That's crazy.
Yes.
The Oppenheimer scene was fucking. I think that was funny. I thought that was funny that I did that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No.
People were upset.
What was the worst? What was the worst class though that you experienced?
Worst class by difficulty standards was probably.
It doesn't be difficult.
In college, it was what's called inorganic chemistry. Inorganic and organic chemistry are two of the worst classes.
Oh, dude, I took chemistry, and I remember like I was there the first day, and then they were like, memorize the periodic table of elements by tomorrow, and I was like, I'm dropping this.
That's crazy. That is crazy. They asked that of you
in a day.
That's some shit you need to know for like your final or your AP. You need to like understand which is which.
Looking back, I think it was a filter. I think because I think the second people hear that, they're like, I'm not doing this. Like, what? Are you kidding? I don't want to be a chemist. Because I have no interest in this at all.
No, I would never. So
I suspect that that's the reason why, to thin out the, it's like that classic. You see it more in college, where like the first week is kind of like test week.
Like, show me your cock.
Yeah, show me your penis.
And then people do it.
Yeah, and only 7 people are left, and it's like, you guys are gonna make it.
Now show me your cock one more time.
Show me your cock one more time.
One more time.
All the girls are out of the class.
And hold on. Before you show me your cock, can I get one more Blumkin?
Can I get one more Blumkin? That's crazy.
The implication being that he's already gotten one.
You ask your genie that's standing in the back of the class, hey genie, one more Blumkin while they're showing me your cock.
So stupid. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Corinth wrote in. I read. She's or he. I don't know. They are getting a lot of play here lately. What's up, the elusive man, Frank Fontaine and Kefka Palazzo?
He called me Kefka. That's so fucking mean.
That is crazy.
Kefka sucks, dude. Fuck you.
What? Kefka's great.
He's a great character.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Sure.
Kefka's the kind of guy that would rape a bull.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
That's
don't fucking do me. I mean, sorry.
Are we gay? Well, oh God, what happened? Are we gay now?
I don't know what's going on.
I almost snapped at you and I realized I gotta suppress.
You gotta suppress. So she says,
thought my dad stand through me. He was like,
because I recently said I recently had to change my online pseudonym. I formerly went by Doombringer due to some insane shit. So I asked you this: have you ever thought about changing your online pseudonyms, or have you always felt that you were locked in what you initially chose?
No,
never want to change it.
I mean,
Tom Tweeny's good.
I thought about it only because like it's just I'm bored of shit. I first used it when I was like 16 or something, and so I was just like, whatever. I invented the Derek Blackman thing just as a new last name because I'm like, yeah. And I thought of just, let me just focus on that and some black guy, because some black is a little tainted, I feel. It looks a little tainted because, like, you're the back in the day. I ran into a fucking guy that had a son that looked like he was like 15, 16 years old. And he was like, hey, I used to watch your shit like way back in the day. He was like an older dad.
Oh, weird.
Fucking his hands are all fucking dirty and shit. I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
He was digging up human skulls.
Yeah.
He was slapping buildings apart with his bare hands.
It was pretty crazy. Yeah. He's I just got done slapping buildings with skulls.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, all right, man. And it was weird, but I was just kind of what my name represents. And interesting enough, though, he didn't really see me as a political commentator. He thought I was just more of like, you just talked about the dumb shit that was happening back then. Like, I think all that like SJW shit or whatever, where it was in politics, was just like, this is the talking about video games.
It was literally just commentary.
Yeah,
it's what commentary used to be.
Right. And I was like,
the cancer that it is now.
Yeah, it sucks now, dude. Like the new wave of those people.
I don't even know them.
I know some of them. There's like,
you know a few of them personally.
Mostly streamers, right?
They stream now.
Yeah.
But like it was, what's his name? Turkey Tom, Nicholas DeOrio, Willie Mack.
Oh yeah.
There's like a new they're like the mid to late 20s. You know when we started doing it. So they're like the new, but it's a bunch of stuff that I couldn't care less about.
Sure.
And then it's also frustrating. Which, I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of stuff that we were doing. I just think that we were a little more entertaining with it. Like it was more of like, not everybody. Let's be real.
Yeah. Like not everybody.
I'm thinking of like, I guess I was thinking of like you, people who were trying to be funny and who actually had some natural like inclination to be charismatic and fun to watch.
I think the thing that is different now is like people look at it as like a soapbox to talk about how they feel. I looked at it as like a show. Which is like an old way to look at it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't influenced by people who were doing what I was doing. I was influenced by like Jon Stewart and people like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
So like in my mind, it's like, we're playing characters, we're doing a show. But to them, they saw us. You know what I mean? Maybe not Willie Mack. Willie Mack's older on the older end.
Maybe so.
To be fair to Willie Mack, Willie Mack's a really nice dude.
I haven't seen. I've seen a handful of his videos, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with what he was doing. He has a very old school style. Even his transitions, like you'll have a 3-second clip like of a song. So it's a very old. It reminds me of the old shit.
Yeah. That's not to say like it's not like, by the way, it's not like an endorsement or whatever. I don't know. Like I don't keep up with these people.
No,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's reached out to me in certain occasions where it's just like he didn't need to do that. It was really swell.
Oh yeah, that's what the Turkey Tom same deal. Which it was like he was doing research. On certain stuff, and he was like, "Oh, I was involved or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, I appreciate," because most people they just make videos and like,
I know.
Like you don't know anything about me. How are you saying all this stuff?
Yeah,
we didn't think to ask.
You know what's
the person
crazy
it's
too?
about?
You know what's crazy too is like some people will say like he's declined to comment as if like they reached out to you. Like, you didn't reach out to me. Are you kidding?
That's fucking great.
I mean, to be fair, I probably wouldn't also, but like, so you guessed correctly, but like, how dare you?
That's crazy. Just to say that confidently.
How dare you lie the right way?
Like as if you not.
It's correctly lying.
That's funny.
But
that's funny.
Yeah, no, I've thought about just like going by my actual name at a certain point.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know.
They're so anonymous now. Like people know I'm Kingston Jameson. People know you're Chris Maldonado. People know that you're black. So like they just,
yeah. It is anonymous. It just kind of becomes like
black.
I don't know. I start to feel.
I feel a little old now. That's it. Like
that's
I feel like the
too.
character of Tom Sweeney is very much so a period of time.
That's kind of how I feel about it too. It's just like because me especially, like us especially, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not like. It's not a name I chose on purpose. It was just like I was changing the name of my channel every week back then because I just didn't care. And I was like, I changed it to different things. I tried to just have my first and middle name, but it felt incomplete. So I was just like, I don't know what kind of. All right, I'm gone. I guess.
Okay.
And then a video exploded, and I was like, oh shit, this is me now. So I was never like attached to it.
Okay.
But it does feel old, you know, and it does, quite frankly, it does get into this territory of. Like, I'm 31, and when I hear people my age talk about, oh, Flub Waffles is coming to the party, and I'm like,
you're like no.
We gotta...
No.
Who's that, James? You know, like, it just kind of becomes, like, I don't know.
Is it weird that...
Like, I'm just over the whole... Not secret identity thing, because it's not what it is, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, the pseudonym thing. Like, I don't care enough about it.
Is it weird that we're, like, we're, like... On the internet space, we're, like... On the older side-ish, I guess now. No, I can't think of many 40-year-old content creators.
Ethan. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I mean, we're like that's why I was even saying like.
Well, I mean, Channel Awesome, and those guys are still doing shit. Angry Joe.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
I don't know how old they are necessarily, but they're.
I feel like they're probably around my age.
Yeah,
they're late. 30s.
They're late 30s.
They're late 30s. Yeah.
Doug especially, like AVGN. Right. Yeah, I mean, and they're still doing stuff. So we're like, yeah, we're older for sure. Yeah. Especially now because like the barrier is so low. Like kids didn't get famous before, really.
Yeah, Speed and Kai are like not even 25 yet.
Well, that's fine.
Crazy.
That makes
they're like
20. I mean, I was like, 21 or 22.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but like it's now you have like I can't remember the name, but there were kids who were being propped up as like the next star or whatever. Remember there was a kid in a helmet. He had like a helmet. Do you remember this guy? He didn't do really much of anything, but I remember him being like, it almost kind of felt like an industry plant thing, but it was like this kid who was like, he must have been like maybe like 14 or something.
Helmet, huh?
And he had like a helmet and he hit his face and he just did a bunch of these like stream things.
I don't remember.
Somebody in the audience knows. I don't remember the specifics.
I remember like a singer, the Jacob Sartorius.
Oh, Sartorius? Something
is that
like
right? Something
Santorum?
Like that.
I don't know.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
I remember there's these
Jacob
kids
Sartorius,
that were blowing up like crazy, and then there's that new kid that everybody hates. Can't remember his name right now. He's a
dude, actually, a great example. Fucking the Costco kids.
Oh yeah.
Big Justice and
Big
fucking.
Justice and,
I don't know. Little Justice.
Little Freedom.
Actually, the Little Freedom, and then the Rizzler.
Big Justice, Little Freedom, and then freaking what you call it, the great.
Big Justice, the Little Freedom, and the Rizzler.
And the Rizzler.
I saw a report that guy died recently, but no.
Big Justice.
The big guy.
Was like heart exploded. Boom!
He punched a hole through his own chest. Boom! And it fucking does the fucking what is it called? What are they called again?
Death?
No. What's it called? Like BAMF and stuff like that when they show it? Is it
onomatopoeia? Yeah.
Boom! And
You see the boom
through his fucking chest.
Dude, can somebody draw that as a comic book? The Big Justice doing boom and it says boom and then he punches his heart out of the back of his chest.
Yeah, it's almost like draw him as Captain Ginyu, like doing the self harm thing.
That's right.
And then he switches bodies with the Rizzler. It's like, I'm finally young again.
I'm finally young again. Rizzy starts rolling on the ground like a fucking 360.
He goes, I'm
finally.
I'm finally young again. But he doesn't know how to do it. Like he can't do it.
Work, yeah.
He does it in the face of his dying body with the Rizzler. And the Rizzler's like, and he's like,
imagine staring at yourself rizzing at you.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
Scary.
It's like Rick and Morty burying themselves.
A little bit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I'm Rizzler. I'm Rizlonian.
All right, let's see.
Rizlonian.
What the fuck?
I'm Rizzerat.
Rizzerat.
Rizzerat. All right, let's see. Sween forcefully cackling at an unfunny joke he made. It says to hide, but then it cuts off. I don't know what it is to hide. But he wrote in. He says, "Who has worse brain rot, millennials or Gen Z?"
Technically Gen Z, but like millennials are pretty fucked too.
I thought brain rot was like the I feel like Gen X is kind of oblivious to a lot of shit that's going on. I feel like
100%. Yeah, they're out to pasture. They don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
I think they are, but they aren't. Like they're a unique blend of.
No, but you have to understand. You and I. Actually, you more so. Slightly.
I'm like a total of 16 weeks younger than you probably.
Yeah,
that's not much.
Yeah, so slightly more so. I'm not saying.
I get what you mean.
I'm talking more about like literally our placement in generations, because like we're millennials, but we're like
the tail end.
We're that trail off.
Yeah,
we're that little crossfade between Gen Z, like Zillennials, I think they call it, which
Lily
is fucking annoying.
Lily is straight up what you call Gen Z.
Yeah, she's straight up Gen Z.
She's 90. She's 96. She's a Gen Z technically. She's the proto of them, but she's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
How old is she? 19.
That's crazy.
She's 28. She's 28 years old. The fuck? That's insane. I've been for almost 10 years. That's crazy.
Hey, that's crazy. What's going on with you?
Wait. You've been dating a 19-year-old for 10 years?
I never said that. She's almost 29.
I don't believe that.
You don't have to believe it. It's real.
I don't believe you at all. I believe
she's almost 20, 9? What does the 9 mean?
I'm going to call her. I'm going to call her so you don't have to deal with this. I'm not going to have you guys slander me.
No, dude.
Yeah, give her a call. Actually, call her.
I know she's 19. Shut up.
No,
it's
I'm
okay.
not letting this
It's okay.
happen.
No, it's okay. You can turn off.
It's a different world now.
No, it's okay.
Kingston Trump's in office. It's fine.
It is fine, actually. Literally.
She's not going to answer, I'm sure of it. Oh, it failed instantly. Wait.
Hello,
I'm not.
There's no service here.
So who has worse?
I'm 19. Hello.
I'm calling her.
He's calling his 19-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, that he's known for 10 years.
He stopped. Hope she answers. Please answer, Lillian. Please, I need you right now, honey. I need you.
Are you sure it might be her bedtime?
Stop, Lil. Please
He's
answer.
panicking.
I am a little bit. Lil, answer. Lil, I'm gonna call her mom.
Send some warm milk. She's all tucked in.
Lillian, answer the phone, Lillian.
Hello, it's me. I'm 19.
She's not allowed to be on it after this.
Shut up. It's my last chance.
No. We're Kingston's not dating a 19-year-old, obviously.
I just need help. I need an assist, okay?
It's me, Kingston.
It's me, Kingston.
Hello, Kingston. It's me. I'm 19.
It's me.
I just turned 19.
It's like getting worse. I just turned 19 weeks.
Hello, I'm barely legal. Hello.
Thank you, Lord. Angel.
What?
Okay, we're on the podcast right now, and Chris and Derek are being complete jackasses. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, thank goodness.
Mine is what?
Wait, 20. Hold on, Lily. 20, 8.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. 8 like
We were under
days?
under the impression because Kingston told us all the time that you were 19 years old.
I never said that once. I said we started dating. She was 19.
No, you said I'm dating.
No, not
You
even.
said
Not
I'm
even.
dating a 19-year-old.
Not even actually. You were 20, right?
You started dating her.
Wait, I thought you were 40.
Wait,
So she's 19 and you're 40.
Lillian, don't do that. Hey, honey. All jokes aside, really stop right now. Like, I need you to just play the straight and narrow.
Lily, ask again. I'm gonna ask you one time. How old are you, Lily?
20.
She said 20 first. She wants to go like, get off the plane. It's
okay,
fine.
bye, honey. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Stupid. That's crazy. Who has worse?
Barely
But
legal.
you said millennials have.
Stop.
You said millennials have worse brain rot. You said.
Oh yeah, like unequivocally, like it has to be. Like we're the terminally online, the first terminally online generation.
I think we're pseudo online. I think right after us is like the terminally online people. I think we're close to it. We're the TV raised ones.
I think so.
I kind of agree.
We're TV raised.
I understand what you're saying. But there's also like there's the internet from even when I was a kid. I didn't participate in all that stuff, but there was all the forums and all that shit that existed already.
I didn't do that either.
Yeah, but
me
like
neither. Not
those
really.
people, like, to me, that's what Ethan Klein reminds me of that. For example, like he's around my age, he's a couple years older, or like
I think
three or 4 years older, but he spent so much time online. For example, like
I think that's why he's older. That's why he did it though. At the same time,
a little bit. He said, yeah, just by a little bit. But like, I think this is why, unfortunately. And I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just saying that like why he can't stop doing what he's doing, because he can't stop existing online. Like he's a part of that culture that just loves to go on Reddit and see what's happening.
because even for
You
me,
know what I
right?
mean?
I have
Like-
the validation over like with over absorption sometimes. I'm like, even though like I'm like a fucking progressive guy, I can't look at progressive politics all day, you know, because I'm just like I'm tired of hearing
that
about
has anything
this.
to do.
No, but I think it's the idea of that like. For my particular group of people, we can look at things we enjoy for a while that agree with us, and the point we're like, all right, we're done. Opposed to older people, the things that validate them, I feel like they'll stay in it. They'll stay in the validation sphere.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're a little different from that. Like at least for me, I'm a little different from that.
Ooh.
Where I'll leave what like validates me eventually because I'm like, I just don't want to hear this anymore.
I don't know what
I've been validated too much.
You know,
What are we considering brain rot? I guess.
Yeah, look, here's the thing that I actually didn't consider. Because I was just considering brain rot was by being kind of like you've been so affected by I can't think of a better word, but let's just say like the propaganda of like whatever. I started thinking about Joe Rogan, for example. Joe Rogan reminds me of the Gen X's. He's just doing it online, but he reminds me of the people that just watch fucking Fox News and nothing but Fox News.
Yeah, the older ones, yeah.
And that there is to that point. So the counter argument.
I mean, Joe is old.
Like
Joe Rogan is old also. He's like
probably
almost 60.
Yeah, he's getting close to 60, right? But he gets all of his news from like the online Fox News, essentially. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same type of brains, but it's just
Sure,
not
sure.
television anymore. So now I'm a little bit of two minds because I'm like, damn. Wouldn't you consider the people that just watch that news on television and nothing else? Don't they have brain rot too?
I think we're a little bit. I think our
don't know.
generation's in
I
a
think
weird
brain-
spot.
I haven't heard your take yet.
Well, I don't know. I think because I can read the question a couple different ways. Like, who has worse brain rot in the sense of like, as far as like the brain rot that we associate. So my brain first went to like, okay, I think of like millennial brain rot as like fucking Nyan Cat. You know what I mean? Or like fucking Charlie the Unicorn, or like that kind of thing. Whereas like I think modern, or I guess Gen Z brain rot is more like,
It's fucking skibbity toilet.
oh, you know what actually is a good millennial brain rot, or like a good example of it? Like those MLG fucking weed crash out edits from like a long ass time ago. Like that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of the frame of like content.
Yeah.
So like who has the worst brain rot as far as like that versus like the Gen Z stuff, which is like I wouldn't even really know what to fucking call it. I guess it is kind of more political, I guess.
Is that how you say when you would accuse someone of having brain rot? Is that what comes to your mind?
No, I think I was just like kind of like trying to figure out what exactly the question was asking, because I think you could ask that question too.
Yeah, if they
but
had a different interpretation. Yeah.
But I think, yeah, worse brain rot as far as like which generation is more negatively impacted by, I guess, the internet.
It's them. It's Gen X.
Yeah, I don't know actually, because then it's a spectrum. Because I would argue that Gen X,
question.
I would argue that Gen X they don't have the tools necessary to really understand what the internet is, or how to go through it, so they're really susceptible to shit.
Right.
Whereas I think we're a little bit more clued into that because we've lived in both kind of spaces.
Yeah.
But I also think that there's an argument to be made that like Gen Z also only knows one thing because of that as well.
I think because we're simply
because we're
planted in the middle.
transitionary.
Yeah.
We're a transitionary generation. Like we knew people who were Jalen is not online at all. He's only recently. In fact, he's used the internet more recently than I've ever seen him.
Yeah, he just got
in the
a
last
Discord.
like year.
He just got a Discord. That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we had to get him on Discord. Like so but he was in school next to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I was on Reddit and I was aware of all these. I had a YouTube channel.
Even before I like really lived with you, I wasn't like that either. I was kind of subtractive from the internet to a certain degree. I didn't want to really be involved with it.
Yeah, and so like
I regret being involved with it to a certain degree now, but it is.
I mean, your life would have been fucked.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like the idea of this, like we exist in a middle place where it's like
I do think it's awfully convenient for us to say this. That is not lost on me to say
Very
like,
true,
oh,
yeah.
we're lucky because we can see. Like, I don't think necessarily that's 100% true. There's definitely some of us who fucking lost it, but I do think like generally, I think we're more adept at like living in both of those spaces than either of those generations.
I think so. The only thing that would maybe make me argue that is the level of brain rot can get so much deeper when it comes to like millennials or Gen Z or whatever. Because Joe Rogan, for example, a Gen Xer who can see like a Facebook meme that's clearly fake but think it's true.
Yeah, it's like Trump saving a kitten on fire from a fire truck.
Yeah,
and it's like clearly AI.
Yeah,
and it's like, whoa, look at what he's doing. Look at what he's doing.
Look what he did. He's a great man. How could you deny this?
Look at his 18 fingers.
But then Joe Rogan probably has never been on 4chan or what's that? Kiwi Farms.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that stuff where those people are fuck. Like
that is
that's
true.
the height of brain rot. Those people that go on those things that create usernames.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's not even like, I clicked the link that led me to this thing because I've been on Kiwi Farms before.
Yeah.
Right, but like. You see people and they have usernames and avatars, and I'm like, that's brain rot.
Active. Yeah, I think the ceiling is higher for millennials. Yeah, potentially. Purely because maybe it does come from that transitionary period where like you were in one place and now you're in another space, and it's like difficult to maybe navigate because it's disorienting.
Sure.
So I do think the ceiling might be higher for millennials, but I think fewer of us are in there.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like you look at Kiwi Farms and you have to imagine that that's like the same 200 people over and over again. You know what I mean? Like that's not like a flourishing.
Probably.
So like
I saw
what?
I hate that website so much. But
it's terrible.
And with all that Destiny leaks were happening.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh, look at Destiny's leaks, and I was like, what happened? I clicked on the thing.
It's a bunch of sex
I didn't know the context at first, not immediately. Yeah, I was like, can't believe I've seen Destiny's dick. I'm so mad.
Keep packing?
It's average. It's not big or small. It was just a regular penis. But I'm mad that like I saw this and I'm like, I can't believe I know what his dick looks like now. It made me mad that I know. Because I didn't want it. Why the fuck would I want to? No, but I never wanted to know his dick.
Oh, I know you. Yeah.
So I'm like, why?
You wouldn't go to the spa with Destiny?
It's like say if
can you imagine a more distressing time than being in a spa
Destiny,
with Destiny?
Get a wreck next to me. I'll wear the sauna.
Especially knowing what I know now with all the weird shit that he involved in, all these allegations.
I don't know.
I'd be like, oh man, I gotta get out of here before I get roped into whatever he's about to do.
Yeah, dude, Kiwi Farms is fucking weird.
I just don't want to be present.
They were really obsessed for a while because they thought that like I was like having an affair with like Anissa behind Ian's back or something. I remember that was like a big story.
There was
It was hilarious to me because I'm like, that is wild.
I know I saw a creator.
Can you imagine the lack of self-preservation that I would have had, especially at that time?
That era of Ian,
that era of Ian.
How dumb
to
that
even do something like that for any reason
go
would be
behind
so
his
crazy.
back, or publicly behind his back. I don't even. How would you?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly. It falls apart immediately.
Like right now, they go hit him up and like, hey man, I know you were complete. How would you? Like it's so
it's insane
to set up like him being fully aware that you guys are hanging out and it's whatever, who gives a shit, but also it's like say Occam's razor. It's like, come on guys, think. You gotta think that like Ian is completely knows they're hanging out with their friends, and he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, is that not the easier explanation? Then this is some grand thing.
It's always a conspiracy
on the side.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like it's so conspiracy brained on those things, and that's part of what I think. That's what I'm saying. I think the ceiling is way higher. I think you're right.
Yeah, the truth is boring, so you got to go harder and go on those kiwi farms and find interesting theories. Look, I've been on there for Ethan Ralph.
Oh really? I just wait for you to tell me. What the fuck's...
I can't look at either off line because I feel like I might taint me. I feel like it might be like seeing the deadlights and fucking it. And being
I saw Ethan Ralph get blown the fuck out on a live stream recently by a hyper autistic wrestling fan. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, this
what do you mean?
Is so sad.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he's doing a wrestling show now, right?
So he's doing a wrestling show with the DSP. But this new guy showed up. I don't know who the fuck. There's a new guy. I don't know who he is.
That Oblivion lockpicking game had me feeling like DSP for a second.
Like you're like,
because I was like, I was just in there like, I don't know, the game's bugged or something. Like,
the instant blame game, not my skill.
Yeah, dude, I love. It's one of my like. I know that he sucks, but it's one of my favorite things about him is that he will always blame the game no matter what.
It's the game's problem.
It's the game's fault.
I saw him rushing in and playing Metal Gear Solid, getting shot at. And
it's crazy. I can't even take any damage. It's crazy. The game's broken.
And I'm like...
It's like it's a stealth game.
You're running at them. What are you doing?
I love that a few of my friends watch him.
Why'd you bring a fucking full deck of cards to the chess game, you fucking idiot? We're not playing that.
I love watching him play games. Like when I go to Mick's house and Mick is just watching Dark Side Phil. And I'm just laughing because
dude, you know what's funny?
They love him. Dude, they love watching it.
He keeps me. He is to DSP what you are to Ethan Ralph.
Oh, cool.
Like he's like my liaison until like so I don't have to look into it myself.
Yeah.
But he tells me. I remember because I was driving to Nikki and Jordan's wedding with him. And he was like, you know what we're missing right now?
You know what we're missing?
Yeah. I think I should put that on. I said that because I was like. He told me it's like, you know, it's DSP's birthday stream today. Ooh. And I was like, oh man, we're missing DSP's birthday stream for this?
For this
wedding? Oh.
That must have been good.
Yeah.
I heard he cried. Wait, maybe that was the same day because I heard he cried recently about... I don't know. I don't know enough about DSP lore. Damn. I hear whispers because those guys that the Kino Casino, they call themselves.
Sure.
They are where I get my Ethan Ralph stuff from. And so they for a while were lampooning the fuck out of DSP to the point where they were quote unquote partnering with him and saying like, oh, he's the greatest ever, gassing him up and I was just like, I can't fucking believe this is happening. And of course they had a fallout after a while because like, I can't take it anymore. I can't. He's too stupid to like even lampoon at a certain point. And I was like, that's incredible. You get to a point where you have like I guess gold, and then you're like, this gold is actually no, this is just coal. Like I can't do anything with this.
There's too much gold.
I can't do anything with this.
I was watching this random movie where it's like some kids found this guy that was trapped in a briefcase. Wait, let me.
What the fuck movie is this?
It's some stupid shit. It's some stupid shit that I would watch.
Kid found a guy that was trapped in a briefcase.
And every time he got hurt, gold came out of the briefcase. Like gold came out of the briefcase.
Wait, what is this? A movie you said?
It's some fucking stupid movie that like the AI was like telling me about. You know, like on YouTube when it's like man finds dog who can grant wishes. And just tell an AI voice they tell you. So it's pretty much these kids that found this fucking
Watch
gin.
Mojo. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Dude, there's a bunch of AI generated Watch Mojo like accounts now,
okay.
which is just like,
of course, there is.
It's so annoying. Listen, if you want to make content, but you don't know how to make content,
don't make,
and
content.
you don't know how to edit, and your voice is terrible, and your face is ugly. Maybe just pick a different thing to do.
Yeah, there's plenty of other things.
There's plenty of other things to do. Like I hate the idea of people making videos and then using like AI voices because they're just like, oh, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
How about you fucking go away then?
Yeah, good idea.
And let somebody who can talk fucking do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw a guy.
Can you imagine if you did the same thing with like being a doctor or something?
Yeah.
I don't want to be a doctor.
I don't really like touching people or like seeing gore or anything.
Yeah,
but
I'll let my AI do it.
But I really want to do surgery.
I really want to do surgery.
Like,
and I
fuck
hate
you.
touching people and I hate gore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So let me finish the idea. So it was like every time the guy got hurt, gold doubloons would come out. So there's 3 friends are like, whoa, this guy makes gold doubloons. So they start abusing the living fuck out of this fucking guy in the suitcase. And then one kid is like, guys, he's dying. Let's like stop. And they were like, no, let's do more. So they started dropping him down the steps. They started getting like baseball bats and beating him. And eventually...
Is this a joke? Is this like a Norm joke? What's happening?
No. Oh, I'm sorry for doing a voice like that. My apologies. So eventually... Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So eventually they he's a curse after a certain point. There's no return. So he like becomes a djinn and like traps them in suitcases. And then he drops them off in random places so it can happen to them. And one kid's like, I'll stop. But would you hurt that guy to get gold?
No.
The moment I would be like, oh, there's a person there and it's sentient. And then now there's magic. Now I've realized there's magic to me. I'm not getting involved. I'm like, guys,
well, to me,
stop.
Well, to me, I look at it as a thing where it's like, okay, I get gold. What do I do with gold?
You sell
it. But that's a job now. You see what I'm saying? Like, if it's money,
it's a job.
If it's money, that's a different story. I still think I wouldn't do it. But like, if it's just gold doubloons, it's like, okay, if I see a free gold doubloon, what that is a task that I must then go and find somebody to sell this to. I must like...
You just bring it to a bank, literally.
A piece of gold?
Gold's hit an all-time high right now.
Yeah, bring it to a bank. That's
I have never even once thought about like... Do people do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've sold gold before.
You've sold gold?
Yes.
In what context? You have like a gold bar?
No, there was... I would not be here if I had a gold bar.
How much is a gold? I don't even know. Like,
It's worth a lot of money.
A lot.
Is it? It doesn't feel like it is.
It absolutely is.
I think you just don't conceptualize it because you've never had the chance to, you know.
I've never seen a gold bar in my life.
Yeah, you don't know the people around you to be like, oh, we just have gold bars lying around. None of your friends like, yeah, my friend's dad went and sold a gold bar.
I'll put it this way: how much is a gold coin worth?
Probably like $10,000.
I just don't think that's true.
Right now, a standard gold bar could be like about 1.1 million.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Dude, like an
Why?
ounce. Dude, the market, like, so an ounce, right? Like, the market right now, it's hit an all-time high at 36,000. Sorry, not 1,000, 3,600. So, like, an ounce. You can get, like, sell like an ounce of gold for $3,600.
That's so...
That's why people are like, gold is so much fucking money because of I don't know why gold costs so much.
It's all perception, right? It's whatever we value as precious, and
I guess it's not
gold
much of it.
Gold is valuable as long as society exists, I guess. But when society, that's kind of the thing. Is like invest in gold in case of the societal collapse. It's like no one's gonna give a shit about gold.
It's not societal collapse. It's banking collapse. Societal collapse, nothing's worth anything other than guns and
I mean, if the bank collapses, gold is worth nothing either.
Well, no, because
who the fuck's gonna care?
People used to. That's why they made coins, right? It was that we needed something to exchange goods.
Yeah, but that was back when. I'll put it this way: like I don't think our relationship to gold as a modern society is so pervasive that the collapse of entire banking systems would keep that sustained.
Not for long.
Like, because if the entire banking system collapses, that's what you figure 80% of people lose everything, and it's absolute anarchy and chaos. No one's gonna give a shit about like that. Is ultimately like the apocalypse. Like you're not gonna. Oh, I have gold, so I'm fine. No, I'm gonna get a stick and I'm gonna beat you to death and take your food. You know what I mean? I could give a fuck.
Well, when things settle, because you think about it, like it's bottle caps and Fallout.
Sure,
eventually something is going to be that thing. And
right.
Savvy people will try to make it gold because they've already hoarded it.
Right.
Like rich people have already hoarded gold, so they'll be like, okay, I'm okay. Now I need to convince all these people to make gold be the next commodity, the standard commodity. And they'll do it because we fall for everything. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us being like, let's just rob them and take all their stuff.
Yeah.
They'll be like they'll listen to Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we can't do that, guys. Like we can't, even though, because I'm sure he's buying gold right now. I'm sure he's buying gold. They're all buying gold right now because.
But to buy gold in the first place is like you're buying gold because you can sell it for the thing that you gave away to get it.
Right, but they're doing it because they're understanding that right now that the dollar may not be the world reserve currency anymore.
Yeah, well, no, may not. It's
the world is moving away from it because Donald Trump's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
He's so cool.
I know, but yeah. I guess I just have a hard time believing that gold would be
cooked.
Well,
the entirety
you
of
have a hard time believing it because we haven't lived through a fucked period of life. That's all.
Yeah, maybe.
There are many people that have like.
I just feel like the more fucked it gets, the less gold matters.
I think at a certain point, you're right. Like, I think eventually
it might be like one of these graphs kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not just a stay down graph. It's like because I truly at the collapse of society, all that matters is your power. Like, actually, it's all that matters.
Well, they'll use gold as power, though. That's the thing.
No. That's
they'll
true.
convince most people.
Gold is shiny and it looks cool, so people are gonna be like, "Oh, it worth thing."
Like, if we were a smart society, we wouldn't be where we are right now. You know, so it's just like, well, they're gonna fucking convince the dummies to be like,
the idea that
the dummies are gonna be like, I don't have any gold, but they have all the gold. Damn, I'm broke still. And he'd be like, well, no, it collapsed. Our system collapsed. Just take shit now. They're not gonna do it. They suck.
Like, the idea is funny because it's like
they
gold.
suck.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Even though they're
Fucking
steel.
thing sucks.
Dude, that Bill O'Reilly.
I love that clip.
That's such a classic. Fucking thing sucks.
What does it mean to play us off? Like, what he was
To play us out. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
He was tripping.
And to play us out, Sting with it. What does that mean to play us out?
I'm like, is this self-explanatory? I was like, why are you so mad?
We'll do it live.
He was rage bonus.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. I just like how mad he is, and then immediately he gets right back into character, and I'm like, whoa.
He was tripping. He was mid-trip. It was too late. Everything was making him angrier at that moment. No way you could have calmed down and make it stop.
My favorite thing is like the teleprompter. There's no words. There's no words there. What does that mean?
Like, okay.
Is there lore to why he got to that point?
I don't know. I'm sure there must be.
That didn't start there. You know, that didn't start at that point.
I wonder if Jon Stewart ever got into it, because I know that they were like frenemies. Like, they were the original like frenemies kind of show for like fucking politics. It was like Bill O'Reilly and Jon Stewart. They would always do shows together, and they would make fun of each other, like really hostile. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's interesting though. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
I love Tyler the Creator rage baiting the fuck out of him. That was a really funny interview.
Who?
Tyler the Creator.
What?
You didn't see that? He interviewed Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly interviewed Tyler the Creator, and Tyler was like, dude, I don't do this.
Why would he? What?
He was talking about.
I didn't even realize Tyler the Creator and Bill O'Reilly even shared a space of overlapping relevance at all.
They had one interview with him when he first came out, and he was like, why do you do what you do? Like, why do you make people upset? It's like, it's funny making people upset. It's like, why? Because it makes older people angry like you. I love making music like this that makes you upset, literally. and Bill O'Reilly's clearly getting aggravated. And Tyler's like being the young him when he was just like fucking huge asshole.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm loving this. All you're doing is making me happier.
Yeah, but the trade-off is Bill O'Reilly's audience are like, see, I hate beep. You know,
absolutely.
See, they're all the same.
Yeah, all
right.
Well,
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm gonna go stay in my home and vote for the worst person ever.
I'm gonna go buy a bunch of guns that I don't need because, you know, it makes me feel better having guns.
Yeah,
I feel strong, even though I'm weak. My gun is strong. I'm gonna go train a 4-year-old how to shoot a rifle, but it's kind of useful. But like, also like
4-year-old,
insane. Seeing those little kids use bolt actions properly.
I know there's that video of the kid with the dual.
Yeah, the little kid goes bam, 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 bam.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like, yep,
all
man.
Right. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's
read. You're gonna get bullied once, and your mom's gonna have to deal with it. It's funny.
Let's read our $25 and up patrons. The names at the end of the show.
Woo!
3, 2,
let's go, baby.
1.
As a meteorite
falls down on you.
That's the end of the show.
There's a little give. It's always a little give. I love the little give. That's always funny.
Powerful.
There is
like, holy shit! Boom.
There's funny. I love that little give.
It's always the funniest.
Is
thing about
funny.
everything.
And I don't know how to explain to people who don't like. I don't know how to explain why that's funny to people.
It's funny because it takes a moment for you to be like, wait a second. Oh, never mind.
Like the brief moment of false hope that it.
Yeah,
that it gives is just so funny.
Because
that's man versus car.
Yeah, exactly. There's a
little bit of give.
It feels like God's ultimate joke. That's why. I think that's why it's so funny. It's like,
I don't know.
Oh, he's doing it.
I don't know.
And you're like, oh my goodness, maybe is this real?
Have you ever wondered, like, there are things that maybe like everybody finds funny, or like the most people find fun, like the jokes from SpongeBob or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered if like what you find funny about that joke is what most people find funny about it, or like if it's like the majority?
You would assume because I think like when I talk to
like let me give you an example. Like the F is for Friends Who Do Stuff Together song in SpongeBob, right? When Plankton does his verse.
Yeah.
What do you identify as the funniest part of that?
the funniest part is the uranium bombs part, obviously.
But what about it?
Because it's like F is for uranium bombs.
It's the pause, right?
Of him pausing and then iterating that he's going to be using bombs.
The pause
is funny.
The pause to me makes that joke 50 times funnier than it would be
100%.
without the pause.
Yeah, it would.
But I've asked people about that joke, and they actually think like what's funny about it is that he gets interrupted at the end.
That is for no survivors
when then he gets interrupted.
That's not the funny part.
No, I would agree, but but you know what I'm saying? Like you can have a conversation about that joke, and everybody would laugh at it, and they would think it's funny, but people would have completely different reasons.
I could actually argue that the whole entire sequence is actually the funny part. I can actually agree. I think that whole sequence is just.
Well, I mean, there's obviously the setup for the
funniest part right there is.
I think it peaks.
But I think
that pause,
peak is that part. Yeah, for sure.
Use for uranium bombs. It's like the same thing with the bomb factory guy.
Yeah,
you know?
they're
these
bombs.
aren't pies. These are bombs.
Oh, these aren't pies. These were made in a factory, a bomb factory. They're bombs.
like
the pause kills me.
It's great.
It's so good.
I think certain things are just kind of funny evolutionarily, actually.
And I
think shitting yourself is kind of just funny. I think someone shitting themselves is funny. Because my nephew, who's 5, thinks that shit's out of this world. And I'm like, I remember when I thought that.
Have you ever seen the movie Spy Hard?
No.
No?
No.
Do you know that movie?
I know the movie, but I don't think I've seen it.
It's a Leslie Nielsen movie. It's like Naked Gun, Airplane Vane.
Yes. I might have seen it once.
Yeah, a little bit like Wrongfully Accused. It was a Leslie Nielsen spy movie, basically. So it was just the Leslie Nielsen idea of just like, oh, this is gonna be like a weird comedy,
right?
But he's a spy, and it's like a James Bond kind of thing. And Weird Al does like the Bond song in the beginning, and he hits a high note and his head explodes. But like that movie has a lot of. I strongly urge everybody to watch clips from that movie because it is really fucking bizarre. That movie. There's a scene where he's walking into this office. He's supposed to meet his friend. He's a master of disguise, and he isn't there. So he sits in a chair and just shits all over it, basically. Like he farts up a storm onto this chair, and he's like, "I give up." And he's like in the chair, and it's like, it is psychotic.
But why
that anyone would exactly? No, I don't even think there's an explanation given.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's truly crazy. I think there's another movie where he's like running. There's a runaway train and it's off the tracks and it's coming after him and he's like running away from it. And Leslie Nielsen peeks. He like hides and he peeks out from behind a tree and then it cuts to another tree and the train peeks out from behind another tree and it fucking kills me.
That's awesome.
It's so stupid.
I think that is when comedy's allowed to just be comedy. You know?
Yeah.
I love shit like that.
I think I'm a very big proprietor of anti-comedy, but I also think that like when you just let things be funny for funny's sake, it's something magical, you know?
Right.
Like when you're like let's let this be as silly as, because I think that would fix cinema if there was like a few movies that came out that were just like, this is a movie that's a comedy movie and it's just stupid.
Yeah, it's so fucking crazy. It's like a runaway train. It's Wrongfully Accused train scene, and you can see it if you Google it. But like, it's insane.
That's badass.
A train peeking around a corner that's a one sentence story. A train peeks from around the corner.
A train peeks around the corner. It sounds like something that we would say because it's so stupid. It's like so no one would ever spend the money to do something that dumb.
I think that stuff needs to be done again. I think we need to bring back just being funny.
Just dumb funny.
Is dumb funny. That's why, we talk about podcasting and the podcasts I would listen to. I would gravitate towards those podcasts. It's like this. just saying the stupidest shit you can think of, and that's
Sure.
it. That is
Yeah.
the sake of it. There's no point other than just trying to make someone laugh.
Because I think vulgarity kind of has weakened a lot of comedy because it's like let's just curse instead. It's like no,
I do think
let's say
it's an easy laugh kind of thing.
I think the N-word is the funniest word ever, right? But I think you don't the N-word, F-word are two
he's
funniest
just
words.
right, like he's gonna trap me.
Right? Like I do.
Man.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, right. You agree?
No, man. I think.
But I think there's comedy in just silliness.
Well,
that's what comedy
Well,
is.
that's why I think that scene is so funny.
Yeah.
It's just like there's no like it's not like edgy or anything.
Yeah, it's
You know, it's just like
I like a lot of just shit, like even like I was thinking about our scene of Urkel holding Laura hostage, making Carl Winslow jerk off to completion. then Urkel kills Laura and then shoots Carl. And
wait, who is he tying up? Who is he?
Like that whole scenario.
Laura?
So Laura, his Carl's daughter.
Oh,
Laura Winslow.
That's so
And
crazy.
so like that scenario, like it's vulgar, it's fuck. Like I love that. Like
Right.
love vulgarity too.
I think
No, for sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
But
I
that's
appreciate it.
more monstrous. But I think that is
love
funny
that.
though,
It's
because that's
so-
just evil. That's the kind of evil you don't run into. You know,
you make your fuck, you jerk off in front of your daughter to completion, thinking that's
because
gonna
you're being
save our
forced to under
Yeah,
gunpoint.
You're forced under gunpoint, thinking that's gonna save her life, and it doesn't.
It feels like God's comedy again. It's like this is like this is how the angels. This is what God does for his board days. Like, let me just create a scenario that this
All right, we actually have to read these things.
All right,
Oh, Jesus. All right.
finish right now. Or else I'll, like,
earthquake
save
in
your
Italy
daughter.
that's gonna wipe out like a lot of population. It's great.
There's one guy that fell real funny. Somebody stepped on his throat while they were running, and his fucking neck broke.
Great comedy.
And the angels are like, "Dad, you're tripping."
Have you ever watched the earthquake porn?
Is that real?
Yeah.
Like people watching earthquakes and they're like, this is so satisfying or something?
Yeah, it's like people like I don't know, it's like
people fucking during earthquake.
no, it's just earthquakes. It's just earthquakes in sensual scenarios.
No, what the fuck?
Yeah, two earthquakes going at
Fuck up.
I've watched a lot of explosion videos, and I like seeing like the fucking the shockwave and how like ethereal that feels. You know, it feels like magic.
Have you seen these new AI YouTube poop things that are like AI ruins Spider-Man or whatever?
Yeah,
I
that's
d-
why when the guy with the gun when he takes the pizza.
I'm
not sure.
It's if you look at it's ultimately AI, so like whatever, but it some of it's funny.
Some of it's funny.
Because it has to be. You know, like there's this like that scene in Spider-Man 2 where it's like where he's in the train and Dr. Octopus is going up to him and he's like, "You got to go through all of us."
Right.
And it just goes, it just cuts to Dr. Octopus going like, "Fine." it's really well, like I don't know. It sucks, but like
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's fun. Like you can't help it. Like you look up
like-
Spider-Man.
That's funny.
Yeah, ruined
Look up
Spider-Man.
another one. Look up Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
You looked at
Somebody did.
It's so funny.
Somebody put a Vader filter over our Jamaican Vader impression, and it's pretty good.
Where's that at?
I don't know. I think it might have
Obi-Wan,
been on
don't you know I'm
Douche's
stronger
channel,
than
maybe.
ever.
Oh,
Anyway, I'm gonna read the names now before we get stuck here forever.
right.
Grade Tay Underzay
Oh, very cool.
says, "What? Like chocolate rain, right?"
So stupid.
That is a joke for exactly 15 people.
Right.
Like, do you know who Tay Sunday is by name? Do you
Most
know
people
who
don't.
Grade A Under is? Do you know who Grade A Under is still? Do you remember Chocolate Rain and his voice and Grade A Under A's voice? Here's a perfect joke for you.
No,
Imagine seeing an infomercial like that trying to sell you on a joke.
I like that.
Hey, do you remember this fucking person? The Clam. Usurer Guildmaster. I can't read that fucking name. Kolshedra Edras. Hello, Kingston. I'm your papa. I love you so much. I subscribed twice to the $25 tier. Mwah. I added in the little kiss there.
Look, here's a perfect example of this AI, like this actually making me laugh. It's a scene from Dexter.
What is it?
It's a scene from Dexter, the show.
Oh, it's a YouTube short or
Yeah, it's a
Instagram
little short.
reel? Yeah, exactly.
And then he levels
360 no scope.
360 no scopes, and I was like, the caption like, I can't believe I forgot he did this.
Yeah, look up AI ruins Spider-Man 2 specifically.
Okay.
You don't even have to have the sound on. Just the images of it. It's just the image of it is fucking great because you know how it's supposed to go. It is unfortunate. It reminds me of like the AI presidents. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
Where it's just like, I don't really mind this.
Yeah, like them singing Chinese. You remember that? Trump and Biden singing Chinese.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of that.
It sounded great. I was like, whatever.
I was trying to think back of the hardest I've laughed on this show, and it was, unfortunately, it was AI related. But it was that. Do you remember the AI? When I can't remember what the fuck it was exactly, but it was like a cover of some song. And it was like the balls coming down. And it
was the 20th Century Fox thing.
Yeah,
It's like a Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, the
or something?
20th Century Fox song.
Oh my God, singing a Taylor Swift song.
Oh yeah, they're singing "Not Like Us" or something.
Oh, it was Taylor Swift and 20th Century Fox doing "Not Like Us."
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that was fucking.
That
funny.
did kill me.
That reminds. I think I brought it at the same time as Monica sending me the fucking gasolinas played by a chainsaw.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
That shit is funny. I can't lie.
I can't find it.
Oh really? AI ruined Spider-Man?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, damn. That's the problem, isn't it?
Look at Obi-Wan Guan. Look, trust me.
I think I saw it when there was only one.
Yeah, it's
That's a shame.
It's just not that specific scene's not popping up.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
God damn it.
Damn. Yeah, that's the problem with AI is that it's so easy to do that people just flood the zone with a bunch of garbage.
Totally.
So even if there is something,
re-upload ones that are already fucking.
Yeah, so like even if there are good things, it's gonna be buried under.
Lillian.
What happened?
She's got jury duty. Damn, that sucks.
Do you have jury duty? Did you get out of it?
I got out of it. I called one day and they were like, "You don't got to do this no more." And I was like, "Let's go."
They took one look at you. They're like, I wonder if just a cursory glance. I wonder if our spicy reputations help us in that sense. You know what I mean? I wonder if like they would Google me and they'd be like, "We can't have this guy on a fucking jury."
way.
I wouldn't mind doing jury. Like I hate the inconvenience is one thing. It's inconvenient. It's annoying. But like, if I could get somebody off of a charge that they didn't do, or help someone plead their case over something that is insignificant, where they could be potentially serving like something that would ruin their life, I would happily do that.
Okay,
Bullets
racist Hokage.
So retarded.
What?
The bullets. They're. This is. You know what's funny? Oh my God! I made essentially one of these. But it wasn't, obviously it wasn't AI. I did it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. Oh, this is so funny. Let me. Well, first of all, I think I found it.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope it's the same one.
I think that looks right. Yeah. And then they're all like, yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I love it because it looks like he double taps Y. You know what I mean? Like it looks like he switches to his first weapon, but he's like, no, not this one. And then he goes to the second one. But I don't think they told them to do that. I think it's just like a glitch. But that's good shit.
Where's my old channel?
Very well.
Very well.
It's so dumb. Racist Hokage King, son, I'm back from my trip to Vatican City. How do you think the I can't read.
God, my channel is completely blacklisted.
Oh yeah,
that Black Chad one. I can't search it up.
Yeah, it's gone.
How the fuck do I find it?
I don't know. How do you think the characters on Friends reacted to 9/11?
If I knew more about Friends, that'd be a good bit.
Yeah, the only thing I don't know much about, I can maybe guess that Chandler would be like, could I be any more terrified?
That sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I
really barely
remember how they act.
That show is fine to me. Like, I've never really wanted to watch it.
It was decent background noise. Every once in a while it would be on a big.
I would see something that would give me a chuckle every now and again.
I just think
I do think the pivot.
Ross,
get a load of
this guy.
That meme is crazy. That is one of the best memes ever.
That is a great one. It is him just like with his thumb up with that smug face is really perfect. And I do think the scene of them bringing the couch up the stairs is pretty funny.
That is a great scene from television.
Yeah, but I do think it's one of those things where it's like that has to find you on the right day too. Like, because I've definitely watched that scene before and been like, I'm not really.
The bloopers are fucking hilarious. For that
The
scene.
bloopers of every show are pretty top tier,
Bloopers
honestly.
are usually pretty great, yeah.
My favorite bloopers are Malcolm in the middle, where Malcolm literally guns down a small Vietnamese boy.
Okay, well,
How do I find this?
how do you think the characters? Okay, I read that already.
The Rock ruined my channel.
He really ruined it. Yeah.
Like I did that meme and I
about
can't
drive,
even
it's about
search
penis.
it up. I don't know.
I'm going to present with a mortar. Anything worse than -2 eye prescription is legally blind. Well, I'm many legally blinds. Shapiro chugging his sister's pre-cum. Jesus Christ. It's Emma.
Girls pre-cum? I don't think that's even
I mean,
possible.
kind of.
Piss?
I mean,
No, what do you mean? It's just a. I don't know if you're doing a bit.
Yeah.
You know, women get wet before
Our
you.
women can't secrete. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Can they?
Can they?
He's like, I've only ever seen them dry.
Yeah.
My blood wets it up. I don't know what's going on.
Whoa.
It's really hard to get in there. Two rats
hurts, but I
in a
finished.
trench coat. It's Emma. I saw Sweeney teaching parrots at PetSmart the N-word while Lily cried, screamed, and vomited and shitted, begging him to stop. That's a crazy scenario. Somebody put that in AI. Netflix's Devil May Cry is My Halo 4 just killed Dapope Vance versus George R.R. Martin. Forcing cum-eating maggots into Sweeney's urethra. Jesus Christ. Kingston's dad selling tickets to tour inside Chapel Roan's Big Gay Colon. Berserker Broly's...
She does have a pretty nice butt.
She does, yeah. Berserker Broly's... Wasted. Berserker Broly's...
How? He said we were out getting dinner on Saturday. He was like, that's wasted. And it's like, what?
I did say that at dinner. I forgot. I don't know. This is a waste. Berserker Broly...
Wow.
What do you mean?
I love it.
You know what I mean.
You know exactly
I
what he
don't
means.
know what you mean.
You know.
Shut the fuck up.
She could you can equip the weapon to use it. You can
doesn't
equip
matter.
the weapon. Yes, they can. They're superior.
No, they're not. Are you kidding?
They can
Let
equip.
Us be misogynistic.
They can equip it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, I need some more girth.
Yeah, they're so...
Wide boy
Yeah.
equipment. It's like Mega Man changing his color, his costume. Ding!
It's crazy.
I need some more length.
The Sloker
Tenor.
2, the Sloker 2, Why So Derpy, Berserker Broly's big bouncy backside. Can you believe JD Vance twisted his dick into a rope and strangled the Pope with it? That's
crazy.
My God. Sweeney and Derek will have zebra babies. That is crazy.
Whoa.
That is so. My
Yo,
girlfriend isn't
zebra
white.
is wild. Calling a mixed race person a zebra is fucking next level shit.
I think having mixed race children is next level shit.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Pretty
Fucking
interesting.
that's some oink oink zoo books type shit.
That's like when they called like the Native American kid in freaking Revenant a tree Negro, and I was like,
Yeah.
that is
Or
crazy.
when they called what is it? The Asian kid in Temple of Doom Short Round.
Short round, yeah.
Because he was short and round.
Short and round, little bitch ass.
It wasn't even that round, actually.
tree grows
I don't know why he was named Short Round, actually. He wasn't really that
his
round.
eyes.
Well, no, that would make even less sense.
yeah. Okay, here we go.
Uncle Tom Clancy's Lyncher Cell. Anti-woke coffee brand sounds incredibly counterproductive.
I forgot that I made fucking videos with the Miles Morales mask on for like a couple of minutes.
Yeah, a rush minute.
A couple of videos, and I was like, I'm bored of this. But I did this little quick edit, and this reminds me of that AI shit.
Uncle Ben is tired of getting fucking shot. Uncle Ben?
So stupid.
I was like, it's fucking just,
That was not
it's-
worth
it's-
spending all that time looking for.
It absolutely was.
So ridiculous.
Just 2 seconds.
I forgot you did that. That was a while. That was ages ago.
This is
I was during COVID.
Uncle Tom Clancy's
before
Lyncher Cell.
COVID.
All Gooners fire.
Really?
All Gooners fire at
like
will.
2019. All Gooners, what?
All Gooners fire at will. Glaze their mongrel hides.
That's crazy.
That is a fucking... To quote that from... That's insane.
You said that one guy was Gooner side, right? Was that the right thing to say?
Gooner
A Goon- the Goonicide, yeah.
Goonicide. That's excellent.
Burn their mongrel hides. Sweeney forcefully cackling at an unfunny joke he made to hide the shame. Domination, Vaughn of the Dead, Hey Chooms. Abby Shapiro's preem panic calcium cannons got me going cyber psycho.
Yeah. We got to see those things, man.
One day.
I'm sure they're out there.
Derek, not Chauvin is innocent. Hashtag free him. Be nicer to Sweeney, round-eyed Asian, camping out at the Snark Tank official meetup at Level Up Con in Vegas.
Oh
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. We'll be there.
Definitely there.
Yeah, we're definitely there. We're right there. We're right behind you.
That's crazy.
Farting my ass off, retard style. Call it a hot pocket.
Very cool.
Amazing. My brother got mad at me for showing him 1 second falling horse video.
Oh man, classic.
That is
the
classic video.
best find I've had on the internet. I think that is like genuinely my number one.
That is one of the best ones that I've seen from you. Yeah, like the 1 second clip of a horse falling off of a bridge and just landing in a body of water.
Ben showed.
You just barely get any context to anything that's going on.
Ben showed that to his parents. And
As he
was
should. It's
laughing his
art.
ass off, and his parents like, "This is so sad."
Krillin.
And he was just like, "What?"
Krillin, my dick has gear scars and metal slivers. Hey.
All right, what's going on?
Hey, don't touch my feet. That's crazy. Queen of Haphazard. We need a prequel to The Last of Us 1 because I want. That is crazy. Whoa.
What do you say?
He says we need a prequel to The Last of Us 1 because I want a hotter Ellie. That is edge.
That's a good joke.
You're edgelording to the max with that one.
That's a good joke.
I respect.
I don't think that's a good joke.
I think it is because it's purposefully like upsetting.
It is actually a well constructed joke actually because there is a misdirect in there.
Yeah.
But that's you can have it. I'll put it that way. That's one of those jokes you write for somebody else.
Right.
So that way, like if it does go over well, you can be like, I wrote that. But if it doesn't go well, you're like, I don't know what it was.
I don't do that shit.
He made me write.
Carry on, my gayward son. There'll be peens when you are done. Gay your query head to rest. I am fucking gay. I forgot about this one.
I know more. Nope, I'm fucking gay.
That song is so white American. I love it.
Yeah, I mean Kansas.
It's literally called Kansas.
Whiter than that.
Yeah. Vox enthusiast, my ass is.
Shut the fuck up.
Vox enthusiast, my ass is full of piss. Help. Thugzilla versus Asmongold, the Roach Lord. Losing all my friends in the custody battle. Kurt Cobain POV. Have you heard of the Aussie Trumpet of Patriots? 50501. Spank Sinatra and Bing Cumsby.
Ben Cumsby. That's all.
I know Swank Sinatra.
Bing Cumsby?
Spank Sinatra. Bing Cumsby, yeah. Jack WFM, please make a hoodie that is dark green with the blueprint from ages ago, please. Oh, yeah. I mean...
Dark green and
I forgot about
blueprint?
that. Yeah, I forgot about that. I really like that design. I want to do something else. I like that idea of just stuff that like you don't really know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Wouldn't wish testicular torsion on my worst enemy. Arthur Morgan voices Aries. Buy me YouTube Premium. My life is yours. Nice. I love cock and ball torture. Big meaty stinks. Your friendly neighborhood tanky Hasan Parker.
Parker.
Bring me pictures of fucking. Give me pictures of the Houthis.
He had a terrorist.
Piker man.
He had a terrorist on his fucking thing. That's hilarious.
That's
I think that's so funny.
He had a. I mean, he can't say that. That kid said he's not a Houthi. So
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's completely fine.
One thing I do
believe
think.
him.
One thing I do. One thing I do
completely fine
think.
to not believe him, but he did not say he was a Houthi.
Right. He was billed as that though. He did bill
because they
him
were
that
calling
way.
him that name that everybody gave.
Yeah,
him.
Houthi. What is it? Houthi Luffy.
I mean, that's
actually way better.
That's dope. That's way better than
What did they call him?
Timothy Houthi Chalamet. Like they put
Tim Houthi Chalamet.
They put that
That
in there.
sucks.
It was like Tim Houthi Chalamet.
Boo!
Tim Houthi. There you go.
Houthi Luffy's way better.
He was pretty. That's why.
Houthi Luffy. He's a very good-looking.
Houthi.
He's about as old as Lily, somewhere around there.
He's a good-looking terrorist.
He's a great looking terrorist.
Like, look, to me, it's clear that from my perspective, the Houthis were like, this is a pretty useful idiot. Let's just parade him around and then that's it. Like, why would
they're saying the Last of Us 2
I just
episode?
they're like not like he's not a part of the raids because he's a fucking dumbass.
It's like in Last of Us, the most recent episode. They're like, "Oh, Joel, you are technically kind of handsome." As she beat him to fucking death.
Oh yeah.
Episode.
Yeah,
I think the cast.
You spoil it for people.
Yeah, it's a show. It's a new show.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
People didn't know that
Well,
Joel
I mean,
was geared
They
up
don't
to
know
I do
die.
agree.
when
I do-
it's going
alright, so
to
hold on.
happen.
I
That
do-
was actually the big mystery. Like,
Yeah.
are they going to do it like early, or are they going to stretch it out?
Yeah, that actually was.
You actually literally ruined it for me. Yes, I'm not watching
This
it
is
yet.
not like the fifth. This is like the 40th time. Yeah.
am not bothered but it's just also like
I watched it days late, too. I watched it just last night. I guess, my bad. I don't care, actually. Why am I lying?
the problem is you should care,
I don't.
but you should.
I'm
That's
sorry.
What I'm saying.
This is something that, like...
Look, I'm not editing this out.
Does Joel Miller die in the sequel to Last of Us 2? It's like... the game came out nearly 6 years ago.
So the idea is like what I just said.
I guess
is,
the
was
pacing
the
of when it's
mystery
gonna-
of when they were going to do it, or what if they were going to subvert expectations and do it in the next season or something?
That's what I actually thought they were gonna do. I thought they were gonna do it more like do it in sequential order. I thought they were gonna start from like maybe like the flashbacks and then work up to like the end of the first season. Maybe that happening.
My assumption is
Because they said that they were gonna change a lot about how the second season worked.
it's already pretty
mirrored
pretty
or
different. It's pretty different. What's gonna happen though is they're gonna do all of Ellie's thing, I think, first. And they show the converging points, but I think it's gonna be all of Ellie's story first.
I see.
And then they're gonna do all of.
Isn't that what they did though?
No, they broke off at points. It was
No?
it was Ellie, then it was Abby, then it was Ellie again, then it was then it was Abby.
No, it wasn't.
Finished, then it was Ellie. If I'm mistaken.
No, it was literally Abby. It was Ellie, Abby, Ellie, right?
Yeah.
So like it was like the first like 15 hours was Ellie, and then the next 15 hours was Abby, and I was like, oh my god. And then it goes back to Ellie when she goes back to the
last 5 hours.
that last 5 hours.
Yeah. Not yeah.
That was already how they did it.
I think they're gonna do all of one
Something
story
like that?
first.
I think
Or they're gonna make them coincide. I guess I don't know. I
Who
think
knows?
I
But
don't know.
like, yeah, yeah, whatever. I just since
for me the sequence of him dying was so obvious that I was like, oh, am I gonna?
I don't like
This is based off of a game.
I think for our podcast, people know, like people who listen to us probably
they know he's
it's just the courtesy of just like it's a new show that everybody's
and
talking
it's also it's the second episode, right? That
Yeah.
was the second episode. So that's the whole thing where it's like I think the entire mystery was when is it going to happen?
But that's in the game. That's the same pacing, the same pacing points of the game.
Is it?
Yeah, no,
what's going
I
on
know.
with this guy?
I don't know.
But I'm saying this like if you played the game of Last of Us and you know the point, like I understand you're saying like, oh, they might not do that, but if it's
That is the entire point.
being paced, they're like, oh, if I'm watching this and I absorb whatever, I don't really care that much.
No, you just didn't have a point to say.
I'm just saying that like if you have anything about the series, like, if you're ignorant to the series, then I guess it might be like something like, oh, it's surprising. But if you're not and you already played the game, you're like, oh, I'm assuming
But we're
it's
talking-
happening right here.
It's the
That's a
second
safe
episode.
assumption.
If you're ignorant to the series of the second season because it's only the second episode, so you're like, oh, are they going to do this early on or not?
I don't know why you would assume they would do it later on if that's the whole driving force
I just
of that.
explained to you why.
But I don't. That doesn't make sense to me. Like I understand what you're saying, but like it's
I don't think you do.
why would you change that if that's the driving force of why she goes on the journey?
I don't know,
in the
Kingston.
first
Why did
place?
they changed a lot of shit already?
They've changed some. They've changed.
I would
a
argue
few
they actually
things.
like
They've given more information to make the world more enjoyable.
I actually saw the scene. I think they fucked up a little bit because they gave away her motivation for it. Which in the game you didn't know.
From the very beginning, they fuck it up. From like the
Yeah.
first episode, it's already different.
Yeah.
And I think that's to drive more
But
into
whatever.
understanding
Yeah.
of it.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's just more of a thing of like
It's just like it just
it is
it's
a
a courtesy
It
thing.
is a common courtesy thing. It is a thing of like, oh, somebody may want to go in just being surprised. And me, I don't like watching stuff episodically anymore. They just annoy. So I was like, I'll wait for this shit to come out like a lot more.
Oh, like you binge it, yeah.
Yeah, like I prefer to watch stuff like that now instead of like waiting. Like it was annoying to watch Daredevil like this Born Again, and then I caught up, and then I had to wait the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And then it ended so like I didn't come, and I was like, damn, I wish I would have watched the last 2 episodes like the rest of them how
That
I
show's a
binged.
fucking mess.
I like Born Again.
I feel like
I think the beginning's
I'm gonna
good.
wait a year for like nothing happened at the end.
Yeah.
My big problem is
I think the beginning is good, and then like the middle is fucking terrible.
Yeah. I think they
it's
should have
the
stuck with
middle sucks.
just fucking Punishers going insane.
I wanted to do Moose impressions.
Yeah, just the entire time.
Yeah.
And Matt's like, "What's going on, man? What's wrong with you?
Why are you so insightful?
Why you so-"
The opposite of blind, I guess.
He's so
I don't know.
I don't know, Red. Ooh.
Booga booga booga.
I
man.
wish
I'm 10 feet tall, Red. Look, I'm a moose.
I'm 10 foot tall moose is fucking scary.
Dude, there's some giant
No,
moose
there
out
are.
there.
Yeah.
I was like,
10 feet though, you think?
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty.
There's
With
some like
including
ones
the
that are-
antlers, maybe. Yeah.
Oh well,
some-
yeah.
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Obviously, including antlers, they're
No.
fucking 40 stories.
From its back, it's 10 feet tall.
Yo. All right.
That's a fucking
Big meaty stinks.
That's an eldritch creature, dude. Seeing
Jimmy
him
Rings.
slip is hilarious.
Jimmy Rings in his fat ass cheeks. Kingston.
Dumb and clumsy.
Kingston singing "My Hump" as a duet with his dad.
Red. Help.
Derek is a carbon copy of Sean Soko. I don't know
Who's
who
that?
is. I don't know.
Oh, wait, that's who we looked up.
That
right.
shit is crazy.
That's right. Yeah.
Forced to embrace everything stolen.
Let's go. I'm gonna buy merch of those guys.
What is that?
Like Hercades Torch or whatever. These
right.
Canadian couple, some chick that's from Europe, and then this Canadian guy. They make like the worst fucking songs, but it's so endearing.
Yeah.
Like they're having a great time. It's all fucking like mono, so it's like not panned.
geez.
It's bad, dude. But it's great. So he has a song, Forced to Embrace Everything Stolen. It's great, dude. Ever being choked and to our last breath. And then the chick is terrible singing, this is a place that we call home.
Oh my
and then
God.
everyone's like, oh, look, it's Evanescence. And then they covered Bring Me to Life just recently. Just
That's
the other
Evan's
day.
essence.
Yeah. Evan's essence.
Gids.
It's great.
Sween looks like the Pot of Greed card. Gay detective named Inspector Gaggett. It's pretty good.
That's stupid.
That's way better than the obvious F slur.
Dapping
Right.
myself up.
Man, Inspector Gaggett, man. He's sucking dick.
I like that. It's a nice PG way of calling him the F slur, essentially.
Well, he said, it's gag it.
Yeah, gag it. Like he's gagging on it.
Yeah,
Because
it's
before,
smart.
as
It's a
a
double
kid,
entendre.
I would call him Inspector
It's a
F
double
slur.
entendre. It is, in fact.
It is.
It is kind of, yeah. It's
very good. I like
we've
it.
got a genius.
You're
in our
evolving.
midst.
You're evolving.
They're evolving.
Inspector
Ethan doxing Sweeney for making Jewish jokes. Just wait.
Gawk, gawk.
Got a fire extinguisher on hand just to run Oblivion on my 3070.
Oh, gawk. Go gag it, go.
That is one thing. Unreal Engine's weird, man.
Unreal Engine fucking almost broke my computer.
Sugar gay. I just want a guy to put your dick inside me, baby. Kevin Durant's feet. Is it just me, or does the reply counter under tweets just not work anymore? Like it says there's 12 replies, but I open and it's 3.
Oh, that happens a lot.
Dude, you know what bothers me is the show more, or like show hidden, and then you click it and
Nothing shows
up. Brilliant.
It's so if any of you use Facebook, it started there because this was when I noticed after a while that they would be like, wait, where's all the comments? It says show more, and I was like, dude, okay, this is useless. So now it started happening to Twitter. So I think it's like a bug that they can't fix. It happens from existing for too long and not enough maintenance, I guess.
I always assumed it was just people who had like blocked me or muted me, who replied.
No, because
And so they wouldn't show up, or like not necessarily that specifically, because that's not how it works. But like
Yeah.
I like that system maybe cross glitching with. I don't know.
I was thinking maybe
That was my assumption.
bots that got banned, but they're still there. But like it should show that the account's been suspended or something. I don't know.
Yeah. SJ wanting me no know why. Fuck you. I ain't paying my TV license, bitch. Mr. Pants. Kingston's dad is a symbiote doing face off where Kingston is his dad. I don't know. Understand? I don't even understand that
I
sentence.
was watching something where people were like, "Oh yeah, an 8-minute mile is
must.
not difficult,"
We must finish.
and I'm like,
An 8-minute mile's not difficult.
I'm like, y'all
must
not
finish.
running 8-minute miles. Saying that's not difficult is crazy.
As,
I
as an
don't.
adult, jeez,
Fuckface unstoppable.
like basically you should be either a kid that has all this energy or you're just in shape.
Yeah, if you run 8 minutes is possible.
You can
if
do it.
you're
You
not
can-
if you're not like healthy.
Consistently jogging an 8-minute mile can be
Kingston?
done, absolutely, but you have to be in shape to do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not in shape right now. I can't do an 8-minute mile.
I don't think Chris can do 8-minute mile. I think Chris could come close. I think Chris could sub 9.
Probably not right now.
Sub 9.
When I was boxing, I probably could.
Yeah, boxing. I think you can
It's
get
been
probably
a-
like a 7,
So I'm
7
saying,
and a half.
man, if you're in shape
It's a minute now.
right now, fuck no way. I'm not doing that.
You would die. People don't understand
It's
how far a mile
I
is.
used to do half miles. We would do it twice a week in school, for example, and like so my average would be about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
For half a mile, that's
Yeah.
very
Alright.
that's very sensible.
Yeah.
Kingston, there's a mod for Balatro that incorporates Pokemon cards called Pokemon.
And that was on the slower end. The faster kids would do like 3 minutes, sometimes sub 3.
I get like 7:45 was when I was like pretty fast, and I was a big dude, so moving that fast is impressive.
Called Pokermon. Check it out.
That's pretty cool.
Pokermon.
Aragorn cutting out Netanyahu's colon while Legolas and Gimli compete over who can dome the most IDF soldiers.
That's crazy.
Sween's dad affectionately talking about his 5th wife, but somehow his 7th divorce.
My dad. That sounds exactly like my dad. Actually,
I love my 5th wife.
I love my newest wife. I don't remember her name though.
Yeah,
she has 2 boys. She has 2 boys from me.
I don't need to know people's names to love them.
I love everyone. I love tax evasion. I don't know which name.
Hell yeah, dude. Who doesn't love tax evasion?
Oh man.
I love the creator of tax evasion. I love him. I've never met him, no, but I love him.
But he seems like a fucking chill guy.
I want to smoke a doobie with him.
Yeah, man.
That's me. I made it up.
Oh my god.
I invented
Kingston,
tax
do you
evasion.
want to Kingston, do you want to come kill IRS agents?
I'm like sorta, but like
Sorta.
It'd be a tacit sorta from Kingston. It would be for me. It would be an oh boy would I.
Absolutely. Can you assure me that we're not going to get caught or shot?
I don't even know. Catch me. In fact,
I
want you to know.
In fact, I want you to
In
know.
fact, I would love to be fucking jailed and.
what I do is I go and I capture IRS holders and I put them in holes I dig upside down. Then I make sure it's raining the night before, so they drown in those little holes I put them in. They're like little spelunkers with their feet.
You really, that's all right. You really started.
Wow, Dad, you're amazing.
Wow, Dad.
Well, Dad, you're so fucking cool.
You're an inspiration to us all, Dad. Jolly old dipshit, the Ace of Parades, into gay shit by Asboard Confessional.
Asboard, that's nice.
Lakers versus the Timberwolves is the battle of active fathers versus deadbeats.
Damn.
I don't know what any of that means. Goatman.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Beatles in the dungeon.
That's interesting.
Gawk
Beatles in the dungeon.
Klansman. Captain Joke Merita protects direwolf puppies from Kingston's dad. PP, kind of fat, but somebody got to do it. Got a foot up my ass because somebody got to do it, huh? Jerk this PP off.
Nice.
Jerk this PP off. Little Beetle family mourning their gay patriarch after he swallowed a dick and like a cartoon changed his silhouette to a penis.
Whoa.
Wild. Sonic fans
hate that person.
Kingston hates you, person who just wrote it. Sonic fans found a way to recompile Xbox 360 games. Baki manga threatening to rape Elon and Trump. Son, they're going to boomerang firing squad. They're going to boomerang firing squad me. Switchy I love the idea of a boomerang hitting somebody and bouncing off and still returning to the person. Smitchy the kid. Bam met Kingston's dad and had a messy anal prolapse. The 12-year-old boy that finally got his revenge on Pope Francis. Ichiban Kasuga is playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Post Clarity Nut. From Hell's Heart I Come at Thee. Star Coffee. The Irish equivalent to Hercules uses a spear called Gay Bulge. Yush. SNK accidentally added an actual rapist IO to the roster of their upcoming fighting game.
Yes,
Whoopsie
they did.
Doodles. What does that mean? A rapist
They had
IO? What does IO mean?
what you call? They had they had that soccer player, one of those stardom soccer players.
I think no, I don't know what the IO stands for actually.
And then there was another dude that has like actual sexual charges. The Persian Prince owns that company.
Oh yeah, the Saudi Prince. Yeah,
Ronaldo is in fucking the new SNK game.
Are you serious?
What is it called? Fatal Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Fatal Fury.
The Fatal Fury?
City
of the Wolves?
Completely tanked it. The game was like, everybody was really happy and that came out. People were like, I'm not buying this anymore.
What? I don't understand.
Because of the rapist?
Because of this, the nature of the game, they said they weren't going to do anything like that, and then they literally went and did it because that Prince has all the shares. He's like, I want this and this. I like Ronaldo. He's cool.
It's so crazy that like
he comes here and he spends money.
This is a Saudi Arabian.
the Saudi Arabian person that owns SNK. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fucking
right. That's why
crazy.
Ronaldo's in the fucking game. Duh.
That's why I haven't played
Because
fucking Metal
Ronaldo's
Slug
at
Tactics.
every event that they have. Literally, every fucking sports event. They have
the
Riyadh
fuck?
season and shit.
Oh, because
Ronaldo's there.
Because Ronaldo's so rich, it's fucking insane.
It is. I'm like, dude, he doesn't need to do anything anymore. Go away.
He's so rich.
He has the most. I think he has the most followers.
Cristiano
on,
Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Is he a rapist?
No.
Did you just snot?
A little bit. Because we're not talking about him.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That wasn't even like a joke. I was
No,
like,
that's Saudi Prince. That Saudi Prince is at all the events. It's insane.
But I don't understand who's the rapist.
No. You're not telling me that it's Turkey al-Sheikh. It's not him, right?
I think it is him.
And Turkey's not in fucking SNK, is he? There's
No, not the prince himself. Not the prince himself.
Okay.
No. But he owns most of the shares of the game. That company. Like
okay, the
vast
guy that
majority
owns most of them is they put him in the game.
No, I think they put some other dude.
Somebody who's like
Ben
famous
told
from
me.
there.
Yeah, Ben told me, and he's like he has like a bunch of sexual charges.
Who?
Of course he does.
I forgot the guy's name. Ben told me the guy directly because he cares
But
about
I,
fighting
but,
games.
but I don't understand. He's like a real. Okay.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
He's a real person with actual sexual allegation charges.
But what's he? Do you know what he's famous for?
I don't know. Maybe a DJ or maybe a.
Put a DJ in fucking Fatal Fury.
They put a soccer player in it.
What?
What? Let's see.
so genuine.
So
I really don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Salvatore is maybe him. Let me look.
It's insane.
Oh, the painter?
Yeah.
All right, Salvatore, the writer, the guy that wrote
Salvador
the fucking
Dali.
the Dritz books.
Let's see,
Craig the Canadian, loss. It's your boy Shawnee D. Consider again that every saint and sinner in history lived there on a mote of dust suspended in Sweeney's tooth gap. Carl Sagan wistfully talking about the cosmos and then relating it to the gap in Sweeney's teeth is pretty amazing. Come Titty, Snark Tank fans are now homeless and deported. Cerberus Agent 267, Kingston's uncle. It's my gay little nephew. Third Church of Keith David being a proud recovery center for the recently murdered. Y'all gotta watch the song "Squashed N-Word" by Chris Lilly, who's a white Australian who wore blackface for the character.
No, we
went to Levine's yesterday and got some pants for me. Okay, and he says the N-word, but
no,
with
it's
a
the same
Y.
person. So they're talking about because I don't know anything about Ronaldo, just about how fucking popular he is, and he played football and all that shit. But it says Ronaldo has been accused of sexual abuse multiple times and paid a $375K settlement in one case. The criminal case in 2022 has been dismissed and blah, blah, blah.
Wait, so Cristiano Ronaldo is a rapist?
Yeah, so you're actually completely correct.
You were the right one. I thought it was the other dude.
And somebody's saying, like, okay, it reminds me of how Tyson went to jail for raping a 17-year-old, and he and his attorneys tried the whole slander campaign
reminds me
against
of.
her.
Was
I
he
don't know
trying to
why
set
this
up a Family
reminds
Guy
me.
cutaway? What is he doing?
Well, I don't think it's the. You can't say it reminds me. Like Mike Tyson was a convicted rapist.
Yeah, you can't
went to jail.
Yeah.
Went to prison for it.
And you also can't say remind me unless you're setting up a cutaway.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it reminds me. And then
Reminds me of that time
shit.
Michael Jackson was Mike Tyson.
That probably was one of them.
It's just the same. It's just the.
Also, was it? So SK is now owned by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is. So it's the same person, I guess. It's so I didn't know. I didn't hear the controversy. I just saw people being like,
I didn't hear anything.
"Oh, Ronaldo's in the game. That's stupid." Like, I was watching like some of the fighting people. I saw Justin Wong testing it out, trying to beat one of their devs because the devs were like, "Oh, I can fuck you up," and they were just going back tit for tat.
Yeah. Stealing Sweeney's pelt in his sleep and moving in with his grandma to make her happy in her final years. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking.
That's why
Drip
I'm a
MH,
messy
Lord
guy.
of all drip. Pope died.
I'm indifferent.
Obi won't you blow
I
me.
don't care
Waiting for
about
the
soccer,
sween hunting
though.
tier. I want
like
his pelt.
soccer, but I
JD
don't
Vance
care about
ferociously
this
sucking on Elon's soy boobs and then demanding that he says thank you afterwards. Kremlin to Gremlin.
I do want a
The
Kratos
Kingston's dad
Messi.
joke has been ran into the ground.
You ever see the Kratos Messi meme? You remember that bullshit?
No.
Giving Derek's
Care
black
this Messi?
bug-eyed face throat shots.
Hot.
Ninth level wizard evocation
You
spell.
ever saw
Itchy
Kratos
colon.
Messi?
It's
just
Bill
one of, like-
Murray's black germ Negrosis Jones.
It's just like
JD
the
Vance
worst.
using his poisonous BO to kill the Pope.
It has like the worst.
Sweeney's dad
quality.
voice. My baby
It's
boy.
like, this is like the
I was
Kratos
gone
Messi.
because I was helping Kingpin defeat the menace Daredevil. That's insane.
What do you say?
It's my baby boy. I was gone because I was helping Kingpin defeat the menace Daredevil.
Yeah.
Aw.
Aw.
Why aren't you talking to me no more? Mwah. Wage Slave 583, like a schlong by Homo Slave, like a stone audio slave.
Homo slave.
Homo slave.
Come on, man.
Homo slave, like a schlong is insane. Papini Brothers, Jeffrey Epstein in the Minecraft movie be like, I am Steen. Don Dockerson, the colon swinging slasher, epic rap battles of history, Casey Anthony versus Hawk Tour Girl.
Nice.
PP sent 2 new Sween drawings to the email. Semi-low effort, so tell me if you want edits. Gromit, we've got Gromit.
Gromit. Nice.
Hey, Gromit, we've got to extract all this cheese from Tau 74.
What about phallic and vomit?
Wallace and Gromit Marathon is insane. Me Be Fishy, Limp Biscuits, and Gravy, Sandman.gov, John Strickland, Mercs 1889. Imagine how the people still writing for Kanye must feel about the latest tweet. Jesus. The first to keep David, Kingston's well, they clearly don't care at this point. Kingston's dad tastefully shot cum tributes. Get yours now. Wav, this is just like gibberish. I literally can't read this. Looks like fucking hex code.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Pre-Roz, Blake 896, ask Creed, enter anus, testicles, but it's pronounced like a Greek hero. Testicles?
Testicles.
I've definitely said that before.
I think I've heard that on Family Guy at one point.
Yeah, it's definitely like something.
Somebody's called
Testicles?
something testicles.
Testicles.
I can't remember the joke. Whatever.
Oh, well.
Whatever.
Uncle Chip turning into Chunky Salsa in his sleeping bag. Das Goopy, I'm gonna come in the Limp Bizkit voice. Teddy Roosevelt once judo flipped a Swiss minister over a table at the White House. This is real. Look it up. Young Sweeney punching Little Chris. Nikki Ziggy, Smokey's pyromaniac sibling. Sween, it's your father. I need your help to stop ICE deporting me or find some agents. Just trying to do their jobs will die. N bomber gay.
I think my dad is illegal. That's hilarious.
Fuck Ian Watkins for tainting HMV hell.
Read the caption. This is what fucking like. This fucking ready to fucking.
I like that he's waving his hand.
He's about to kill him.
Dude, Oblivion, I will say,
dude,
I gotta say too, like they kept so much of the game intact that like that shit happens all the time. It's great, like those awkward conversations and the zoom ins.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Have you met the guy yet? The little shithead dude that's ancestors in freaking what you call it, Starcraft.
The little
the adoring fan.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
That's hilarious.
I only first saw him in fucking because he wasn't in Skyrim. I don't think.
No.
They wanted a different tone, but like he's in Starfield.
Right.
It's great in Starfield.
It's his ancestor, which is hilarious.
It is fucking hilarious.
That's insane. So that means on Earth.
I don't know, man. Bethesda games are charming. Like there's something I don't know.
What's the name of the
like
world?
I look at Bethesda games like almost like Indiana Jones kind of, you know, where like sure there's like it's an RPG there and there's a serious world I guess, but like the fact that the adoring fan has an ancestor in space,
that's pretty good.
Is fucking hilarious, and he's the same, and he's got the same voice, and the same face, and the same exact personality. It's fucking silly.
Nim is the name of the planet.
What is it?
Nim.
Nim?
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody saying. Sounds like a reverse syllable in a YouTube poop.
There is a in The Simpsons.
Nim.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, in The Simpsons, there's a machine that like swaps matter. So like Bart swaps with the fly's head goes on Bart's body and then vice versa.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then like fucking
Treehouse of Horror.
Treehouse of Horror, and like the fucking the fly with Bart's body is eating a bag of sugar, and Homer's trying to get some of it, and he makes that literal sound. He goes nim. It's so funny. I don't know why.
Insane.
Like I'm obsessed with that.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
And the fly, did they show an actual little fly that wasn't crazy? No, I'm thinking of. It was like that in the Alfred Hitchcock one where there was actually a fly with a guy's face saying "Help me."
Yeah, help me.
I remember that. Yeah, now I remember.
They do that on the Simpsons too. They do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Help me.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. Thank you again for the marathon code. Much appreciated. Badly Brave, Dog the Baby Hunter, Aetherian needs help lowering his weapon in Halo 3. Penis, Nafram, Melphus 1, and rounding out our list as always. King of Haphazard. Thanks for stopping by, guys. It's a longer episode than I wanted it to be. But we'll see you soon. Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a new Predators?
Yeah.
There's always new Predators.
King of the Predators just died.